Going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Today we're going to be playing Age of Empires 4, or I should say casting. Resting my hands a little bit. They've been kind of acting up on me the past few days, so, gotta cast some games. So I have no idea what the new variant civs do, by the way. I have absolutely no idea, so we're going to take a look at them real quick and peek and see what fun can be had. So we have the House of Lancaster, which is, I believe, an English variant civilization. Yeah, powerful branch of English royalty here, it says. Okay. So feudalism, they build manors to generate passive income in the feudal age. Interesting. Manors provide plus 10 population space and generate 60 food and 45 wood per minute. Oh, that's kind of cool. Increase the limit of manors with unique technologies. Okay, so there's a limit on the amount of manors that you're able to build. Wool industries. Each town center spawns 4 sheep upon completion. That's kind of nice. That gives you a little bit of stability upon expanding and encourages the kind of 2TC English style. I don't hate that. It's pretty fun, man. And villagers gather from sheep 20% faster. Okay. So maybe for this civilization, the fact that you already have a faster gather rate from sheep out of the gates maybe means you want to be going, double scout in the beginning just to win the sheep battle. It seems like it's going to be very good for them. All right. Capital town centers fire an extra arrow and villagers wield short bows. Yep, same thing. Keeps grant 3 free Earl's Guard upon being built. Each active keep grants +1 damage. Okay, that's interesting. So when you build keeps, you get a couple free units. Not bad. We do see the docks. They have the yeoman. Archer replacement. Ranged infantry with increased speed and range can be upgraded to fire devastating volleys, so pretty similar to longbowmen. Hobilars, horseman replacement, cheap and expendable cav. All right, so a little bit of like a lower quality cav that's better against range units, it would seem. We'll have to see when we see them in the battlefield. Earl's Guard, men-at-arms replacement, heavy melee infantry that periodically throws daggers. Oh, shit, okay. Got a little bit of dagger throwing going down. And the Demi-Lancer, special heavy cavalry, accessed via only landmarks. It's a durable cav with low damage. Okay, so it's like a tanky front line. Probably not super good for raiding, but just as like a screen piece. And yeah, we'll take a look at the landmarks. Yeah, you have the Lancaster Castle, Abbey of Kings. That's fun. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the unique text, right? Okay, so tier 2, you have the Lancaster Castle. So, muster the nobles, levy 2 Demi-Lancers and an additional 1 for each manor. The Shire, oh, it's the Shire levy. Levy 8 yeomen and 1 additional yeoman for each manor. And then, okay, so it's kind of a cool ability where you can activate this and it's gonna levy some units like instantly, I would guess. And this one is based on how many manors you have. Okay. An exact militia program. Level 1 Demi-Lancer, 1 Earl's Guard, and 1 yeoman per manor. That's expensive, wow. Okay. That's a lot of resources. I mean, that's like as many resources as you need to like age up almost, right? To go to age 3. Dude, the dreaded politics are coming. They are. Oh, Orange Pest, dude. If you haven't played AOE4, especially in free-for-all, it's a free-for-all. We play free-for-all around here. And what ends up happening is, somebody's getting beat up and they start squealing for help to other players. And there's a lot of politics and a lot of salt. It's very fun. It's one of the more fun elements of it, honestly. All right, so then we have the Knights Templar. All right, founded to protect the meek and the weary. Good stuff. Age up at the town center by establishing 1 of 3 unique commanderies. Each commandery permanently unlocks a unique unit and bonus. Okay, pretty cool. Fortresses replace keeps and are available in the feudal age. All right, so ranged units positioned near a fortress have a 15% increased attack speed. Okay, so I can see some temp potential with that. Stone walls placed within the influence of a fortress or a Templar's headquarters, 25% increased health. Okay, that's pretty cool for Wonder, right? Like if you're defending a Wonder, you're going to be getting attack speed bonuses and, more durable walls going for Wonder victories. Fortresses behave as landmarks can be... Oh my god, so fortresses count as landmarks for the Knights Templar? Oh man, that's so cool. So like if you're trying to eliminate a Knights Templar player, good luck with that, right? You're just going to be having freaking landmarks all over the map. Because your fortresses count. Okay, that's pretty badass. So pilgrimage. Knights Templar cannot train traders. Instead, they generate gold from successful pilgrimages. Upon reaching the feudal age, the Knights Templar offer safe passage for pilgrims who travel to a sacred site. Every 60 seconds, a group of pilgrims will travel from the Templar headquarters to the selected sacred site, generating gold upon arrival based on the distance traveled. And the size of the group is increased by 1 for each active fortress, up to a maximum of 10. It's kind of interesting. I wonder like how that scales. Like when you have a full 10 like squad going to the sacred sites, is that going to be as good as like 20 or 30 traders that like another civilization has, right? Sacred sites and relics. Oh, the relics are revealed at the start of the game. Oh man, that's troll. All right. So the Knights Templar are committed to a life of sword and steel. They do not wield gunpowder on the field, but have powerful technologies to improve their melee units. So no powder units, so no cannons, and no handgunners. Villagers automatically deposit wood without a lumber camp. Oh, damn, that's cool. Wood is gathered faster in each age, and 20% of wood gathered produces additional food. So kind of similar to Japan in that way, how Japan is going to be getting, stone for gold and vice versa. All right. Trebuchets fire additional projectiles and can be deployed atop fortresses. Oh, that's so sick. So you can put trebuchets on top of your fortresses? Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Unique units. Templar Brother, Knight Replacement. More expensive than a regular Knight, but has additional health and damage. Okay. You get the Knight Hospitalier Commandery. So this is when you go to Feudal Age, you're going to be choosing one of these, right? So you can do the Knight Commandery. So that gives you a Knight heavy melee infantry unit that can heal nearby friendly units. Kingdom of France. Chevalier, heavy cavalry that is cheaper than a regular Knight, gains additional health for each nearby heavy cav unit. So this is kind of cool, like a Zerging. So if you go with the France Commandery, you get a lot of like cav that, work well in blobs. And then Antioch, heavy infantry with high melee armor, throws axes which deal damage at range. That's really cool. So they have like a precursor ammo. So in the Castle Age, you go for the Angevin Empire, heavy spearmen, armored spearmen that is stronger around fortresses. Pretty cool. So if you're playing against a cav-centric civilization, probably a good idea to go for the elite spearmen. Republic of Genoa Commandery, expensive crossbowmen that deals additional damage to melee infantry. And then you have the Castile, mounted javelin. Oh, a mounted javelin unit that excels at range units. Okay, that's pretty troll. I bet you a bunch of these guys could be very annoying. Yeah, Cake, that seems pretty good. I haven't played the expansion yet, so this is my first time looking at it. I know it came out a little while ago, but it's all new to me. So then Imperial Age, oh hell yeah, the Kingdom of Poland. Shout out to my wife here. So you get some elite cavalry with exceptional ranged armor, slow the attacks of enemies it damages and deals additional damage to light infantry. Okay, so it's designed to like run down like, chaff basically. The Teutonic Order, absurdly, I like how they put absurdly in the tooltip. Absurdly powerful heavy infantry unit that gains power for each enemy felled in combat. Now, is that like a permanent stacking ability? I guess we'll find out here today. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Republic of Venice, fast infantry unit that costs only gold, strong against gunpowder units. So this seems kind of interesting if you have like a good sacred site situation. They only cost gold, so that means you're going to be able to spend your food elsewhere. And they have the Venetian Galley and the Venetian Trader. Expensive but fast-moving trader, limited to 5. All right, awesome sauce. Okay. Yeah, first person to message me here. Sure. Go ahead and host. 8-man standard Kingslayer FFA. You know the drill. All right, let's get it. So we're going to have our community host the game right now. It's going to be hosted by Dark Hunter Ezra here. He was the first one to reach out. And why is Dandy Dragon? Did he make a new account or something? I'm not sure. It's weird. I had to make a new profile. Can you accept my new friend request? Sure, boss. Yeah, send it to me. I don't see any friend requests in the pool right now, so just send them and I will happily accept them. But pretty exciting stuff. I'm not going to be playing myself today. We're going to be casting the games. Mega random. Yeah, we can do mega random map. But yeah, we're going to be casting at least 2 matches. I mean, these matches can go anywhere from an hour to freaking 4 hours. Like I think actually the longest one we've ever had. When you put on the Kingslayer mode, it tends to go a little bit quicker because when you kill somebody's king, you get a permanent supply increase, and you also eliminate the player. With or without water? Do land for now. All right, just make it happen, Ezra. Sure. So Dark Age can host game 2. Sounds fine to me. Has Marine Lord in his friend list? It's from a long time ago. So there was a time in this game when I used to cast competitive Age of Empires 4. I would do it with the EGC TV, and I would host my own tournaments as well. Those were many moons ago. There was many, many moons ago. All right, so Ezra is here. The lobby should be open, by the way. Emperor of Wang, kind. I love it. All right, let me find him here. So yep, the lobby's up. Dark Hunter Ezra is going to be hosting it, and we're going to be spectating. As soon as he launches the game, basically it'll give us the option to spectate here. Wow, did they really fill that lobby up already? Some things never change, man. Crazy that AOE2 is still more popular than AOE4. It probably is, right? I don't really know, honestly. I played AOE2 as a kid, but never really got like super into the multiplayer aspect of it. Age of Empires 4 is a great game, though. I think it's very, very solid. Magic names lore. Yeah, that was funny, Sleepy. That was funny. It was. What are you munching on? Just a little, not like a cough drop, but like just a throat coat kind of thing to get going. I'll be done in a minute, don't worry. Incoming Viper. Yeah, Viper just shows up. We had the Viper in that Warcraft 3 tournament. That was pretty fun seeing him in action. And here we go. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of the new civs. Perfect. So we do have 2 Knights Templar players, and we do have the House of Lancaster as well. So it's going to be Bo 2112 on the Knights Templar, Ezra on the Knights Templar as well, Dandy Dragon on the Byzantines, Ventus on the Abbasid Dynasty, Allied Trex, or Rahul, is going to be on the Delhi Sultanate, Captain Miller on the Holy Roman Empire, Nolosi on House of Lancaster, and Abu on the Order of the Dragon. So we're going to be able to load on here in just a minute. I know, Frost. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. Wish I could help you out. No, your eyes do not deceive you. It is Age of Empires. It has been a hot minute since we've done this, baby. But let the good times roll. Yeah, back in the 90s, Cake, I was doing Brood War lands with my friends. That was mainly what we were doing. We would do Brood War and StarCraft. And yeah, House of Lancaster is one of the new variant civs. Correct. The turn 8 CRTS was Sprite. I don't know what that is, Begging. I have no idea what that even is. Yeah, I mean, we still have a very active community in our Discord that's playing pretty regularly. So despite the fact that maybe I'm not covering it as much, these champions have kept the torch lit and have been going strong all freaking day. All right. So here we go. Let's break it down. And oh, man, look at that. That's so good for the freaking Knights Templar. They get to see every relic on the map. That is so cracked. Oh my god, and they get to know all the sacred sites. Not that that's not as big of a deal, but dude. Okay, Knights Templar is pretty sweet. Like, just knowing where all the relics are out of the gates is so incredibly strong. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the northwest side of the map, it is going to be Dark Hunter Ezra. He has won many of our FFA matches. A very terrifying player. Up to the north, it is going to be Rahul, or Allied Trex. I don't know if I think he changed his name, it looks like, but he's going to be playing his beloved Delhi Sultanate. And he's going to be trying to run you down with, with shotguns and elephants with shotguns on their backs, all sorts of future stuff indeed. All right, guys, and over to the east, it is going to be Dandy Dragon. Dandy Dragon is here, and he is going to be playing the Byzantine, so he is going to be bathing in olive oil, maybe rubbing a little bit of olive oil on his opponents. We'll have to see how he decides to go about this. Over to the due east in the map, it's going to be Captain Miller and the classic Holy Roman Empire. Going to be trying to fight the Knights Templar for those relics, I would imagine. Both are civs that are very, very dependent on getting relics. Although it depends with the Holy Roman Empire, you can go Burgrave Palace and Age 3, and then from there you're able to kind of Zerg one opponent down. And remember, we are playing the Kingslayer mode, so basically each player has a king, and if that king is killed, you're eliminated from the game, and the player who kills that king is going to be getting a big bonus. They get a permanent 50 supply increase to their army, so you could just straight up get bigger armies and different things like that, so it's always fun. To the southwest, we have Bo, 2112. He's going to be playing the Knights Templar as well, so very eager to see how the civilization plays, because I have not seen them in action. This is my very first time. We got Bertrand, okay. In the due south, it's going to be one of our great champions, Nolosi, a really, really great person, great player as well, and they're going to be on the House of Lancaster, which is a variant civ of the English. They use manors and generate resources from those, and do have some unique units. They have the Earl's Guard. Always fun to see those bad boys in action. Now, it looks like we do also have an Abbasid player, so we do have Ventus, another one of our OGs, and he's going to be here rocking the Abbasids. Powerhouse economies, 2 expansions, very cost-effective armies with the military wing. When you get the boot camp and, the bows and just all this stuff, man, your army becomes so crazy late game. And that's what's cool about Abbasid is even when, people do run out of, baseline money, their infantry are 15% more HP than you, and their archers are going to be attacking 33% faster. So their baseline troopers can do very, very well. Mind your manners. Oh, I love it. And then we have the dreaded Abu on the other side. He's going to be playing the Order of the Dragon, which is a very elite Holy Roman Empire variant civ. And is he hiding his ruler in the bushes, or is he just kind of camping out over there? We're going to have to see how this goes. But the battle will soon be on, and blood will be shed, because we are playing Kingslayer mode. What the hell is this? A merchant camp? Can somebody explain to me what this is? Okay, I have not seen what merchant camps are. Oh, and then a Lost Ronin. Dude, controlling player can hire Ronin. A new Ronin becomes available every 120 seconds. Holy shit, points of interest. Okay, this is brand new to me, ladies and gentlemen. So the merchant camp, controlling player gains 15 wood, 15 food, and 15 gold every 60 seconds. Holy shit. And then we have some ruins over here, the Forgotten Ruins. Controlling player may garrison a villager inside the ruins to get 60 stone per minute. After 6 minutes, a relic is excavated and the ruins exhausted. Oh my god, this is so cool. I love this. I assume this is just for FFA. Is this something that actually exists in 1v1 too? And then we have another merchant camp over here. We have a Lost Ronin camp. We've seen those. We have a merchant camp. And let's see if there's any other variants of those. We do have the wolf den. Okay, interesting. So periodically spawns wolves up to a maximum of 5. Can be destroyed to stop wolves from spawning. Grants 150 gold to the player who burns down the den. Okay. And ranked as well on some maps. Oh man, that's cool. All right, merchant camp, wolf den. Forgotten Ruins is going to be generating stone. Another wolf den over here, which is going to be giving you gold. An abandoned post grants line of sight to the controlling player. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like some other, StarCraft, for example. In StarCraft 2, there are the neutral observation posts that either player can control and get a little bit of map vision and all that sort of good stuff. It's just for certain maps. Well, I think it's very fun for FFA. I think that adds a little bit of spice and a little bit of action as well. So I do dig it. All right, so, yep, merchant camps are controlled by a couple of players here. We do see one in the south being controlled. That seems like that's insanely good. Getting, a little bit of a bonus. I mean, 15, 15, 15 after a minute isn't insane or anything, but it's not irrelevant either. Over the course of a long game, that's going to be adding up to a couple extra units and all that sort of good stuff. The Fimble Winter. Yeah, right, the Fimble Winter. That's pretty funny. One sec, guys. Let me just get this. Okay. All right, we're back in business. So, taking a look at the landmarks for all the players, by the way. On the west side of the map, it is going to be the Minework Palace. The Minework Palace, of course, grants you some very, very good upgrades that are going to be relevant for the entire duration of the game. And up in the north, we see whoa, is that a tier 1 expansion? Okay, so there's going to be another town center being built by Dark Hunter Ezra. So immediately, Homeboy is going to be on 2 town centers. Is this some forbidden sauce that Lancaster likes to do? Like the double, yeah. With the Templar. Okay, so he's got 2 TCs already. Very, very nasty. Instead of aging up, of course. Or maybe he did age up. Oh, that's right, because he has the commanderies. Oh, so is Dark Hunter Ezra in H2? He is in H2. Okay, never mind, guys. So I'm brand new to this new Civ, and apparently he has already aged up. Okay, yeah, so he used the commandery. That's why it looked a little bit funky. Okay, that makes sense. Then in the northeast, it is going to be Allied Trex. He's also going to be popping off on 1 town center here, and it looks like getting a blacksmith for the free upgrades. Stable's going to be popping out some Ghazi riders, and he's going to be riding around with his clubs and doing some work. He aged up in Antioch. Yeah. I'm seeing that now. Over to the east, it is going to be the glorious Byzantines. The olive oil, the aqueducts, the legacy of Rome is on full display here as the Grand Winery is going to be the landmark. So the Grand Winery basically just gives you a augment to your olive bushes and berry bushes nearby. So you usually want to build this near your berry bushes, and then when you do that, you're going to be getting additional olive oil, and then you surround it later on with olive farms, and that's really just going to keep things going. Hey, Storm Sinew, thank you for the tenor. Welcome back to AOE. Happy to catch it live. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. Hey, and we got some subscriptions. Puling resubscribing, thank you so much. And Cadians and Noctilus, thank you guys. You guys rock. Let's freaking go. Sorry, I didn't have the Twitch notifications open, but now they're open, I swear. We're good. We got this covered. All right. So, back to business. Let's look at the other landmarks. We do have the Olive Oil Grand Winery, and on the south side here, it is going to be the Aachen Chapel. We got Jesus playing on the old mega speakers up here. So the Pope is going to be sitting up here, and well, not the Pope, but whatever religious figure they're into at this point in history. They're going to be sitting here and dropping some AoE prayers, so all the workers nearby are going to be motivated, and Regnitz Cathedral is on its way out. So super fast age up going to be going down for the Holy Roman Empire, which makes sense. For Captain Miller, his goal is just to get all those relics on the map and, feast like the heathen kings of old. So we're going to see how that all unfurls. Now down here for Bo, what's he going to be doing? We do have the 2TC, and do we have a hidden proxy landmark somewhere? Or is he Knights Templar also? Okay, he's Templar, so he's going to be aging up with the commanderies. Pilgrim destination. Okay, so you can set the pilgrim destination here. Sanctuary going to be activated. Guarantees Sanctuary grant pilgrims 1 additional pilgrim. Okay, cool. So that's how you update that. Down on the south side, it is going to be the Lancaster Castle for our Tier 2 landmark. It is pretty badass looking. And you, of course, do have the option to muster the nobles to the Shire Levy. Going to bring forth the Hobbits of Isengard. or take the Hobbits to Isengard, I suppose, and the exact militia program. Okay. Fun times. And for the Abbasid, what wing are we going to be seeing here? It looks like we are going to be seeing the economic wing. Out of the gates, we do see a second TC coming up and a third TC. So the dreaded triple TC is going to be out here for Ventus. Sacred sites being captured already. And we do see a scholar coming out for Allied. So Allied Trex, of course, or Rahul as he goes by now, is going to be playing Delhi. And Delhi does have the ability to capture landmarks a little bit earlier with some goodness. And yeah, it's fun to see, man. Summoning the Jesus. Yeah, they are channeling the power of the Jesus. Look at all the wolves. The wolves den. Yeah, like it makes these nodes a little bit harder to get, right? You got to battle the wolf pack. Yeah, all right. Yeah, a little scary wolf action. So no violence yet. If I remember correctly, what Ezra likes to do is just like macro super heavy early game, be very, very greedy, and then just get like a steamroller death ball later on and just like take players out one at a time. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes for him. But most players have gone 2 or 3 TC. The Holy Roman Empire, of course, is on 1 base because they want to get their prelates out. And they are going to be building what appears to be a pretty balanced military. We do have 2 barracks and an archery range. They're not going to be going all in on knights. That is probably the old meta. I don't know if that still is the way, but Holy Roman Empire historically would go, in this game, would go a couple stables and just be spamming out knights and different things like that. So that's how they would play. Prelate bringing back the first relic. Second relic is going to be taken. And is Ezra in age 3 yet? Where can I see him aging up? So Sanctuary, survival techniques, wheelbarrow, and what other age up options do we have? Yeah, he's not aging up quite yet. And over here, going to be grabbing some of the wild game. Walls coming up for some players. We do see Abu setting up his walled network, and a very, very nice kind of corner choke position here. If we're looking at Nolosi's base, Nolosi has a pretty sweet base, and setting up the manners. Oh, dude, his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard here. AOE stream. Yeah, Nullset, thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate it, boss. Let's frickin' go. All right, so for Lancaster, let's take a look at some of their upgrades down here. Very fun stuff. So surrounding their freaking castle with manors. And of course, we are going to be dropping food, wood, and increasing the population too. And let's see, so Scudich. The Lord of Lancaster levies attacks on all vassals to fund war efforts. Manors generate 40 gold per minute. Okay, so in the Imperial Age, the manors become very similar to the English farms. Okay, I get that. And the other upgrade they have is the open field system. Advanced in feudal and distribution practices increases the build limit of manors by 3 and their health by 300. Love to see it, man. Very, very neat stuff. All right, so no mortal combat yet. Oh, a little bit of a horseman skirmish out of the map. It does look like Allied Trex. Oh, running down the old pilgrims. So the poor pilgrims, they were trying to get there, but, you know, false promises from the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were like, we're going to promise you. We promise you safe passage to the sacred sites. And then, you know, in before you know it, you're run down by a couple of cavalry. Great times to be a feudal pilgrim, eh? And the relic's going to be guarded. Is Ezra going to do anything? Yeah, he's got more and more pilgrims heading there. And they're probably just going to be intercepted. Now, I don't know if you can actually control the pilgrims or if they just march on their own. That's an interesting one. So the Scholar is waiting and camping on the relic. Allied is going to be going age 3 right now. So we do see the compound of the Defender coming up. Probably my favorite landmark for the Delhi Sultanate is getting just the cheap stone and the cheaper keeps and everything. It's very, very fun. You cannot control them. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, these Ghazi riders are just going to be farming these poor pilgrims. On the other side, we do see a little bit of a skirmish, and it does look like one relic is attempted there. Yeah, tried to be grabbed, but there is going to be a fortress being dropped by Dark Hunter Ezra. So it looked like there was a little bit of farming going down from Abu. The Order of the Dragon was grabbing some resources here, but then Ezra pulled a lot of villagers and drops down a Templar fortress. So the Knights Templar fortress, of course, can be built in the Feudal Age. It's going to be securing a lot of resources as well, right? So we do see the gold vein, the stone outcropping, and the deer camp being secured for Ezra, which is very, very strong. Now, upgrades, we have the Stringald, the Trebuchet emplacement, iron clamps. Iron clamps reinforces the walls, making it a little bit tankier. And okay, so are you guys ready to see Gotham's Reckoning? Because you're about to see it. Nullset, thank you one last time for that donation. Really appreciate it, boss. But this is classic Ezra, just being a villainous bully. Basically, setting up his fortress here. Now he's going to be building stables and droves, so we're going to be seeing 6 stables being pulled out. And what kind of tech is he going to be doing for Tier 3? Where can I see this? Okay, so if we go back to Ezra, it looks like the fortresses. Yeah, we can toggle between the fortresses here, but I guess we're going to have to wait to see what kind of a Tier 3 commandery he's going to be doing for these guys. Now, there's 3 sacred sites on this map. And oh, there's a pilgrim. Okay, so one of the pilgrims did make it there. And what the hell? Oh, veteran Hospitalier Knights. Look at these guys. These are cool as hell. And they have healing too. All right, so we got the Paladins coming out for bow down here. So these are one of the new units available to the Knights Templar. So that's my first time seeing them in action. Looks like they're going to be moving in, looking to maybe attack Captain Miller over here in the Holy Roman Empire. But the Holy Roman Empire stands firm. They do, of course, have men-at-arms with the two-handed weapons upgrade. They got some hardened spearmen. They're not defenseless there. Go to the main town center. Okay. So looking at the main town center, we're going to be peeking here. Probably something I'm missing here. Templar headquarters. Okay. Yeah, that's just their headquarters. More pilgrims heading out, and Ezra is going to be gathering up and preparing to push here in just a minute. And it looks like the knights here are going to be visiting the Lost Ronin. And pretty cool that you can recruit some Ronin, some samurai from here. I think that's quite a bit of fun. All right, so back in the middle, the pilgrims are still on their way, and they just kind of go perpetually. So it's really nice. You kind of get a trading network you don't even really need to think about, which seems pretty good. And yes, it is going to be fertilization coming out, and the Templar Brother! The Brother Captains, expensive cavalry with high damage and melee armor, effective against melee units. All right. So, yeah, Ezra is going to be going for the kill on the Holy Roman Emperor over here. Now, we do see one relic being taken by Abu. He does manage to get it in the tower, but does not have any Springald emplacements, and is looking kind of defenseless right now. I don't know if he's a newer player or what his experience is, but he's about to get punished really, really bad by Ezra. This is the coughing baby versus the nitrogen bomb right here. I feel like we're about to see that in the corner of the map, which is going to be tough. All right, so, yeah, the Brother Knights, the Brother Captains, the Templar Brothers are out, and is Green making any aggression towards the Holy Roman Empire over here? Doesn't look like it. Pilgrims heading to the middle to generate perpetual trade. The Byzantines are just macroing up, getting their olive economy all saturated and ready to go, and it is about to get very, very nasty. Oh, what's up, Pone? Dude, Pone, you can play the Knights Templar in this game now. Yeah, you got some crazy stuff. And also, Pone, this is relevant to you. There's like these little tents on the map where you can hire Lost Ronin. So like the disgraced samurai, you can hire them. Hey, Lothar, thank you for resubscribing. I greatly appreciate you, boss. Thank you so much. All right, so what's going to be going down? We do have the Minework Palace. Do we see Age 3 coming out from Abu? Abu is Age 3, or is going straight to Age 4? Okay. So, yeah, we have the Regnitz Cathedral with one relic so far, and the Palace is Swabia. So fast Imperial Age for Abu. Very risky, though. When Ezra rolls up on him with a bunch of these brother captains, these Templar brothers, it's going to be very, very tough. Yeah, Metal Box is literally Fantasy Space Marines. Although the true Fantasy Space Marine faction is what Abu is playing, the Order of the Dragon. Pretty much, even their villagers have, like, just fat HP. Everything is just very tanky. Or maybe their villagers, did they get changed? Did they have more HP than that? The Gilded Workers? I don't know, but yeah, Abu, you better start building some defenses, homie. It's going to get rough real quick over here. In the meantime, Ventus is building up a massive economy and infrastructure. And it looks like, oh, dude, poor Abu. Everybody wants that booty in the corner. Everybody's gathering. We see the Gulams coming out, Camel Riders, and yeah, everybody's just coming for that bread. Another fortress is going to be set up as the Dark Hunter Ezra is looking to very, very quickly become the Dark Lord. And yeah, there's literally one Gilded Crossbowman. Oh, the relics are being... Oh, no! Put the relic away! Brother Captains! And they're going to get in. And if he did convert all those knights, that would have been pretty big. But, you know, these Templars are strong with faith. They're not going to be taking any of that shit. So this is basically going to be a karate shop right here. We're going to be seeing Gilded Crossbowmen coming out. And, oh, look at that. Even the old Abbasid want a piece of that pickle. And it looks like they're going to be breaking through there. And, yeah, more villagers being produced from the palace. And, of course, I think the best pick would... I mean, the Gilded Crossbowmen are not elite yet. They are Castle Age. They'll do very good damage against these units. Probably upgrading a cannon placement on one of these would be very smart if you had any stone. But overall, Abu is in big, big trouble. Because now another player... And this is a big thing in FFA, right? When you smell blood and you know that somebody's in, somebody's in a little bit of trouble and their ruler is vulnerable, usually people will swarm. So we do see the emergency repairs going down. Crossbows continuing to shoot. Ezra's going to be pouring in the reinforcements as we get more and more Templar brother captains coming out. The Gilded Crossbowman is taken to Pound Town. Do we have conflict anywhere else on the map? Not really. Everybody else is kind of chill. The Byzantines are out here. Ezra really looking to draw first blood. Hey, Wang Erectus, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, boss. Thank you. No, Fast Imperial is incredibly strong, but you definitely need to take some defensive... Like, either scout your neighbors and see what they're doing. Like, if Ezra builds up here, you definitely want to keep tabs. So we do have the trebuchets coming out. And, of course, the Templars can build the trebuchet on top of their fortresses, which is very rad. But I think that the Templar brothers are feeling confident in this war. So confident, as a matter of fact, that they're going to be building a fortress right here, killing some of the Gilded Spearmen that do come out, and then just burning down the town center. Now, why are the Abbasid not coming over? Why are they not moving up? Why are they not helping? Well, not helping, but going for the kill themselves. I obviously cannot see chat as a spectator, but the players are most likely typing to each other, begging for help. It's very, very common, basically. The Templar trebuchets fire 2 projectiles. Oh, he leaves the game! Oh, Boo surrendered, and the king is going to be going to Dark Hunter Ezra. Okay. So the Lord of the Templar has been able to get it, and dude, that's such bread city, because now the Templars are going to be getting 2 relics, most likely. That's rough. That's very rough. So what happens now, Ezra is going to be getting a plus 50 permanent supply increase. So where the other rulers are going to be capped at 50 supply, Ezra is going to be able to go up to an even higher amount. He's going to be able to go up to 250, which is pretty brutal. So every single time you take down an enemy king, it permanently increases your capacity, which is so freaking good. All right, guys. So the Abbasid, seeing their neighbor being karate chopped, probably a little bit nervous. Up in the north, we do have Rahul, allied Trex. Now, this would be a good time for allied to do a little bit of backstabbing, maybe move over and try and take down Ezra while his armies are a little bit damaged, but even still, Ezra's armies are pretty erect still. I mean, he didn't really take much damage at all. Nothing that can't be... I don't think he lost a single unit in that entire fight. Rip to our Bronzodia king. You know, I think Abu is not a Bronzodia player. I just think he was a little bit greedy. Yeah, which is understandable, you know? Greed is good in FFA usually, but if you have Ezra as a neighbor, or, you know, even myself back in the day, I wouldn't be so threatening now. Most of these guys would probably beat me pretty steadily after this. I haven't played in a while, but, yeah, you know, when you have an aggressive neighbor or somebody who has a tendency to be aggressive, you definitely got to watch out. All right, guys, up in the north, what do we have? Delhi Sultanate is not producing a whole lot. Army supply here. Let's look at the military. It is going to be 39 for Ezra at this point, and Rahul is sitting at 39 as well. And now we have Imperial Age. The Palace of the Sultan is here. So Palace of the Sultan is going to be generating perpetual Sultan Tower elephants, which is very, very fun. So these guys are able to do some serious work. All right, Madrasa is coming up to get the Imperial Age tech, and it looks like the Abbasid are coming in to maybe fight the Order, or the brothers, not the Order, the Templars, yes. So the Knights Templar will win this fight for sure. Fighting under the fortresses is going to be a big support. The fortresses are going to be shooting bows perpetually. And there's no spears in this formation. We do have camels and a very unfortunate attack move coming in from Ventus. Ventus actually doesn't issue an attack move, so his units aren't fighting, so he's just going to be getting absolutely crushed here. Very Bronzodia, which is weird. Ventus is usually very solid. Okay, he turns to fight. He does notice he's under attack. And the camels are a good counter against this. Like, if Ventus had a lot of camel riders, he could maybe win this fight. But he's just outnumbered, and he's fighting under 2 keeps, basically, which is going to be bad. He does turn around to fight, and they are elite camel riders versus basic Templar brothers. So the camel riders will be very, very powerful in this fight. We do also see some elite horsemen coming out, and the battle between the Abbasid and the Templars begins. All right. Over in the middle, we do see the Green Templar player Bo securing a little bit of ground with his forward positions as well. And it does look like the brother captains are pushed back. So the Templar brothers are going to be retreating from the camels. Granted, this fight isn't really going to go anywhere. What's going to happen here is, you know, the fortresses are going to fend them off. And will the Abbasid be able to macro an army? If the Abbasid player just spams purely camels, they're going to trade extremely well. So, you know, if I were in this lobby, what I would probably be doing right now is trying to politic against Ezra. Usually when somebody gets an early kill, especially a high-level player, we would want to start politicking, being like, hey, you know, Ezra is a dark wizard right now. He's got supply. He's got this entire corner of the map. He took his opponent's relics. We need to team up. I would probably try and form an alliance with Allied or with Rahul up here and, you know, have a little 2v1 against him. You're going to need something like this. Yeah, there are new factions. Yes, there's 2 of them. All right, so over to the east. Oh my god, dude, we're going straight up to the freaking Olive Garden over here. We're getting some free breadsticks up in this game, dude. Holy shit, look at that. That is a lot of olives. Now, where is his army? Okay, it looks like there is a skirmish. We have the Varangian Guard, some of the most Chad units in the entire game, and some veteran horsemen, mangonels moving up. And there is going to be a mortal combat between Captain Miller and the Byzantine Empire. But the Byzantines, let's look at the score, 5.3 against 4.3. So according to the score metrics, it would appear that slightly stronger Byzantines are the Byzantines age 4. No, Dandy Dragon is still only age 3, but he's got an insane economy. Look at his bank here. You guys got really good food income. 2,300. His olive oil is flowing like the salmon of Capistrano, and they're going good. So in the north, we do see the Knights Templar of Dark Hunter Ezra securing their land, setting up beautiful stone walls everywhere, and making sure that nothing is getting into the lands for free. Also going to be taking the merchant camp here. You know, the one thing about the Knights Templar is normally if a civilization like had this trade post in the corner, it would be a big cause for concern. But Knights Templar do not have trade posts. Rather, they have the pilgrims and the sacred sites. So, yeah, and we do see Ezra trying to secure a safe passage, right? He's building up this keep in the middle of this fortress and trying to provide safe passage to his pilgrims, which is a little bit harried actually by the fortress here. So it feels a little bit tough, but Yep. All is common land. Walls are being built. These walls have not been set up yet. And it looks like the Ambassador are going to be moving to the north. And they're coming in once again with a massive elite camel rider army, which is going to just crush these brother captains in combat. So the elite Templar brothers will lose very decisively. You can see they have 7 attack and 7 armor, or 7 armor and 7 armor. These guys have plus 8 armor right now, which is very savage. And they also get a bonus for his cavalry units. And they mitigate the damage of enemy cav by lowering their damage 20%. It's pretty thick. Alright, so the fortress is going to be under attack here in the middle. Sacred sites are being contested. It does look like a villager is going to be decapping that. Allied has not sounded the horn of war yet, but look at the beautiful Delhi fortress. Yeah, the Delhi bases look really good. Hey, how's it going, man? Adjazal, hope you're doing well. Yeah, man, AOE4, you know, it's back on the menu. I'm actually getting excited. Some of these new civs look pretty fun. I might jump on when my hand's feeling a little bit better in the next few days and play some matches. Right now, my hand is hurting a bit. That's why I'm doing casting, but I do plan on getting into this because it's great fun, man. All right, so massive legion of elite camel riders going to be swarming down the fortress, and the Knights Templar are going to need some more troops. What do they have here? They have the Polish. Are those the Polish cavalry? I think they are. Oh, how do they look? Okay, that's pretty neat. And they got the little top hats on there. So expensive cavalry with high damage and ranged armor. Slows enemy attacks when attacking. Heavy armor, strong versus light infantry. But also saturating them in with your main army. The bludgeoning attacks is pretty good, right? Because it's going to slow the DPS of the enemy units. All right. Very cool to see the Polish cavalry in action. And, oh, look at that. They even have the Polish they have the Polish eagle on the shield. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it. So fortresses here are being besieged. The Knights Templar are under a bit of pressure. The Abbasid dynasty. The Abbasid will usually outmuscle you economy-wise. Like, they can just make more units than you, and their units are pretty good quality. The one thing about the Abbasid, of course, they don't have any, like, infinite gold mechanics or anything super crazy like that. And we do see the elite camel riders moving over there. Fortress is going to be garrisoned. And Ezra is going to be bringing his army over to fight right now. So now he's switching into some crossbowmen and some basic spearmen and different things like that. So, yes. Turin's hands keep shilling Mechabellum. Hey, Shibu, thank you for resubscribing for 6 months. Damn. Thank you for choosing to stand by, finally letting me sub 2 twice. Thank you, Shibu. I appreciate that. All right, any other fights? The Byzantines, are they giving the limp business to anybody? It doesn't look like it. Bit of a standoff down here. Holy Roman Empire looking pretty secure. I mean, they have outposts with relics in them that most likely have cannon and or Springald emplacements, so they're not really going to worry about things too much. Dude, how shitty is it to be these pilgrims? You know, they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna go and pray and do this and then just literally just end it. Look, oh, they even yell run as they're being attacked. Oh, they're just trying to pray to the Lord, dude. Okay, are any of them gonna get their pilgrimage finished? Dude, this is awful, man. The Knights Templar are failing to protect their pilgrims. Hey, T-Rex, thank you for the 100. Holy shit. Crush your enemy, crush your olive, see them squash before you, and hear the lamentation of the oil press. Oh my god, I love that so much. That's so good. So good and tasty, just like these olive oils. All right. So thank you so much, T-Rex. Yes, that is extremely generous, and I really hope you're a rich oil baron somewhere and you don't have to worry about it, because that is extremely generous, boss. All right, and looking in the south, we do see Bo still chilling down here. This is the other Templar player. He's been pretty chill this game, but it looks like he's going to be attacking now. So he's got his veteran archers, bows, of course, in the Castle Age. Going to be trying to besiege Nolosi, but Nolosi's a terrifying foe for sure, and it is going to be Lancaster. So Lancaster is getting all the money from the manors, right? You're going to be getting food and wood per minute, which is really, really good, and they do not have the upgrade for the farms. Rather, their manors are going to be generating that. Okay. So where's the main bulk of the army? I'm looking for the Lancaster army. Lancaster has their spearmen. They have their archers down here as well. And that is that. Okay. Up in the north, big mortal combat. It's going to be the Templar fighting against the Abbasid. It looks like the Abbasid did lose that fight. The diversified army portfolio here of the Templar is starting to pay dividends, as we do see the elite spearmen coming out. And they look really, really cool too. But the spearmen are going to push back this army, and now I think the Abbasid are going to have to switch up their army composition because they're going to get massacred here by these spearmen. When they get in, the camels are going to get dragged down. They have the brother captains and the Szlachta Cav, which I believe is how you say that. I'm probably mangling it, but I should ask my wife, but she's in Poland right now. But, yeah, that is the Knights Templar getting big work done, and the Abbasid probably getting a little bit nervous. We have trade caravans coming in, so they're unique to the Abbasid dynasty. Oh, traders generate gold by traveling. Okay, so these are a unique Abbasid unit. All right. We're learning slowly but surely, getting our mojo back. Now, the olive oil champion, the Lord of Olive Garden, Dandy Dragon, is going to be heading in and getting ready to steamroll his opponent, the Holy Roman Empire in the south. And the Holy Roman Empire doesn't seem to have much of an army, or if they did, they lost the battle in open field and we didn't miss that. But I do think the King of the Olives is going to be able to break through, which is going to be nice. He's going to get the Regnant's Cathedral with some relics, and relics here, relics here. Wow, this player has so many relics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics here for our Holy Roman champion. He's trying to muster an army, and using veteran horsemen to try and run down the artillery is really good. Mangonels are a huge problem. But the Varangian Guard and the Crossbowmen going to be a pretty good army composition here. Going to be able to bash these guys back. Horsemen, of course, are good against range units and artillery, but against other pieces, not going to be so good. And Holy Roman Empire, there is their army. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, where the hell is their army? It must have been over in the middle of the map somewhere. But down here, it looks like Bo's landmark was defeated. So Bo, of course, is our green player. So, he lost a fortress. Okay, that's what triggered that message. Holy Roman Empire has a thick doom stack, though. Captain Miller's army is fat. And he's going to be flanking around the back of the army, and we're going to be seeing a big pit fight here. Honestly, the Holy Romans with a little bit of micro should be able to get on top of the artillery and blitz them with some units back here. And they need to give a proper attack move. It looks like they're sending their entire army after the artillery, and there they go. There's the attack move right there. And we do see the artillery starting to fold up. The Varangian Guards looking real cool in their sword and board profile. But they're going to be basically smashed in the face here by the elite men-at-arms, who of course do have the bonus for his heavy. And we'll be able to drag down those units. So the Holy Roman Empire able to push back the Lord of the Olive Oil. And what is Dark Hunter Ezra up to on the other side? In the meantime, this war is going to continue for a while. I think Dandy and Captain Miller seem pretty evenly matched. Whenever one of them advances on the other one, it seems that they do run into a bit of a stalemate here. Ezra just doing his pilgrimage. You know, he's got his villagers doing the pilgrim action and taking control of the middle of the map. So he's trying to just secure all the sacred sites. There is going to be another Templar fortress going to be going down here while the pilgrims continue going. So Abbasid now get camel traders, which are faster but give less gold. All right, interesting. Good to know. Good to know. Over here, the Abbasid able to steal the merchant camp, which is a very small victory, and a lot of idle villagers there. Could be Wolo load if you want to. And the bottom, Nolosi is slowly pushing in and getting into Bo's base. So the Templar brothers are in trouble. House Lancaster and their elite yeomen, however the hell you say that, making some progress in. The Bows are mowing down a lot of units, and we do see the battering rams actually starting to destroy some buildings. But does he have enough to really continue the siege? He's got a lot of AFK units back here. Definitely needs to consolidate his units and get the reinforcement pathing a little bit better. Like, these units should just be joined up with this army, and you should just be farming the forces of Bo. Looking at Bo's economy, he's very broken, actually. So I think that he's pretty dead. Yeah, and it looks like Nolosi's been doing a little bit of raiding down there. Wolo lowing neutral villagers no longer works. Okay, interesting. You can't do that anymore. All right, today we learned. So the Hobilars cutting through these units. The yeomen going to be moving in, trebuchets. And then we have the Elite Earl's Guard. Oh, look how cool these guys are. Some big old armor going down there. The House Unified, so gains +1 damage for every active keep, a maximum +4, and a dagger throw ability. So these guys are like, dude, they're like ninjas, man. They're throwing the daggers. All right, I'd love to see that. Yep, so Bo's going to be cooked. The question is, who's going to get the king? Is it going to be Nolosi? Would be pretty strong for House Lancaster. Oh, the king is running. He's making a run for it. Is Nolosi paying attention? Dude, this king's got wheels, future Olympian. Look at him, he even looked back as he was being chased. And he's going to be scurrying over to the fortress here as the Templar do bash down the main town center. And we do see the Forever War going down, but big trade going down. We do see the trade caravans for the Abbasid. So Ezra allowing the Abbasid dynasty to get some beautiful trading over there. Yep, town center is soon to be crushed, and the Byzantines and the Holy Roman Empire continue their forever conflict. So the Nesta B is doing some work, but the Holy Roman meat in the front line, those meaty Giga Chad elite men-at-arms, seem to be winning a lot of the engagements versus the Varangian Guard. On top of that, we do have crossbows and a nice home field advantage with the Elsbach Palace. But yeah, I mean, you know, the home field advantage is pretty big. But the relics up in these landmarks is really, really huge. They give the keeps a lot of defenses. So this one is going to be getting 25% armor. And on top of that, the Elsbach aura is also going to be giving a big damage reduction to that as well. So even stalemate fight, and this is always a feel-bad feeling in FFA games. When you get in a forever war with somebody, a stalemate, and you can't kill each other, it's like, you know, other people are getting ahead and you're kind of falling behind, right? So Nolosi should have gotten the population cap increase, unless somebody came in and ninja'd that. I don't think that's the case. So Nolosi able to get the job done. The Hobilars and the Yeomen doing a very, very fine job down there. So yeah, that is going to be a little victory there for House Lancaster. And now 2 players have been eliminated. So we have lost Abu and Bo, but still many, many strong players do still remain in this game. And the Templar Empire looking pretty strong over here. Lots of barracks, lots of good production. Fortresses going to make them pretty stalwart. And Allied Treks, you know, the problem with turtling and playing really, really defensive is you know, you're going to fall behind in terms of killing enemy rulers. You know, you're gonna fall a little bit behind there. We do see the Byzantines gathering to push again. Holy Roman Empires are probably, it's like pushing an undead base on Warcraft 3. Definitely one of the hardest civilizations to push if they have relics and an Elsback. It's like their defenses and they have automatic repairs on their buildings. You could use the emergency repairs, which is freaking brutal, and their buildings are just tankier. It's like, it's so freaking rough. It is so freaking rough. It was fun, although I didn't expect much as a plat player. Well, you played well. Well played to you. You put up a good fight, Bo, and happy to have you in the game, my friend. All right. So yeah, now's the calm before the storm. It seems like everybody's just kind of chilling out. The Abbasid are securing their trade route, which is a very good idea. So setting up the walls up here in the north, they're going to be securing the trade, getting all that goodness going here. A lot of sweet trade caravans. It's only generating 31 gold. Where are they trading to? Let me check here real quick. Hold on. So we're going to check. Yeah, it's about as far as they can go. I mean, you could go here, but that's as good as the trade's going to get for now. Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get, ladies and gentlemen. So who's going to attack who next is the question. Like, where is the next blood going to be drawn? We do see a potential sandwich situation as the Yeomen and the Hobilars are gathering outside of the Holy Roman Empire's base. The Byzantines, it seems like Dandy Dragon has a pretty big hate boner for Captain Miller down here. He just wants to go in and try and finish him off. He's been sending waves and waves of armies down there to try and stop him. The empty monastery's looking a little bit sad over here. So it looks like the Byzantines didn't really get any relics. Of course, Byzantines can generate free, good quality units with olive oil, so that's always very, very nice. You pay your troops in olive oil, so... I mean, olive oil has some nutrition properties, right? It's got to have a little bit. Yeah, it's got to have a little bit here. All right, gathering up. Nest of Bees, Elite Horsemen. The whole army is on its way down. And the Holy Romans... Oh, this is a really rough timing for him. We do see the House Lancaster trying to set up a keep here, and there's going to be a big fight going down. Men-at-arms, hand cannoneers, classic Holy Roman units, but it looks like the keep is going to be finished. The villagers are pouring in to try and get that done. And the Holy Roman Empire probably wins this particular fight, but the problem is they're going to get softened up and lose a fair amount of units. And then Dandy Dragon on the other side with the Rage Boner is going to be pouring in and looking to, take some ground. So the Holy Roman Empire does defeat House Lancaster down here. Their elite yeomen going to be probably defeated, but immediately he's going to have to retreat and try and salvage what army he can. So he loses the resources here, which is very, very tough. He's going to have to rely on just his relics for income because he's very trapped in his base. And yeah, Dandy Dragon's knocking on heaven's door right here. So he's knocking on the walls, and he is getting in there, and he's going to be pressuring this base. Now, where is the Holy Roman Emperor? Where is the ruler hiding? He's hiding in the Elsbeck Palace, which is very far forward, but it is the most durable building he has. So there is that to consider. There is that indeed. Up on the top side, we do have the next fight that's going to be taking place. It's going to be Allied Trex facing off against Dark Hunter Ezra. But remember, Ezra has 250 supply. So if you look at Ezra's supply, he can max out at 250, whereas Allied is going to be way, way less. Rahul can only max out at 200. So his army is just going to be smaller in general, which is why he probably should have moved out of his base earlier and tried to kill somebody with some bunch of his elephants, Very, very tough stuff. But, on the bright side for Allied is he is going to have the home field advantage, so his army will have the defender's advantage here, and it is going to be Ezra who's going to be the one having to knock on heaven's door. Also, another issue for Allied, though, is his gold. He doesn't have a source of infinite gold right now, aside from what he's mining on the map, so, when that goes dry, he's got this node up here. That's pretty much it. And Ezra, of course, has his pilgrimage, so he's got the middle of the map, and he's got sacred sites secured. So his pilgrimage is going pretty hard. They're praying hard to the Jesus. Look at the trebuchet emplacement. Oh, that's so sick. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at the trebuchet emplacement. How cool is that? Shooting so far. Man, oh, man. All right, so down here in this combat, we do see, once again, he's trying to take down the... I don't know when he's going to learn this lesson, old man, but trying to take down the Holy Roman Empires on equal footing and equally skilled opponent is going to be very, very tough. He's still gathering, though. He's trying to win a war of attrition. Captain Miller, though, only has his relic income. Dandy Dragon's economy is a little bit better. He's got a lot more food, a lot more wood. His gold income, though, is a little bit stifled, but he can make up for it with his olive oil economy if he wants to. So, all right, guys. Who do you guys think is going to win this? What do all you folks think is going to be the last Civ standing? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So the walls of Allied Trex have been destroyed, and he's preparing his Helm's Deep. The Forever War begins. Allied probably going to need to politic with the Abbasid and do some politics here, man. He's going to need to call in a little bit of help. I think one-on-one with Ezra, who has a bigger army, it's going to be incredibly tough. And we do have the Polish cavalry also assisting. They'll be pretty good against the elephants, right? Lowering their DPS or their attack speed by 20%, so I don't hate that. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea. In the middle, another sacred site going to be taken by the monk of the Templar Knights. And over to the east, the Forever War continues. The Holy Roman Empire with their horsemen, their hand cannoneers, and a culverin as well look to be clashing. So we are going to have a big fight right here. Horsemen going to be pulling back. Hand cannoneers going to be unleashing a hellish salvo, but both sides have good quality units. Horsemen going to be coming around the flank, but they're going to be intercepted by the horsemen of Dandy Dragon. But immediately those horsemen going to be diving for the artillery pieces, going to get some work done there, as both sides just fight a brutal war of attrition. The horsemen do get into the backfield, take down the nest of bees, take down the cannons, and the artillery of the Holy Roman Empire kind of non-existent, but it looks like the HRE is going to be able to get some progress, and they do push back the Byzantines once again. So the Byzantines being folded up in another fight. That was kind of an equal fight in an open field, right? If they wanted to, if Captain Miller had the tools, he could actually continue pushing right now, and Dandy Dragon could be sent back to the pits. That is for sure. I mean, I don't think he would kill him, but you could definitely take a little bit of ground, maybe force him back. You know, I don't know. We'll have to see. But that was a pretty decisive victory for the Holy Roman Empire over there. Ezra, in the meantime, setting up his siege warfare, so he's got all of his trebuchets, and he's going to be slow pushing the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate still getting some gold out on the map, but they're going to run out quickly. And what are the Abbasid doing? Probably getting ready to backstab Ezra, I would imagine. On the south side, Nolosi with beautiful map control. You can see Nolosi has this entire bottom portion of the map. So House Lancaster is feasting well. And does he have the upgrade? Yeah, so these manors are generating 40 gold a minute. 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. Okay, so that's a pretty good amount of gold. It's very similar to like having a couple relics. Not bad at all. So the Holy Roman Empire continues its siege, and it looks like now they have their culverins blasting down the walls, and culverins have been reworked. I believe they're just like regular siege equipment now. And the artillery rework, definitely very strange to me. I mean, I don't know how people feel about it, but I kind of liked the old artillery system a little bit, but you know, it's just because I'm old and crusty and don't like learning new things. But yep, these guys are going to continue battling it out, and the Forever War continues. Ezra just slow sieging here, not even really looking to push that hard. His pilgrimage, very successful. The pilgrims are rubbing their hands together and getting straight up blessed by Jesus up in this game. Over in the east, Captain Miller just hanging out, you know, Forever War, like I said. I wonder if he's going to be trying to get any peace with Dandy. Like, there's no easy kills on the board anymore. There's no players who are really behind. Like, everybody is entrenched and pretty strong. A couple advantages do lie on the table. Nolosi, of course, has 250 army supply. And looking at Ezra, he's got 250 as well. So these are the two players that you should probably be... politicking against these guys, I would wager. They're going to be the biggest problems that you're going to be running into in this game as we do approach the 40-minute mark in this glorious match. Down on the south side, nothing crazy going down here. Just keeps and the Windguard Palace, the Windmore Palace. Setting up walls, making sure that the ruler is safe. So we do have Henry of Grossmont back here. So he, of course, is going to be the ruler of House Lancaster. The king, I suppose. I'm not really sure what his historical title was, but you know, we'll go from there. And the Byzantines are actually going to be doing a keep push. So when you see a lot of villagers pulled like this, that typically is a sign that you're going to be dropping some keeps in your opponent's face. Byzantines do have a really janky way of getting a lot of stone. They can spam build buildings like marketplaces and generate stone from it like progressively over time, but it takes a long time to get going. Hey, Gotinia, love your videos on YouTube. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Yeah, and we are streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, so whatever your guys' preferred platform is, you can find us there. All right. So, artillery gathering, Chersiphones, those are the flamethrower pieces. There's no way you crack this because the armies are of equal strength. Ezra besieging the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi has like 5,000 keeps in their base. You literally look everywhere and there's keeps. So, I mean, the Allied has always kind of played like this. He's always been a bit of a turtle, like a porcupine. You know, he kind of makes these Helm's Deeps of bases. He used to just spam men-at-arms and attack you with those. That was his forbidden strategy in the days of old, but times have changed. So blasting down the Stonewall Gates. So Ezra now under attack from the other side. We do see the Sultanate coming out. So the Abbasids going to be attacking the Templars in the north. But, you know, if you stand alone, Ezra will be able to defeat this army, for sure. He's just straight up has a bigger army. But, yeah, the politics are in effect. Okay, guys, there is some politicking going on. Ezra is going to be getting 2v1. So the elephants are on their way out. And the Abbasids and the Delhi Sultanate are going to be teaming up against the Knights Templar. Now, Ezra will be able to hold for quite some time, but if these players keep the perpetual pressure on, it's going to be very tough for him to hold over the course of a long fight. Is he going to be stealing relics from the monastery? Actually going to be burning down the monastery. That's surely going to piss off the Templars, I would imagine. A couple of hand cannoneers going to be hanging out back here, and we do see the monastery getting taken down, while the Elephant Legion is going to be pushing through in the north. And yep, we do see the Stonewall Gatehouse getting pushed, and on the south side, the Sultanate is or the dynasty, excuse me, making a little bit of progress. But Ezra's army is very, very strong. But Ezra's going to have to figure out how to take somebody out here, that's for sure. Yeah, he's going to have to just make an all-in. Like, he's not going to be able to fight a 2v1 forever, so he's going to have to come up with some cunning tactics to win this war. Otherwise, he's just going to be dragged down. The elephants and of Allied, and then, of course, the dynasty warriors here, Ventus. The camel legions will be a lot to handle, and honestly, a pretty good fight. I mean, both sides taking heavy casualties. Ezra does have the bigger army, but the elite Templar brothers going to be dragged down by the camel riders. But we do see a hold from Ezra. But now the elephants are in the cookie jar, right? On the top side of the base, the town center is going to be getting taken down by the siege elephants. Nolosi, very, very chill, just hanging out in the south, trying to maybe consider a wonder victory. And wow, wait, hold on a sec. Okay, no, I thought maybe the flamethrowers were making some progress, but the Holy Romans were able to dispatch the Byzantines again. So, play-by-play updates on the map. The Elephant Legion farming a lot of units. Remember, these are Sultan elephants. You should probably run at this point when the army returns, and you're going to want to wait for the Abbasids to attack again. You need to attack at the same time. Ezra does have really good defensive capabilities with the trebuchets and, yeah, obviously these fortresses if he wants to. Is he going to do the trebuchet emplacements? I don't know how good those actually are at, like, defending your base. Hard to say. But the entire elephant army does get taken down by the Genoese crossbowmen. Very, very cool flavor on those. That's awesome. So what do they do? Cranikins. Crossbows are able to load stronger bolts that have plus 0.5 range and plus 2 damage. Badass. No, there are kings. There are kings in this game. Yeah, there are absolutely kings. So Ezra is being attacked on two fronts. He's being harried and harassed, but his economy... Ezra has the best economy in the game. 22,000, 15,000 gold. In the words of Captain America, he can do this all day. 100%. Over to the east, the war continues, the forever war between these two Chads. The Byzantines have probably run out of natural gold, is my only concern for them. So yeah, oh my god, the Byzantines are getting no gold! And that means the Holy Roman Empire might be able to muscle them down, because the Holy Romans are getting 900 gold per minute from their relics. So the Byzantines are just going to have to fight the relics with the olive oil. But overall, if these guys are equally skilled, then this should be a victory for Captain Miller. Now, I'm not saying immediately, but over the course of the next 30 minutes, I think that the Holy Roman Empire would defeat the Byzantines here most likely. Yeah, 100%. Hey, Chocolate Milk, thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate that. All right, on the south side, Nolosi just Netflix and chilling and basically taking ground. House Lancaster knows how to chill. You know, they're taking it easy. They're grabbing ground where they can, enjoying their best life, and yeah, no complaints there from these bad boys, right? No complaints. The Elite Knight's going to be heading up to the north, and it does look like we're finally starting to see the back of the Byzantine Empire break. They do, of course, have their keeps and some decent defensive networks, but overall, like, villagers are going to start dying for Danny Dragon. And this is what happens, you know, with a Civ with infinite gold versus Civ that does not have either... Like, basically, Dandy needed to get trade online or something. And now, of course, me saying that, easier said than done, right? But really, I don't even know where there's, like, accessible trading for him on the map. Trade post, yeah, a little bit hard to tell. It's honestly looking tough. But the Holy Roman Empire, the war machine is moving in, and the Byzantines are under heavy, heavy pressure here. Ezra, in the meantime, is just kind of, you know, holding 2v1. He's battling Rahul up here in the north. But the Genoese crossbowmen, I love that. That's so freaking cool. Now, do we have any folks who know history very well? The Genoese crossbowmen were mercenary. Well, I mean, they were obviously, but they were hired by the Byzantine Empire when Constantinople was under siege, right? They were like some of the defenders. Yeah, I can't quite remember. I remember watching a documentary on that, and the name sounds familiar. Yeah, not sure. But kings are being pinged. Captain Miller's looking for the king here as the fall of Constantinople once again. The Byzantines are going to be meeting their end at the hands of the Holy Roman Empire, as just the economy of the Holy Roman Empire is able to push them back. The olive oil not able to keep pace with the Penta Relic that we did see. Dandy Dragon could fight a little bit longer. Maybe fight a little bit longer, but overall I think it's going to be very, very tough. Nightwish says it's correct. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Pretty much everybody hired them? Got it. Okay, so it wasn't just those guys. So if you're the Holy Roman Empire, you got to keep the pressure on. You got to try and break the back of Dandy Dragon here. Dandy Dragon has no food either. Oof. Yeah, his food economy is really, really low. I mean, his keep is doing well, but he's hemorrhaging villagers. These beautiful aqueducts are going to fall to ruin, and that is most likely going to be it for him. It's going to take a minute for him to be killed, but it will be another player going down here in this match. Ezra looking very villainous. I bet you Ezra is sitting there with a full rage boner. Oh, look at the mangonels! Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. He's just bonking those guys on the head, and he's going to be pulling back. I mean, I think Allied will straight up die to Ezra's armies. The brother captains, the Templars. Yeah, the Genoese crossbowmen seem very good. Yeah, so they're like your replacement for handgunner units, since the Templar brothers cannot build, they can't build those, yeah. All right, Holy Roman Empire surging forth. We see a couple Haggard spearmen defending the Byzantine Empire, and they're going to be cut down. And yep, the bashing continues. The Culverin's going to be shooting into the keep here, should be able to finish that off. You could also start disconnecting the aqueduct system. It's usually not a bad idea if you could disconnect it. It'll massively tank the economy. That's been enjoying the benefits of being hydrated and being very, very comfortable there. And keeps going down, and soon the town center is going to be falling, and that is going to be the end of Danny Dragon. Now, normally in FFA games, you want to fight to the bitter end. It's not a bad idea, because it gives you the opportunity to maybe get some help from somebody else on the map. Maybe somebody else sees the benefit of saving you, or happens to just randomly attack your opponent. Right now, we do actually see the Holy Romans looking for the ruler, and it is going to be Basil II. So, yeah, they see it. They see him on the wall, but do they have any range units? They do not. So they're actually not going to be able to get him, which is really, really funny. All right, elsewhere on the map, do we see Mortal Kombat? We do see the armies of Lancaster torching the walls of the Abbasid. So it does look like there could be a conflict between the Abbasid and House Lancaster. We're going to have to see. Oh, look at the king up here. Look at him. Oh, dude, if there was like one archer. He has no archers in this army. That's so freaking funny. And look, he's trying to get the Culverins back there to help out, but just homie straight up has no archers. It's hilarious. At this point, I think you just destroy the base. Just finish off Danny Dragon's base so we can't fight back anymore. Leave a couple units back here camping the gatehouse to make sure he doesn't escape, and you live your best life, you know. But Mortal Wombat is upon us once again, as Nolosi is going to be moving out, and they are going to be heading into the lands of Ventus. So does Ventus have an army to stand and fight him? We do see some of the elite horsemen coming out to fight, and is it going to be an attempted Lord Snipe? Nolosi looks to be getting into the backfield here. Where's the ruler of the Abbasid dynasty? I'm not sure where he is right now. Age 3, so they are in the full effect of the Golden Age. One of the keeps does go down to the trebuchets in the back, so the Lancaster trebuchets getting the job done. And it looks like a second keep could fall here. But the Ghulams and the hand cannoneers and the main army is going to be returning from its northern adventures, and it should be able to squash this Lancaster army. The Lancaster army is very strong. The Earl's Guard are pretty beast mode units from what I've seen so far. Very, very good fighters, but numbers are numbers, and they're just going to lose this fight. All right, so 1 TC is going to be going down here, and we do see, I love that Basil is just hiding up on the walls. He's like, you're not going to get this. Up in the top, Ezra has overwhelmed the forces of Rahul. I'm so used to calling him by his old name here, but I'm going to try my best. I struggle with that in every game. When I know a player from a community and they play with that name for like 3 years and then they change their name, it takes me a couple months to get it back, but we'll get it eventually. So, all right. Counterweight trebuchets going to be shooting into the keeps down here, and we do have the Mangonels pressuring the Mangonels of Allied, going to be hunted down by the elite Templar brothers, and it does look like Delhi is going to be probably getting folded up here and being defeated. In the meantime, how does this fight look? Oh, we have is that the field hospital where they're healing by the town centers? I think so. Yeah, really, really nice. The medical center, super, super good, getting that big AoE healing on the entire army. Talk about Value City. But Lancaster wants blood. They're going to be moving up, and no mercy will be had on either side. Landmarks being destroyed for the Byzantines, so that is going to be a town center destroyed, and they still have their foreign engineering company. The Cistern has been defeated as well, and it looks like Basil's going to be hiding in the corner of the map. So somebody will get him eventually. It's going to only be a matter of time. Basically, what needs to happen here is you need to defeat Dandy and then just use your ability to scout where his king is. Although I don't know if you could do that if the player's eliminated. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so Foreign Engineering Company is down for the count, and Dandy Dragon has been eliminated by Captain Miller. Captain Miller, the Holy Roman Emperor himself, marches on. But is he going to get the benefit of it? He needs to find Basil II. The very salty hiding of the king in the corner. I love it. Let the salt flow. Yeah, he remembers vaguely which direction he was, but he's going to need some artillery to get to him. So at this point, Captain Miller's just going to be looking for Danny Dragon's ruler here. It's going to take a minute to find him, but I'm sure he will in due time. And he will get that. All right, down here, the battle rages on. A huge war between House Lancaster and the Abbasids. In the front, the Rebalquin's going to be doing some really nice AoE damage cannons, and the Yeomen putting in some nice firepower. Now, a good way to tell who's going to win these conflicts is usually to look at the economies. So Ventus has a pretty disgusting food and wood economy. He can do this for a long time. Nolosi, though, in the exact same boat. And Nolosi has 820 gold passive per minute, whereas Ventus has about 400. So very even, but overall maybe a slight favor for Lancaster. in terms of the economy, and now diving into the secondary, the elite knights trying to find some villagers. But the battle was won largely due to the artillery. The Revolquins were able to put a lot of supporting fire down, whereas the armies of the Abbasid were not quite able to do, match that power, really. Oh shit, he destroyed both of his landmarks! Oh no, or did he just AFK or quit? Wait, was this one already destroyed? Oh no! Dude, he's done! Oh man, so that's rough. So now you just need to find the Sultan, wherever the hell he is. He's probably lurking back here. So, okay, so the population increase does end up going to Captain Miller. So we have a couple pretty strong players on the board now, guys. Nolosi is going to be at 300 army supply. We're going to have 250 for Captain Miller. And then Ezra is going to be over here cackling at potentially 300 as well if he's able to defeat Allied. We're going to have to see how that goes. Okay, I didn't see on the other side that this was defeated. I didn't see. Yeah, I did not see that. I understand House Lancaster for the yellow player. Yeah, he's House Lancaster. It's one of the new variant civilizations in the game. You can see they have like manors and they have a Lancaster castle. It's a new civ. Yeah, it's like it's a variant of the English. And then the Knights Templar are more of like the unique, like they're their own unique civ more or less. Yeah, they're not like, they don't seem like a variant to me, but I could be wrong. Okay, so big battle in the north. Rahul trying to fight back against Dark Hunter Ezra and is being forced back. The brother captains of the Templars with their Genoese crossbowmen mercenaries really able to push these bad boys back. And we do see the town center being folded up here as the Mangonel shots. Oh, big shots right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Nostrix, thank you for subscribing with the old Prime. They're supposed to be a French variant? Okay. So the Knights Templar are a French variant? Really? They don't seem to have a lot in common with the French. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that. But in terms of like how they play, I mean, I guess they do have the elite knights, which is very French, so yeah. But that's it. I mean, Allied is cooked. He's basically just going to be scrapping and begging for help from across the map, and I don't think anybody's going to come and give it to him. Did Nolosi find the ruler? Did he find the ruler of this civ? I don't know if he did get the population cap increase. I actually don't know where he is. Looking around the map, I'm trying to see if I can find anything. But what's going to be really cracked for Nolosi is having cross-map trade. So if you utilize his trade post in the corner, yeah, he's already doing it. Look at that. Nolosi knows. Yeah, setting up the markets. We have a trade post here and then a trade post down here. That is going to be freaking brutal economy. And normally in the Kingslayer mode, people don't go for wonders as much. But yeah, I think that there could be an opportunity here for wonder. With only 3 players left, Rahul is defeated. Shout out to our boy Allied doing the Delhi Sultanate proud, but he was defeated here this day by Dark Hunter Ezra's Templar army. Yeah, the Templars are no joke. They seem pretty strong, but the remaining civilizations, the Holy Roman Empire, we do have the Templar Knights over here, and then on the south side we have House Lancaster. 3 very strong players left. Miller, definitely very solid. Nolosi sitting at 23,000 score. I don't even know how that's possible. And Ezra is going to be sitting at 18,000. So yeah, the cross-map trade's going to be really gross once that gets online. Lancaster, in the meantime, is going to be cleaning out whatever they can, getting rid of some of the buildings, opening up space for their own infrastructure, and that is going to be that. Nolosi did get the plus 50 already. It popped up on the side. Okay, I must have missed that. Thank you so much. So Nolosi is going to be sitting at the plus 50, right? Oh, yeah, so Nolosi at 300 right now. And do we see any wonders on the horizon? Let's look at the current resources for all the players. Does anybody have a lot of stone? Ezra is banking stone, it looks like. So I think Ezra is going to go for a wonder. I wouldn't be... but Ezra's base isn't really, like, conducive to a wonder. Like, he has, like, a center position, which can be flanked. I wonder how he's going to do this. Man, the fact that the Templar Knights can use their fortresses as landmarks is so cracked for wonder play, right? Because, like, they have to kill your wonder. If you just build a fortress behind your freaking wonder, then you're safe. You're good to go, right? Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Now down here, the elite men-at-arms, so the army of the Holy Roman Empire are going to be gathering outside of Ezra's base. But the army of Ezra probably going to be countered pretty hard by the Genoese crossbowmen. They do have the plus 10 bonus versus melee infantry, so all these men-at-arms are going to have a really terrible time versus these guys. And yeah, looking really cool for sure. I dig those guys. Sacred Site going to be taken. There are now 3 players left in the game. Who do you guys think is going to win? Who are you rooting for? Who is your champion in this first Duel of Fates? I am quite curious to see what you guys think. Stonewall Gatehouse going to be getting bashed down. Holy Roman Empire with their triple culverins. Culverins, by the way, are just like regular cannons now. They're not. It's not like they used to be where they were like anti-artillery. So the Genoese crossbowmen going to be defending the walls, driving back the Holy Roman Empire, and maybe they'll take a fight in open field. We'll have to see. Culverin's point-blank shots, pretty classic stuff. Horsemen going to be trying to flank on top of the crossbowmen and get on them, but there are plenty of spearmen and elite men-at-arms over there. And yeah, it'll be a bloody fight. Both sides are going to take heavy casualties, but with the home field advantage, Ezra should be Netflix and chilling. I think that he is going to be A-okay. Oh my god, look at this. This is pure filth. Oh my god, Nolosi getting 218 gold on some of these, 203 on the other ones, brutal stuff. The Holy Roman Empire does actually push back the armies of Ezra, but Ezra, I think, should have an economy that can handle this. Oh shit, no, his gold is really low. Oh my god, Ezra might actually lose this. That's right, because without the pilgrims, if he loses map control in the middle and he can't have his pilgrimages, then he's going to be hurting bad. He does have relics, of course. Do we have tithe barns? Yeah, we do. So there are going to be some relics in play. Culverin's going to be shooting those down. And the fact that he is kind of out of gold, or low on gold, I do dare say, is a really, really big problem. But the question is there going to be any pressure on him? Nolosi is just cackling in the corner, 100%. And is Nolosi buying stone is the question. We haven't seen stone bought sitting at 1,400. I'm going to keep tabs on this for a hot minute. And it does look like the Genoese crossbowmen and the elite Templar brothers were able to force back the Holy Roman Empire. But yeah, Captain Miller's looking pretty menacing too. He's actually going for the kill too. He wants to finish off Ezra, setting up this massive military infrastructure in the middle of the map, which is a big sign of aggression. I hope Ezra remembered the market tech. Oh, is there a tech where they can actually trade, or because from what I read in the tooltip, the Knights Templar cannot build traders. Rather, they have to use their pilgrims to make money. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. You guys have to let me know. All right, so pulling back are the Knights Templar, the elite Genoese, and the Templar brothers hanging out. And Nolosi, I mean, I bet you Ezra is politicking right now. He's always been a bit of a politicking lad. Probably saying, like, look, Homeboy probably has cross-map trade. He's being left to his own devices. Captain Miller, though, seems to have a bit of a hate boner for him. So I think he's going to be moving. They loan food and get gold gradually. Oh, okay. So the Templars can loan food and get gold over time. That's an interesting mechanic. So Ezra's gold is pretty rough. 200 per minute, but 6,000 stone. So Ezra's for sure going for a wonder victory. On the backside, it looks like there's some random attacks. We have some scouts from Ezra looking in the base. He's trying to get a lay of the land right now and see what's going on over here. You guys see this trade post, by the way? Look at this shit. What? Oh my god. It's a trade post completely walled in by trees. That's so friggin' funny. I feels pretty bad for Captain Miller. You know, the little oasis market. Yeah, you gotta work for this one. You can trade. Hey, Templar Knight, thank you for being a member for 38 months, brother. I appreciate that. It's funny. All right, in the middle of the Holy Roman Empire, they have the Launch Neck. The Launch Neck will absolutely crush the front line of the Templars. And that is going to be a karate chop on those bad boys. In the meantime, like, yeah, Yellow, like, why do you even need to fight? Just gather 1,000,000 gold and just cackle with that cross-map trade. Did he delete the trade? Where did all his traders go? What the hell? So Lancaster, where are the traders? Are they taking a weird trade route or something? He had cross-map trade and then it's gone now. Did he delete it to politic? Or is Nolosi trying to get a bigger army? Is that what it is? Okay, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Hate boners are underrated, a way to maintain your health. Yeah, you gotta let the hate boners flow through you. Pilgrims being run down feels bad. That's so much gold lost. Each of those pilgrims basically drops off 130 gold here, so it's very, very lucrative if you can keep them online, it would seem. Yeah, so Nolosi must have deleted the traders. Looks like there's an attempted rebuild on those, but the army's a little bit too big, so they're not quite able to get that merchant camp generating some resources. And it is going to be a battle for the middle. The Templars obviously want to secure their goodies. They want to secure the sacred sites, so they're going to be able to get their pilgrims going. But the Launch Neck just crushed the front line. The elite, what are those units? Oh, the elite sergeant. I have never seen that before. That's cool. They have like throwing axes. But dude, crushing victory, man. This HRE army is an absolute steamroller. Using the horsemen to dive the range units in the back, and the Launch Neck and spears are going to be a nice little front line. The Land Snakes, yes, the Land Snakes have returned. But can they crack and break the back here? It looks like that was just a vanguard force for Ezra, and now the brother captains, the elite Templar brothers, going to be heading up and looking to protect some of the pilgrims, and we'll see if they can. Yeah, backstab attempt coming in. It does look like they are going to be 2v1ing Ezra. Ezra's reputation does precede him a little bit. You know, he does have a villainous reputation, you know, for being a schemer and being very good, more importantly. So, going to be tough for him. And it looks like Ezra is going to go for he's going for a king kill. Yeah, that's why he was scouting. So where is the king of the Holy Roman Empire? Is he in a walled situation? He's in the Elsbeth. There's no way. You're not going to get that. Yeah, Ezra going to cheese the enemy ruler. That's pretty funny. So Nolosi is going to be moving forth, bringing some trebuchets to bear. Very, very bad timing for Ezra. He is not going to have much to defend at home. He's got some Genoese mercenaries. But overall, yeah, these Cav are not going to be able to get the Elves back down. With all those defenses surrounded by keeps and burning oil and relics and automated repairs, yeah, good luck. This is a classic Ezra tactic, though. Going to be going for the cheese on the enemy lord here and seeing if you could drag them down. So here they come, the Polish cavalry. Very, very cool to see them in action. The elite horseman going to be diving, but he's in for a rude awakening once he realizes how hard that is to kill. In the front, the elite knights of House Lancaster, the yeomen, and some hand cannoneers going to be cruising up, a lot of artillery, and here goes the attempt. So you guys ready to see this? Probably not going to work out too well. Immediately getting cooked by the burning oil. He needs to get a full surround right here, and he is going to get the full surround, and the Henry IV currently sitting in there, but where's he going? Yeah, is he going to go for it? Okay, he starts torching it, but look at the damage it's taking. It does not give a shit. Oh my god, dude. That is so little damage. This is like the Holy Roman. If this was any other civilization, they would have a dead king right now. But the Holy Romans, the Elsbach is insanely durable, and you put a relic in it. Huge armor, and just a colossal failure here as he loses pretty much his entire army. Oh man, that is tough, guys. That is very, very tough. Look at it, he didn't even get it down to 5,000 HP, and the homie didn't even use the emergency repair. In the north, Ezra's base is being attacked. It does look like Nolosi is going to be coming for that bread, and Ezra is going to be trying to defend. Yeah, the HRE is very Chad. I love seeing the old civs still be able to hang and do well, right? So advancing up, the Holy Roman Empire going to be heading towards the base here, and I would imagine that they are going to jump in on the dogpiling on Ezra. Yeah, Nolosi's got a thick House Lancaster army. There's a lot of counterweight trebuchets coming out. We do see the elite knights getting into the base. Ezra is pretty rich, though. He's got a good economy right now, or at least he did. His gold income leaves a little bit to be desired, but he did secure some middle ground. And now there needs to be a follow-up, because if they keep trickling in and fighting one at a time, they're not going to make a ton of progress against Ezra. He's an extremely good player, a very, very good defender as well. And there's no reinforcements for this army coming in from Nolosi, right? What you see is what you got here. A little bit of flanking around the side, the yeomen trying to protect against the elite horsemen, and the Holy Roman Empire now going to be setting up shop, bashing through the walls, and the good times do begin. Mangonel's being targeted by the elite knights. It looks like a couple of those bad boys are going to go down. Ezra is sending in waves and waves of units, the human waves tactics. The Holy Roman Empire, the problem is for Ezra is they have forward infrastructure, so they're going to be able to gather, but it's going to take a while for Nolosi to muster another army to attack into Ezra's lands. Currently, Ezra's military is going to be sitting at 80, Nolosi is going to be sitting at 178, and he is trickling reinforcements across, so it does look like they've had a non-aggression pact between House Lancaster and the Holy Roman Empire to take down the Templar Knights. They want their treasures, apparently, so battering rams on the way in, going to start battering what they can. Barracks and infrastructure are taking some L's. And now Ezra's going to be able to turn and defend here. Ezra probably knows that he needs to go for a wonder to win this, and he only has 5,000 stone, though, 5,800, so not going to work out super well. Battering rams taking down one of the monasteries, which is going to diminish quite a bit, and fighting into Ezra's entrenched building positions with mangonels is going to be a recipe for disaster. You don't want any of that smoke. I would probably just pull back at this point and wait for the other player to attack here as well and help you out. Although, I mean, they're getting in. The land snakes are doing good, but you can see the mangonels are going to do quite a bit of damage against these horsemen. The horsemen of Captain Miller are going to be diving into the backfield looking to attack the economy, which is a brilliant idea. You know, 10,000 food might sound like a lot, but you can run out before you know it. And the Holy Roman Empire is going to be pulling back, while on the other side, we do see House Lancaster gathering its forces here, preparing for another push. So the aggression will come. Horsemen with a little bit of backfield raiding against the Knights Templar, and the villagers are going to be forced into their hovels here, as the horsemen continue to encircle and just cause havoc and troll, basically. And the relics are now being brought deeper into the Empire, which is smart. I think having the relics like in the back of the base would be way more prudent, and I assume that Ezra will do that. So towers being set up, and it looks like yellow is gathering in their masses. Here they come. A little bit of Black Sabbath, always fun. And he's just destroying some random stone walls here. Ezra has lost a couple fortresses in the middle, which means his pilgrimage is going to be offline, and yellow might accidentally clash with his ally here, as those forces are going to be meeting here. Horsemen raiding in the back being very annoying. Ezra chasing with whatever he can. Farmer's going to be getting back here in just a moment. And now a little bit of a skirmish here. We do see some horsemen come out from Ezra who destroys the siege equipment, or at least destroyed a siege equipment. Here comes the Rebalquins, very, very nasty pieces. as the army of teal going to be gathering and getting ready to move in. So we are going to be seeing the barracks in the front maybe being torched. And is yellow coordinating with him? It seems like their coordination isn't great. You know, it seems like their coordination isn't the best. No cross-map trade coming in from Lancaster, which is interesting. Although, no, okay, it looks like they are trading, but maybe just not cross-map into the corner. We'll have to see. And now teal is bum rushing, which is really risky. I really hate this. This is not the way. He's rushing the artillery, trying to get to the king, because the Bertrand de Blanchefort is basically hanging out in this fortress right here. But the Holy Romans are just going to get massacred here by the Genoese archers. And the way to defeat like a turtling Ezra is a battering ram spam. You basically just get a big army and get a lot of battering rams, and you just push down the pipe here. Yeah, there's going to be another match. Absolutely. We're going to do at least 2 games today, maybe even 3. On the south side, oh, dude, this is like the scene in Braveheart when the Highland general guys betray William Wallace. You know, pulling back. Yeah, that's pretty treasonous, isn't it? A little treacherous, I do dare say. The politics are evolving here in this game, and now. Here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Captain Miller, you need an army to support this, though. You can't just have battering rams. So, like, battering rams and horsemen would be very good, because basically Ezra's just spamming archers in siege. So if you just mass horsemen with the battering rams, you're going to be able to roll over him. Dude, look at the treachery from Nolosi, though. Nolosi must be prepping Wanderer? No, only has 500 stone. I have no idea what's going on here. Why is Nolosi forsaking this? This is a huge win for Nolosi. If Ezra is killed, then that's a massive backstab opportunity. Because, you know, you just help with Ezra, and then you got a simple one-on-one with Lancaster and trade. Like, those are your best chances of winning this game. Leaving a Dark Lord like Ezra alive is always a dangerous gambit. All right. So the battling continues as the Rams move in, but, like, moving in the Rams unsupported is very, very Bronzodia. You're going to kill a couple buildings for, like, what, like 5,000 wood? Maybe even more. Battering rams are expensive. They're 300 a pop unless they've got changed. I mean, he kills a couple of the buildings, but yeah, Ezra doesn't care about this at all. So sacred sites are going to be captured by the Holy Roman Empire. Is he going for a sacred victory? No freaking way. No, because this one's controlled by the Lancaster down here. Now, is he going to backstab Lancaster is the question. Ezra is sitting at a pretty decent amount of bank still. He does lose a couple of houses, but really 15,000 food. Still some decent gold, getting 1,300 per minute, not too bad. Yeah, I wonder why Nolosi stopped helping. I for sure would have taken advantage of that alliance. It's not easy to get a good quality alliance in Age of Empires 4. Usually people betray you or backstab you. I mean, obviously, at some point they will. But yeah, that seemed like a steady alliance between those two. And Ezra was on the brink of dying, you know, if they had just kept pushing. But now they're going to let him breathe a little bit. And Ezra is going to be back in the game, 100%. All right. So on the south side, Nolosi getting the fat trade. Pilgrims can no longer travel to the selected sacred site? Oh, it's because it's been taken by another player. Okay. And yeah, the backstabbing and the betrayal. All right. So we do have an attack coming in from Captain Miller, and it does look like maybe he's thinking about doing a little bit of sacred site action. He very well could be. Fortress going to be getting dropped by Dark Hunter Ezra in the middle to try and secure this. And an attempted sacred victory. That's what this looks like to me. There's no way in hell, though, you're going to hold sacred against these players. There's a 0% chance. Against Ezra and against Nolosi, both of whom have, like, doom stacks that are bigger than yours, because currently Captain Miller's supply is only 250, and Ezra, I think, is 300. Yeah, and then Nolosi's 300 supply as well, so very, very tough. Yeah, there's a lot of politics in this, for sure, in the FFA games, which I think is what makes it fun. An alliance based on hatred can never last. More pilgrims trying to get to the middle. They're like, oh no, it's so sad. Poor pilgrims just getting massacred nonstop. Jeez Louise. But the Holy Roman Empire does manage to butcher down the keep and is going to be trying to clear out this infrastructure here. Obviously, thinking about a sacred victory. Oh, that's cool. Look at the flags waving on the top there. Oh, in the treasure chest, you guys see that? The little gold chest there? It's a fun little touch. Is Ezra going to be saving up stone again? He had to spend a little bit of stone, but he's not going too hard in the paint on stone. He's a little bit too poor right now, so... Yeah, now it looks like Lancaster and the Holy Roman Empire are going to be going at it. These 3-man games can go quite some time. I know. They really need to give us in-game chat when you're spectating. That would be so freaking nice. I'm surprised they haven't done that. Yeah, there must have been some politics. Ezra must have been squealing, you know, for help or something. I have no idea. He must have used some cunning politics to get out of this one. Being like, I'm not the threat. You know, that is a good idea. Like, you know, Ezra could have been like, look, the English are trading cross-map. I'm pinned in my base with no gold. Like, he is the real threat. So I suspect there was some politicking like that. Ezra probably with some cunning tricks. All right, keep is rebuilt here, and it looks like the sacred site is going to be taken back by this monk right here. And looking around the map, we now have a very big comm. And it's going to be kind of a wonder stalemate here for now. Looking at Captain Miller's economy, it's all right. He's got a lot of food, a lot of wood. Gold income is, passive 1100. I mean, that's pretty sweet. And nobody's really, like, super banked up on gold. The Jedi are taking over. Yeah, exactly. A lot of trebuchets coming out. And now it looks like Ezra may have formed an alliance with the House Lancaster. Maybe they married off some family member to the other side. Classic historical diplomacy. We do not know what lies beyond the veil. Do we have any in-game correspondence? Anybody who was in the game that died, that remained in the game, that can tell us what's being said? I'd be genuinely curious to see. But the trebuchets have moved up, and the Holy Roman Empire is now potentially in a situation where they're going to get 2v1'd. We'll have to see. We will have to see. The Trebs moving downtown, maybe going to be going after the keep right here, setting up shop. They do fire the double shots, so they, I don't know if it just equates to double damage. I'm not sure. Wow, look at this. So Ezra trying to secure his sacred site here. He wants it. He wants it. Dark whispers and sweet promises were made. Yeah, I suspect you're right. So pilgrims being butchered on the way, and Ezra is trying to set up a bunch of fortresses here because he wants the income from the sacred site. So he has like a safe spot for his pilgrims to go. Truly a man of the people, making sure his pilgrims are safe and everything is comfortable. So Teal gathering up a huge Holy Roman army in the middle. We do see the three-way battle continuing as the elite spearmen. They look really cool. They kind of look like even like a fancier unit. Yeah. Genoese crossbowmen, also very, very cool. Seem like one of the better unique units if you ask me. But the fortresses are coming down for the Knights Templar, and here the keep is going to be getting karate chopped. What is Yellow going to be? Is Yellow going to go backstab Ezra's base? Dude, this would be the weirdest politics. This would be the weirdest politics, right? Like you make peace with him and then you backstab him. Looks like he's going to be trying to take this fortress, which is going to give Ezra full vision. And then Ezra immediately is like, are you actually at war with me still? Weird. Yeah, I will try Tempest Rising at some point. I for sure will. Yeah. I don't know when. Maybe I'll give it a try tonight off stream, and then I'll see if I like it. Yeah, before we stream it, because I only like stream games that I actually enjoy. Okay. Fortresses are up, and Sacred Site's going to be taken. The Templars have their... Oh my... Are they actually backstabbing Ezra again? Look at this unholy legion of men-at-arms. Where's Ezra's ruler hiding, by the way? I don't know where he is. He must be here. Yeah, there he is. So there's Bertrand. And it does look like they're backstabbing Ezra again. I'm in the game, Miller trying to politic, and that's it. Okay, Dandy, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So it's all quiet, and just like that, they're going after Ezra again. Wowza. On the top side, the Holy Romans are going to be bashing in with 1,000,000 men-at-arms. To kill the Templars, it's so funny. You'd have to take down all their fortresses. That's so much. And why are they retreating? I mean, oh, that's why. Mangonels are still super obnoxious. Oh my god, Mangonels are such filth. Oh my god, look at that damage. Jeez Louise. And the Holy Roman Empire being a little bit slow in the draw, while their allies are getting massacred in the south by Ezra's freaking artillery doomstack. I've always hated artillery doomstacks in Age of Empires. It's been one of my least favorite things. Like when just like somebody masses like 50 artillery pieces in a blob and it just instantly kills things. Yeah, I mean, understandably, it's very expensive to do that. So Ezra had to pay a big price for this, but yeah, it always seemed a little bit troll to me. Now, why are these guys not rushing in? They can do so much damage. Oh, why are they not rushing in, dude? That was your window? Yes, Ivan, I will. Yeah. How many men have to die for undecided leaders? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, so he's chilling out. Sacred sites have been captured by Ezra, and the pilgrims are going to be heading over here. 130 gold each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's actually a lot of gold. It's pretty substantial. That is no joke. And what's cool is they just automatically spawn from your town center, right? So you don't have to go too hard on that. We're fighting out here as House Lancaster pushes, and the Templar Knights holding on reasonably well. A couple of battering rams have gotten into the base, but nothing serious. Ezra's dreaded Mangonel Death Star is going to be pulling back. And the horsemen of the archers ready to screen out the army. This army is very unga-bunga. It's going to get racked in a choke point. In open field, it might have a chance of zerging this army, but with any sort of a choke point, it's going to have a bad time. So Yellow going to be moving across, and Ezra is going to be rebuilding his walls here. Men-at-Arms going to be trying to take some of these villagers to the club, and some of the villagers do get taken to the club, but overall should be fine. It looks fine for the Holy Roman Empire here until the Mangonels get there. When the Mangonels, like, look how disgusting this blob is. When you see those mangonels, you need to just sprint past your opponent. Just run into the base, start kiting them into the corners, just being obnoxious, those type of things, right? Like trying to fight that blob head up is just basically not, yeah, you're just gonna die. This is gonna be way too much damage. Yeah, currently the only player who has 250 supply, I believe, is Captain Miller, the Holy Roman Empire player. And yeah, he's moving in. Is he just gonna A-move now? Okay, he is doing some damage. I mean, it's a very ineffective trade, like a pretty awful trade, actually. But like, he is killing some of Ezra's army. In the meantime, Yellow gathering outside, not able to get in there and do the work. Yep, the front line, the Genoese archers are taken down, and some of the villagers are being taken to Pound Town over here, you can see. And the men-at-arms able to break through the front lines despite the mangonel fire, and they will kill a couple mangoes here. So it will bring the army down of Ezra quite a bit, but Ezra's bank is very nice. It's very, very nice. Sacred Site Pilgrim still going. Pilgrim's being intercepted. Yellow trying to find a way into the base, and Ezra just holding easily. He's just holding these guys back. If Ezra had built a freaking wonder, he probably would have won the game by now. Men-at-Arms bashing up top. Going to be engaging versus the Templar Men-at-Arms. Obviously does favor the HRE ones, but they are outnumbered, so they're going to end up losing that fight there. On the southwest side, the battle rages on as more and more Pilgrims are slaughtered. And the Culverin going to be blasting down the walls, but Ezra is just going to be waiting, and it's going to be tough. Hey, Yaku, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I don't know who's going to win this, honestly. It seems like... have you ever watched, like, a couple untrained people fight before? You know, you notice how, like, the fights will go very long because they don't know how to, like, finish each other off. Now, these guys are all high-level players. I'm pretty sure Nolosi is, like, Diamond or Conqueror, and Ezra is Conqueror as well. I don't know about Captain Miller, but... it just feels like one of those situations where they're really struggling. Oh, God! Oh, this entire army for frickin' for Mangonel. So he's trying to envelop it. He does have the correct army composition, but it looks like he's just going to ride into the base and do some raiding. Nope, he actually turns and fights. But so many units going down here. And, yeah, I mean, Ezra's losing units. You know, wood eventually will run out too, right? Is it going to be one of those games where, like, the wood straight up needs to run out for the game to actually end? I don't know. Holy Roman Empire is going to be moving up to the north, and we do see the forward infrastructure being developed by the HRE. Men-at-Arms spam is definitely not the best tech against Ezra's army composition, which is literally crossbows and frickin' mangonels. Not going to feel super good. Yeah, Mango's doing a lot of work. On the defense, they're very good, too. Like, if the Mangoes were forced to, like, move out into, it's the equivalent of Street Beef's MMA? Dude, some of those videos are wild. I don't know, yeah, the Street Beef stuff. You know, to me, it's almost more interesting to watch, like, two untrained people fight than professional fighters. Not always. Like, watching the peak of professional martial arts is very fun, but there is a unique charm to watching untrained people fight, you know? Like, it's just wild as hell, you know? It takes you back to the frickin', it takes you back to the 90s, you know? That was what was so fun about 90s MMA, is like, it was like, this guy's a karate fighter, and this guy's a street fighter, and this guy does wrestling. Yeah. So there is a charm to that, for sure. All right, so those guys bash down. Ezra is basically having to defend a wonder without even having a wonder. And his mangonel brick is just going back and forth. I mean, he could use the iron bladder tactics, which is my forbidden technique that I coined, which is you play so long that your opponents have to use the bathroom, and you just you know, you hold it, and they have to go AFK, and then you just win the game off the precipice of that, right? It's like watching a kids league. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, for sure, 7. It makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. All right, up in the top, continuing to bash down old Ezra, and we are going to be seeing a fortress being taken down here, so we'll pay the troll toll. Increase the gold generation of monasteries and sacred sites and pilgrims within 20%. Oh, treasure towers. Okay. So I didn't know about that mechanic. Increases gold generation of monasteries, so relics, sacred sites, and pilgrims by 20%. That's badass. So does it stack? If you put like 5 fortresses near a sacred site, is that 20% going to be stacking, or is it just the one static 20% buff? Does anybody know? Anybody have any idea? Yeah, I'm curious about that. So Ezra loses a fortress on the periphery. In the meantime, his base is being besieged. We do have the Culverins of House Lancaster shooting away. Nolosi probably has the best economy, I would wager, if I had to guess. Yeah, 37,000 food, 9,000 gold. Nobody's really buying stone, so it doesn't look like anybody's going for a wonder. Ezra is literally playing World War I trench warfare simulator. He's like setting up layers and layers of towers and walls and barricades, and the poor pilgrim's just getting massacred. Yeah, that's tough. And that's a big army getting into his base. Ezra is turtling up here, but like if you just attack where he's not and just start destroying all these buildings, that's going to weaken him because he's going to not be able to rebuild his armies. So at this point, destroying infrastructure uncontested is the proper way to do this. Diving into the frickin' fortresses and the town centers here is a big misplay in my opinion. Just destroy all this. This is all free real estate. Take down these buildings. And then, you know, when his armies die, he's not going to be able to rebuild archers and shit. Yeah, so he's doing that now. Good, good. So Nolosi is on it. We do see the Revolcans moving up and the Culverins, and there is actually forward towers being built there, it looks like. Knights are getting in, a lot of villagers, and if Teal attacks at the same time, Ezra's dead right now. He would be very, very set behind. We do see more villagers being massacred here. Ezra's economy is down to 48 villagers, guys. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And over here, we do find this. We do see the monasteries being found by House Lancaster. So that's going to be torching that, and the infrastructure is being defeated. Ezra is holding on like an absolute Giga Chad with his siege blob, but I don't know if that's going to be enough because he's just not going to have any economy soon. Rebuilding his armies, having relics potentially stolen, it's going to be tough, and yeah, the infrastructure being destroyed is 100% the play. So yeah, destroy all this. This is all good real estate. Destroy the houses, destroy all that. Ezra doesn't really have the means to push out. He has to play defensively, so yeah, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. So moving back in are the Elite Knights, and yellow is going to keep the reinforcements coming in like the Salmon of Capistrano. And up in the north, it does look like the Holy Roman Empire has gotten into the cookie jar. Now, where are those archers going to go? Or not archers, excuse me, horsemen. Some of them are going to go. Nice spread formation there, and maybe some of the siege equipment will die. There are spearmen in the mix, though. And now the attack is on as the horsemen are going to be getting into the siege equipment. We do see some siege equipment getting folded up. A lot of villagers dying over here. Ezra currently going to be sitting at 32 economy, and yeah, this is what needs to be done. Destroying the infrastructure will keep him from rebuilding. And the Siege Death Star is really, really tough to crack when it's sitting under a bunch of freaking keeps and within a base because you're basically in a choke point. Why would you not kill all these villagers? Where's the killer instinct? Go get these guys. You need to drain the economy. Otherwise, he's just going to be able to keep rebuilding. You know, I mean, even still, he's only got 18 villagers. There you go. All right. So he sent some units over there, and Ezra's Death Star is looking pretty bleak right now. So his entire base is being pounded. In the middle, getting a couple trebuchets to take this out would be very, very strong too. Because you could defeat Ezra by destroying his town center and these fortresses as well. That would get the job done. Wait, what? What happened? What? Captain Miller left? Wait, what? What happened to him? Did he disconnect? Oh man, okay, Ezra might actually win this now. I don't know if he disconnected. Dude, I'm telling you, the Iron Bladder, he might have had to go to the bathroom. It's been an hour and a half. Oh, dude, why did he leave? Did he get his buildings destroyed? I don't think so. Oh no, he crashed. All right, well, computer losses are a thing. You know, you gotta get your PC system in check if you want to play with the big dogs. Okay, and now we have a very interesting one-on-one fight. It's going to be Nolosi versus Dark Country Ezra. That's 100% a crash. That feels bad. I feel bad for him. It is what it is. A lot of artillery being taken down. I think that Nolosi probably still going to be able to clutch this. His PC was getting involved in politics. That's right. Ezra's Death Star of artillery doing work, but his base is in freaking shambles. And Ezra's economy is going to be draining really, really fast. As long as Nolosi keeps the pressure on, he just wins this game. It's only a matter of time. Because literally you have no economy. Ezra's got a little bit of food going. His wood is going to be drained. He's got no gold. Here we have some artillery retreating on the far side. More knights on the way in. And is he going to destroy these keeps? Hard to say. War units are on the way over, but Nolosi should be able to clutch this game out. We basically now just have a 1v1 match, which is going to be fun. Revolquins are on their way over, and yeah, you could go kill the king, actually, of Captain Miller. You can go take his ruler out. So knights are attacking into the fortress Helm's Deep in the middle, and they're going to die, most likely. The Revolquins going to be battling the Genoese crossbowmen, but they are being kited by Ezra. Very, very good control here. Oh, man. Yeah, Miller, are you in chat, dude? Tell us what's going on. He could have taken an AFK to use the restroom. I don't know. Sometimes it calls, man. So a lot of units trickling in on the top side. We do see Nolosi with some good raiding. A lot of villagers are being massacred here. Currently going to be sitting at 33 supply is Ezra. Houses are blocked. He's supply blocked right now. He actually can't make more units. So that feels bad. And it does look like, oh, Lancaster tried to build their own monastery back here for the relics. Miller gave up. Are you sure, Dandy? Man, he was looking pretty good. No way. No way he gave up. He was looking really strong, like he could totally win the game. It must have been a disconnect. All right, so the raiding continues. Ezra definitely got to get into these farms right now. It's a huge mistake. Like, raid the farms, cut the food off. You know, that's pretty much the only thing that's going to keep him going and keep him able to produce units. Outside, Nolosi is still raiding with a lot of knights. Just keep the aggression going here. So they're going to be on their way in, and we see a lot of spears are on the way. Knights and Genoese crossbowmen will basically counter this army composition. Definitely get into the food lines if you can. Like, this needs to all be shut down. That can't be allowed to happen. You know, as somebody who has played a million grindy Age of Empires games, I know I haven't played in a while, but like, that's how you end these conflicts. It's not grinding your armies together. You know, it's not. Only 2 on wood right now, very, very rough, and 300 gold. So Ezra basically can't really produce anything except like scouts at this point. So as he loses units, it's going to be incredibly tough to replace them. I don't know if Nolosi knows this, obviously, because he doesn't have the perspective we have, but would Wonderplay be out of line? At this point, I mean, Nolosi could probably just build a Wonder. No, it doesn't have any stone. Nope. The Elite Knights able to run over the front line there, and up in the top, we do see a little bit of raiding and harrying going down, but these spearmen are able to chase him down. Nolosi literally has 56,000 wood. That is so obscene, because you have to remember House Lancaster gets freaking wood from their manors, so they're getting 45 wood per minute, and I don't know how many manors they have, actually. Let's see, is it 9? So 9, yeah, that's actually a lot. Wow, okay, so like several hundred wood a minute. That's what she said. The Knights pouring in, and the armies of the very troll artillery blob armies are going to be running out of steam here soon. Ezra, his military is 210, but that's pretty much all tied up here in the Mangonels. Yeah, you gotta harry the other parts of the base that are being undefended. The Mangonels can only fight you under here, right? So fighting them in their terms is just a huge disaster. Just go torch all this. Do this. Oh, so Miller said, at least I wasn't boring, and then left. So yeah. Oh, dude, why did he leave? They were about to kill Ezra and have an epic 1v1. Oh, the Wololo. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, he almost got it, but the Hobelards were able to get out of there. Just torch all these houses down. You got to do some evil shit to win these battles, you know. Over in the middle, there's a random archer just going after that. Nolosi's going to keep the pressure on. Ezra's artillery Death Star is still going. Ezra currently has 12 on wood now. Yes, yes, get in there, Nolosi. That is how you do it. That is how you end the game. Oh, so he actually left the match. That's so disappointing. It was actually getting very epic. Granted, this is still going to be an excellent ending. Perfect. This is how you beat Ezra here. You can't beat him head on with his Siege Death Star, but Siege Death Stars are weak against mobility play and harassing on multiple fronts, right? So he loses more villagers. A lot more are going to be going down here, and now the wood line is going to be discovered by Nolosi. And Nolosi just keeps the frontal pressure on with like a partial army. What would be really, really strong would be to set up siege infrastructure here, so set up like 5 or 6 siege workshops. That is one thing Nolosi is not doing super well, is setting up siege infrastructure. Like, setting up frontal infrastructure, this game would end a lot quicker. When you have to run across the map with all your reinforcements, it's going to take ages. So where are these guys going? They're retreating away. Ezra does have his fortress situation, and it does look like Ezra is doing a little bit of weird raiding down here with some horsemen, which is funny. The keeps down here, destroying those fortresses and taking away the sacred site would be nice. That would also cut some gold off. But yeah, you need your own artillery to beat the Mangonels. Mangonels can be defeated pretty easily by cannons and culverins and things like that. With good micro, you can just snipe them one at a time and basically just win the game. Miller, brother, why'd you leave? You were in a position to win this. You were doing so good. You guys were like literally a minute away from killing Ezra. Yeah. It's a damn shame. Damn shame, brother. All right. So Yemen have arrived. Forward infrastructure for Nolosi would be very, very good. Ezra, of course, could still rat his way back in this game. It's stranger things have happened, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Okay. Oh, dude, you were fine. You had a fully functional economy. You could have even gotten cross-map trade going. Could have set up some trade across the map. There was so much you could have done. All right. So trying to snipe the culverins, very, very good play there from Ezra. Brilliant stuff here from Nolosi, doing split pushing with the Hoblars. What do they actually do, by the way? Hill training. Training and rugged terrain increases their charge damage and production speed by 100%. Oh shit, so you could just like spam those guys out all freaking day. Yeah, dual pronged raiding from Nolosi, very good. Beautiful. I'm loving this. Just killing these houses and this infrastructure is gonna set Ezra back so badly. Oh shit, did Ezra get the king kill? He did! Ezra came down here and got the kill on the king of the player who left. Oh man, that actually could cost Nolosi in the long run. We're gonna have to see. Culverins need to be going after the mangoes, just methodically targeting them down, because they're gonna be too expensive to rebuild. We do see a lot of dual pushed raiding here, a lot of villagers going down. Currently 28 economy here. Army supply is 143, so everything is getting lower and lower as Nolosi needs to individually micro these things and get them sniping the bad boys. You know, you can see a shot going down. Whoa, low active here as the horsemen do come across the flank and get a little bit of work done up on the top. Definitely burning down this town center wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, get all these knights and cook that town center while pressuring here. That'd be very, very strong. And is Nolosi going to be building forward infrastructure? Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. All right, pulling back here are the knights. They have retreated. The army here looking pretty raggedy. Ezra's army's down to 120 supply, so it has been losing quite a bit of supply. The knights need to stick on these farms. You can't let them just keep farming. Ezra would be starved. He wouldn't be able to build a single unit if he just kept a couple units up there. He would just be basically dead in the water. But alas, no forward infrastructure for the English or the Lancaster. I suppose here, relics being kept in the middle, and where the trebuchets going to go? Are they going to move up north? We'll find out. He's got his farms back online here. Lost a lot. We do see a little bit of a raiding presence on the outside. Yeomen are here. Oh, man. Hey, Turin, it's not your birthday. I don't believe you anymore, dude, Hills. You trick me every time. I've been duped for the last time. Yeah, start killing the town centers, too, would keep him from rebuilding. Hobilars have crazy good charge and ranged armor, great archer killers. Yeah, good raiders, too, it seems like. Being able to produce them super quickly. Couple pilgrims moving out. We see the Wolo Lows in the middle, chilling, and the Mangonel's going to come about face as we are going to see one artillery piece die. Potentially another one going down here, and that is going to be several more artillery pieces. And now the raiding in the back continues. So there they go. Villagers are getting it, and of course the spearmen will do well, but do they have the numbers to fight against these elite knights? Knights are very, very heavy metal. So no forward infrastructure yet for Nolosi. Nolosi is buying stone? Nope, Nolosi is just straight up planning to go for the kill. Unfortunately, running past Ezra's entrenchments here have been costing a lot of units. A lot of those guys have been going down, and the knights do get dispatched there finally. Ezra able to get it done. Yeah, this game is definitely Nolosi's to win, or to lose. Like, Nolosi should win this game, like 90%. Setting up a little sacred site capture in the middle would be good. Also get a little bit of extra income coming out for the boys. Yes, yes! That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Dark Age Rush is hosting the next one. They messaged me before anybody else did. So, yeah. We're gonna try and get all new players in, like a new set of players who weren't in the first one. Yeah, so correct. We want to give more people a chance to play, but if it doesn't fill up, then we can get people from the previous round in. Correct. Hey, Kello, what's going on? Welcome. Yeah, we dual stream on YouTube and Twitch now. So we do both. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Great song, by the way. That was a Montel Jordan, I think, sings that one. Yeah, torching down the town center here for Nolosi is a good play. Continuing to harry these workers over here on the flank. And then, you know, what you do is as soon as your opponent rolls up with the artillery Death Star, you just run away. Pull them back, go camp over here, and then when he leaves, you come back and do the exact same thing. You're going to see a lot of villagers getting harried here and pushed down. Currently, the economy for Nolosi fully functional, and it is going to be 48 supply for Ezra. So he has been able to rebuild his economy despite some of the harassing. And yeah, trebuchets, culverins. You could even set up your own keeps here if you want to, like Lancaster fortresses here, and just kind of sit and cackle. A little bit of horseman raiding is always good for the soul. Definitely not bad. I don't believe it's Hill's birthday. You guys he tries that shit every time. I actually believed it a couple times too, and then he's like, it's not actually my birthday. Ever since then, the trust has been, the betrayal, you know. The betrayal ran too deep. It ran too deep. We definitely don't want to let him get those pilgrims. Camping a couple of elite knights here is good, so the pilgrims are not going to make it. And yeah, just mass out artillery, forward infrastructure. That's how you do it. That's how you frickin' do it, man. And more cross-map trade would also be quite strong. Let's see what the economy looks like. Yeah, he's pretty much maxed out, but he's getting 1,500 gold a minute, which is honestly enough to secure this. Yeah, thank you, Nim. I appreciate that, man. Well, welcome to the party. Yeah, we do both, so whatever you guys prefer. All right. Gathering are the legions of House Lancasters. We approach an hour and a half in this game. This is actually a very long game, considering it is a King of the Hill, or not a King of the Hill, but a Kingslayer game. I think for the next lobby, by the way, we're going to do an actual King of the Hill map, which is going to be fun. The Yeoman Archers have gathered, but they're going to get bullied by the Mangonels. Definitely just sniping some of the fortresses real quick would be quite good. Oh God, it feels so bad. One Mangonel is down for the count, and oh, look at the volley fire. That's cool. Wait, does that do splash damage? The targeted area. Oh, the Yeomen have like a splash attack? That's sick. That's super cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, they're able to do like a big barrage fire thing. So the artillery of Ezra getting bashed down. He is rebuilding it, though. Currently, his military supply is dwindling. Nolosi going to be gathering up here and building more and more artillery, so here they come. Hey, right on, Neb. Well, I'm glad to hear it. The King's, what if I donate an Applebee's card? Would that restore trust? It could be a step in the right direction, but you don't donate it to me. We would donate it to we could have an Applebee's tournament. Like the winner of the Age of Empires FFA tournament gets an Applebee's gift card. And sorry if you're European, you just have to save it for when you travel to the United States and enjoy our finest culinary cuisine. All right. So pulling back here. Yeah, Wenda, that's funny. It's actually almost my birthday. We're getting close. It's the meme. The meme will soon become a reality. Yeah, economy's looking rough for Ezra. I mean, looking rough. He can't win. He can't do this forever. Nolosi in the middle, by the way, should grab the sacred site and put one or two trebuchets to just knock down all those fortresses. That's like a big win condition. Because here's the thing: like if Ezra loses those middle fortresses, although he probably has some around the map, yeah, he does most likely. Dude, he's setting up economy. Ezra might actually be able to win this. He's actually setting up some split economy in the northwest side of the map, and he found a gold vein too, which is going to be absolutely brutal. Dude, we got to find a way to get Applebee's to sponsor us here. Does anybody here work at corporate Applebee's? Okay, a lot of cav coming in. Definitely need some spearmen to defend this. Just gonna let the elite Templar brothers get you, but a lot of the artillery is being taken down by Nolosi's forces. Knight's getting in, doing a little bit of flanking damage, but culverins are not cheap. Losing all those culverins is rough. Need to get those units up to protect him. And yeah, Ezra continues to fight. Like, Ezra is a pretty solid Conqueror player in 1v1, so if he could, there's a way he could scrap back from this. There is a way. I don't know about Nolosi's one-on-one skills. They seem good. Nolosi seems quite solid. But this is a big problem. Him getting this economy over on the corner, it's like in Warcraft 3 when somebody like sneaks an expansion on you and is able to get back. He's not dead yet. Well, it's a combination of a couple tactical misplays from Nolosi, but also extremely good defense. These keeps should just not be standing anymore. When you have 6 culverins like that, and he's retreating back, defend your culverins and annihilate his fortresses. There's a lot of tactical issues here that need to be addressed. Like, get like 6 or 7 culverins, just nuke these fortresses down, and then this army would fold like a piece of paper without the fortresses. Those are the one thing that's really, really keeping him alive right now, which is tough. A little bit of scouting going down here. We do see some elite knights heading over. Maybe going to be finding the farm economy. Ezra, a bit of a lapse in micro. Maybe going to lead to a couple mangonels going down here. And these bad boys getting ready to move up there. And another shot. Yep, shot right there. It's very nice. Mangonels going in the trash. Army supply of Ezra is stabilizing. He's keeping it going. And how's the backfield raiding going? Yeah, a little bit of raiding going after the monasteries here. And up on the top side, it looks like the little gremlin bases were found. Some more villagers going to be karate chopped. And did he find this gremlin base as well? I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did. Up on the top, the knights are taken down, and these fortresses need to go. You have enough to build a ton of siege here. And Nolosi should honestly, with 34,000, he should be spamming battering rams nonstop. Like battering rams and siege, this is an easy win for Nolosi here. As long as they just play their cards right. Like, yeah, 34,000 wood, dude. Rams, Ramstein, make this homie listen to some freaking Du Hast. You know? Man, Ramstein does have some banger songs, though. They really do. Oh, please, for the love of the gods, finish these fortresses. Drag them down. Get the culverins in there. Yeah, just shoot the fortresses. Get in there and do it. What are you shooting? Is it going to be the mangonels? I mean, shooting mangoes is a good investment, too. It absolutely is. Yeah, but can you get this? Okay, get the fortresses. Oh, look at that. Look how quick it dies. Now defend him. Defend the artillery. That's one fortress down. Because Ezra doesn't have stone, I don't think. I don't think he's going to be able to rebuild this. Eh, he has a little bit of stone. Oh my god, finish it! Finish it, please! Please, come on, dog! Oh, what are you doing? You're killing me, Smalls. More culverins are on the way out. We have a couple culverins here. The archers of Lancaster doing work. And the knights on the outside, it looks like they are successfully going to torch down some of the infrastructure that has been developed by Ezra. Back in the base, the culves are gathering in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Perhaps some generals plotting destruction here. Sorcerers of Death's construction. As now we get the spearmen coming in, which can buffer and protect the artillery. But you got to give the attack move, give the order, and get the culverins, finish off that thing. I mean, it might just burn down. No, he's repairing it now. Oh, finish it. Finish that damn fortress. It's doing so much DPS this whole game, defending all the dives. Okay, it looks like some of the artillery is being targeted. Is he going to get the fortress? Siege Workshop does go down there. and more DPS on the mangonels. So the mangonel numbers are heavily diminishing. Ezra is going to struggle to replenish those numbers as they go down here. He's got more artillery coming in. I've never seen Rammstein live, but I would like to. I think it'd be fun. They have some really cool songs. I like that song Sona, and then Mindherd Brent is another one that's really good. I'm probably mangling the names, but yeah, they got some catchy ones. Please finish these. They're like, these things are generating so much value and just so much DACA here, right? It improves the range of nearby units and armor by 1. Dude, the desert citadels are brutal. So, like, Ezra's entire army has been getting just an insane force multiplier fighting under those keeps right there. Come on, there he goes. All right, he's got him on the keep now because they're buffing this army up to no end. Keep the focus fire, keep the faith here. On the top side, we do see Knight scouting and looking. He hasn't found the food economy here. And the backside, yeah, this is exactly what needs to be going down here. He's got a lot of archers just raiding and harrying here. And yeah, Ezra's back is about to be broken. The Kingdom of Heaven reactivate, yeah, it is. If it had been like the Abbasid or someone else for sure. But yeah, fortress is down, and now the other fortress needs to pay the price. And I think Nolosi has finally broke the back of Ezra. But Ezra really showing his chops as a player. Fighting this long and this hard is incredibly impressive. But yeah, he's cooked. He should be cooked now with all of his fortresses falling and just the forward bases finally being built by Nolosi. That's going to be all she wrote. We do see relics being brought back. You could even destroy the main town center now, and then once the main town center is dead, you just need to destroy the keeps or fortresses on the map, these things. But yeah, probably just steamrolling the main base to shut down all the production is the way to do it. We did it. The IU bid? Yeah, there you go, the IU bid. So, good job. Good scrap on both sides. There's really no way that Ezra can win at this point, unless Nolosi just like AFKs. There's not really a chance. And of course, for anybody just joining, we will be doing a second game here, which is going to be on the King of the Hill map. Dark Age Rush, if you're still lurking, you can go ahead and set up the lobby Dark Age Rush and just wait for me to finish this game if you want to. Remember, new players, so people who were not in the first game. Ezra praying for the Iron Bladder victory. He is. That's his only chance here. A lot of archers coming in. Ezra's base is being slowly demolished, and very thematic. The Templars have their last stand right here. So they're going to be setting up their fortresses in the middle, and that's where they will make their stand. He's running with the king. I don't know where he's going. There's no knights around here. He's just going to go to the corner of the map, it looks like. And Ezra is actually going to keep fighting. He's going to keep trying. He's going to set up infrastructure over here on the far side as his base is methodically demolished. But there's no chances here. Lancaster is going to finish the job here. Pretty cool. We get to see the new civs actually as the finalists here. Yeah, but I think Holy Romans were in a position to win this game. But he did leave. There was, I don't know why. Apparently, he may have had to go to work. So if that's the case, totally understandable, of course. Bertrand is here. Is he going to sacrifice? Is he going to go out on a shield? Oh, where's he going? That's a conspicuous area to be caught. Is Nolosi paying attention? He is. All right, that's the end of the road. All right, the lances of Lancaster. Oh, look at the gremlin! Look at the gremlin running up on the wall. Oh, what a rat. I love it. You just got to get some archers over there because the horses are not able to go up the parapets. That is such a rat play. I love that so much. I was wondering if you're looking forward to Dawn of War Definitive Edition. Yeah, I'll definitely do it. All right, so now the king is being shot. Bertrand he's like a movie hero, just like going down with like 50 arrows in his chest, like, yeah, take me. Well played, and Nolosi with victory as the final king is slain. House Lancaster emerges victorious. GG, well played. All right. That was a fun match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. And, well, Captain Miller had work, so there's our answer. Hopefully work goes well, my friend. And where are we at? So I have a friend request from Rahul. Dude, why did Allied change his name? What the hell? Okay, and here we go. Yes. King of the Hill, Kings. Have fun. Let me know when starting. All right, we're gonna start another match here in just a second. I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. We'll keep the good times rolling. How about that? All right, guys, we're back. So this lobby should be starting here. They're starting right now. So just need to find Dark Age on my friends list here. We got Nakai in here. Hell yeah. Oh, looks like we might have Smeagol in here also. A lot of the OGs are coming back. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Dark Age Rush on the Knights Templar, Serona on the Knights Templar, the Old Wookiee on the English, Smeagol on the Holy Roman Empire, Daggerall on the Roose, the Abbasid Dynasty is going to be Prime, Leicester on the Japanese, and House Lancaster with Storm is new. Now that is a frickin' absolute killer's row of players. Holy shit. We got like some absolute Dark Lords in here from the days of old. This is going to be really fun. Hopefully you guys are as fired up as I am. Yeah, let's get it, baby. Yeah, it's fun to be back to some Age of Empires. You know, I was looking at it today, reminiscing on the good times we've had together playing Age of Empires in the days of old, and I was like, we got to get back and do this. Yeah, I hope they add more non-variant civs. I mean, is there any whispers of updates for this game or anything on the horizon? I'd be curious to hear. That's one hell of an FFA. It sure is. I'm surprised we don't see Prime on Japanese. I remember Prime used to just crush everybody on Japan using the frickin' Ozutsus. Daniel, strange. Well, don't worry. We'll be doing more in the future. But this is an absolute killer's row. 100%. And Daniel, sometimes the FFAs don't appear. They take a while. Yeah, it's very strange. Smeagol about to crash the politics. Is he? Is Smeagol really a political guy? I guess so. Yeah, Dark Age Rush. I don't think he actually will rush in the Dark Age. It's funny because Dark Age Rush is a very good Total War player too. It's very rare you get people who are good at like actually very solid at both games. You know, we get crossover from time to time, but usually they're not like absolute killers at both games. But he's Dark Age Rush is very, very good at Warhammer 3 also. There'll be another DLC later. Sweet, sweet. We'll be here waiting for it. Today, Reza, I'm resting my hands. My hands have been hurting quite a bit the past few days. My damn health condition acting up. So I'm taking it easy. All right, so this is King of the Hill, by the way. So here we are. Oh, that's a cool looking one. Yeah, I love it. It's got like the rocks and that looks really rad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the northwest side of the map, it's going to be Storm is new and he's going to be playing House Lancaster. To the west, it is going to be the Holy Roman Empire, who shall be helmed by Chris's back, a.k.a. Smeagol. And over to the southwest, it's going to be Prime, the Lord of Japan, the Shogun himself, but this day he is going to be taking up the mantle of Saladin. And to the southwest, it's going to be Leicester on the Japanese, so there will be some samurai action. Always fun to see those bad boys in action. And to the southeast, it's going to be the Old Wookiee on the English. To the east, it's going to be Serona with the Templars. And, oh man, Templars on this map might not be very good, right? Ezra, I got betrayed so many times. Yeah, it's part of it. It's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. When you earn a reputation as being very good, people will often attack you. Don't stress it. We all got trust issues in this game. Daggerall is going to be up in the north, and he is going to be playing the Roose. And to the northwest, it's going to be Dark Age Rush on the Templars. So what's really funny is like there's only one sacred site on this map, so the Templars can literally only send their pilgrims to the middle. So the thing is, though, I guess that's an advantage on this map, right? Because there's no trade posts. So it's not like the other civilizations are going to be able to trade, you know, so at least you have something. Maybe if some of those pilgrims make it, but yeah. Kind of a fun one. You guys think Smeagol's going to get his precious? You think he's going to get those gems? Yeah, maybe he will. Let's look at the rulers, by the way. We do have Frederick Barbarossa. Ooh, pretty cool. Who do we have lurking over here? It's going to be Saladin. And Leicester is going to be rocking Emperor Shomu. And who do we have here? We have Richard the Lionhearted for the English, the classic. Over to the east for Serona and the Templars. It's going to be Bertrand again. Up here, we do have Oleg the Wise for the Roose. And to the north, it is going to be Jacques de Molay for the Templars. So it looks like, yeah, definitely a French variant civ. And John the Gaunt. Gaunt and scary, looking extra creepy. And here we go. Luckily, I'll never have to worry about a reputation for being too good. Yeah, it is a variable for sure. When people get to know your style, wow, there's even some fishing on this King of the Hill map. That's kind of cool. No rivers on the map, so Barbarossa's safe. Yeah, we got deep water fish though, actually. Well, there's bodies of water. There could be some trouble. So yeah, you see, this is a new version of this map apparently. King of the Hill is very fun. I think it's one of my favorite ones. Like the epic holds on the high ground. Wonders are obviously a little bit off meta right now because of the fact that, you know, people can kill your king and beat you. And if you turtle too hard on the new King of the Hill, or the new FFAs, you can fall behind because people are killing kings and getting bigger armies. And you're just a bit of an unga-bunga potato, right? So, yeah, turtling is tricky. Now, Prime already setting up wooden palisades in the north. So the Abbasid, I mean, this is a huge, huge indicative sign of greed. Yeah, Scotty, not today, but I will play Age of Empires myself sometime in the next week. Is trouble brewing? Maybe it is, I don't know. Palisade walls getting set up. And on the south side, the town center is you know, steady for Japan. Do we see any weird tech, any buildings? Nope, it's going to be the Kura storehouse. Totemo Sugoi Tabemono is going to be coming from that storehouse there. Landmarks for everybody. What age ups are we going to see? So we have the Kura storehouse. Over to the east, it is going to be the English. And do we have any landmarks for them yet? Anybody who's gone fishing is going to be a little bit delayed on their age up. So yeah, I mean, Japan could go fish. They do get cheaper fishing boats, which is nice. So they could go set up here if they wanted to. That's one of the best lines in that game. Is trouble brewing? Okay, fishing going to be dropped by Prime. So Prime going to be going double fishing. He's fishing in this lake. I wonder if anybody's going to be getting really crunk and like fighting with navies and like trying to force other people out of their little lakes. That's actually really funny. I mean, eventually some of the civs will prefer farming. It's going to be a little bit easier to defend. So I would imagine there will be some farm transitions and things like that a little bit later on in the match. But landmarks, Quarter Storehouse. And we don't see an age up here yet. And we do see the Aachen Chapel. So the Jesus loudspeaker is going to be coming out. Over to the east, we see the Lancaster Castle, which seems like it's an auto take. Grants influence that grants nearby manors, 500 health, and arrow slit emplacements. Ooh, that's very cool. So that explains why we saw the manors surrounding the Lancaster Castle. I'd be very interested in trying out Lancaster. English is, when I used to play like competitive in this game and played like ladder and stuff, England was one of my main civs, so I would be very interested in trying that. Over to the east, Dark Age Rush and the Templar Knights. He's aging up with the Kingdom of France. So military units are produced 15% faster and cost 5% less gold. Okay, very cool. So it is going to be the Kingdom of France over here. Taking a look down here, what do we see from the Roose? The Roose are going to be doing the hunting cabin, right? Or the Golden Gate. Age up here for these Templars, also going to be doing the Kingdom of France. And aside from that, I think everything else is kind of chill. Score some goals. Yes, skirmishing going down here as we do see a manor being built. So there was an attempted wall off by Dark Age Rush. The Templars trying to wall this, but then we see the response from the other Templars, or Lancaster actually. Lancaster is going to be setting up his walls here to keep them out, as a manor is going to be built around the Lancaster Castle. Now that's pretty good because the manors do get arrow slits, so they can fire a little bit of firepower if you need to. 1v1 turn versus Hills for Hills' 89th birthday this year. Oh man, okay. Hills is probably a dark wizard, right? Yeah, I would imagine he's very good now. All right, so actually setting up, no conflicts yet. Everybody's kind of fishing happily. It is a utopian Earth. Star Trek would be jealous. Over here, we do see the economic wing, or culture wing, actually. So culture wing is going to be making the technology a little bit cheaper. So you can do the preservation of knowledge, which reduces the cost of all technology and age advancements by 20%. So usually you do the preservation of knowledge if you're going to be going for a fast age up, right? Because it takes 20% off. Also gives you some good economic tech. A little bit different for old Prime, right? Are we going to be seeing multiple TCs? He hasn't even gathered stone yet. So very, very off meta coming in here for the old dynasty here. Yeah. And then the Fire Nation attack, yes. Maybe they will, Sarank. Maybe they will. Walls coming up. The Great Walmart Wall of the Roose and the Golden Gate. A great landmark. Really good. You can basically save all of your resources and buy like enough stone to build a wonder in the late game, which is really, really fun. That's one of my favorite things to do with Roose, really. The fact that you could just get stone so easily in the late game with Golden Gate, to save up like friggin' 30 charges on that thing and bang it out. Very, very strong. And Roose have good late game armies too. Streltsy are super good. And they have some other pretty effective cavalry units, and horsemen are very, very strong in them. So like horseman Streltsy is an excellent late game combo for the Roose. Like horseman Streltsy spearman, I think is usually how I like to play the Roose, but it's been a long time. Yeah, no, I like this map. It looks like the King of the Hill map has been reworked a little bit. A lot of relics up for grab in the middle. We do have 1, 2, and 3 relics, so there are going to be 3 of those bad boys that anybody can grab with their greedy little paws. And then we have pretty symmetrical relics around the big mountain in the middle, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this map actually has perfectly symmetrical relics, just about. I mean, they're a little bit offset from one another, but overall, very, very good stuff. Yeah, we were in Europe recently, Jake. Yeah, we were in Europe, but I'm back in the States now. So no trips planned. The wife and I will probably go out to Poland for Christmas, enjoy some glorious festivities in Warsaw, and spend some time with the family, all that sort of good stuff. Yeah, Roose do have early nights, correct. So Town Center and Regnitz Cathedral being built. So expanding as you're teching. Pretty hog wild stuff over there, very greedy. And looking here at the Abbasid, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for like a quick kill on somebody? With like a fast castle age? Okay, we get I think he's going to try and kill somebody. So Prime is going to get in there. He's going fast military wing age 3, which is going to be giving him a bunch of free units. And then he's going to bum rush somebody. Who's he going to go after, though? So he has Leicester down here. Leicester and the Japanese do have some infrastructure, but they're only age 2. And let's look at Leicester's advancement. Leicester could age up right now. So Leicester could go age 3. And he does have a lot of the samurai tech, so a lot of barracks out here. And yeah, I mean, the only reason you go fast age 3 military is if you're looking to get crunk and absolutely karate chop somebody. David, maybe. Maybe today, depending on how fast this goes, or we can do it on the next stream, which is going to be fine. I'm planning on streaming about 4 hours today, and this has been going for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, one sec here. Sorry about that. All right, and we are back in business. So let me pause this real quick. I need to make sure it's my mom's calling. I'm going to make sure everything's good, so I'll be right back. Got to make sure the old mom is doing all right. BRB. So game paused, and we'll be back in like a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. The old Madre called. You're trying so hard not to make your mama joke. Oh my god. Yeah, no, my mom, you know, surprise ambush. she's like, I'm gonna be at your house in about an hour and 15 minutes now. I'm like, oh god. No, I love my mom. My mom's the goat. She's awesome. She's a great person. So, all right, so let's get this going and take a look at the map. Let's refresh. Let's reset. Let's see where we are. So current state of affairs, we do see Dark Age Rush with a pretty substantial military presence already. Multiple archery ranges, stables, barracks, so we could have a pretty well-rounded little army. But really, what I'm most eager to see is Prime going to try and take somebody out using the military wing. We do see a couple camel riders, and then there are going to be some knights coming out as well. Yeah, lancers, okay. So there is going to be some aggression coming. Everybody else is pretty chill. We do actually see some Templar town centers being built up in the middle. The Roose are going to be setting up their palisades to block out the enemies nearby. And we do see the high trade house built near a bunch of trees, which would have been a little bit stronger down here, but even still, it's not the worst position for that. So that is going to be hanging. That is going to be going. All right, team. Who do you guys think is going to get karate chopped first here in this game? Who is going to be the first victim to fall? Let's hear your wagers now. What are your thoughts? Trying so bad not to not make a yo mama joke. Oh my god, dude. Those have definitely fallen out of fashion, right? Yeah. Pilgrims are making their way to the middle, by the way. So 130 gold. We have some pretty solid pilgrimages. Nobody's really playing the middle yet. So they are heading over and going for it. Leicester is going to be aging up as well. Japan is going to be dropping the Temple of Equality. So we have the cryptocurrency Buddhist monks. You can get the upgrade for them where they generate gold. It's called Zen. So Buddhist monks generate 25 gold every 60 seconds. So you can potentially get like 50 of these dudes in the late game, put them in a little enclosure like a bunch of sheep and just let them generate gold. This is King of the Hill Wang. So the pilgrimage is going. This guy is going hard for the Lord in the middle of the map. There they go. Oh yeah, dude, look at it. Look at it going strong. It's good stuff. Over to the west side, town center is up, and do we see aggression? Yeah, Prime is coming for that booty. He's gonna go after poor Leicester here. Leicester needs to spam Spearman. He does have a lot of Onamusha, or Onabugeisha. But Onabugeisha will be Sugokunai against the heavy cavalry here. So you need to switch into Yariashigaru. You need to switch into some Spearmen, so get those Spearmen not soft, but hard, and start massing them out. Because, like I said, Onabugeisha will be pretty awful against these. They'll be okay against camels, but against the Lancers, they're going to be pretty awful. All right, so the battle continues, and we do see the Onabugeisha clashing. Now, they will normally lose such a fight, but considering they do have the support of the town centers and a daimyo manor, maybe they're going to be able to fight. A couple spearmen on their way out as well. And will the cryptocurrency Buddhist monks help? I don't think so. Prime is coming for blood, and we can see a dead player already. He's got all 15 of his workers already holed up here, and we do not see spearmen being made. So Prime basically found, I think, a player who is maybe the easiest prey around him and is going for the kill right now. So that's going to be pretty big for Prime. Now, is Smeagol going to respond by coming after him? Smeagol, of course, has 2 relics in his Regnitz Cathedral, pretty good fishing economy. The Prime is going to be feasting, and old Leicester is going to be in some trouble. All right. So that's going to be the end of the road there. Town center is going to be going in the trash. Leicester has no food. He actually put all of his workers away, so his food economy is basically non-existent right now. And I think that's going to be it for him. He's going to lose a bunch of villagers when this town center cracks. And Prime is going to be able to butter his bread pretty freaking hard, guys. So that is going to be a very, very tough one there. All right, so farewell to our sweet Prince Leicester. He was too good for this world, too gentle and kind of a soul. And he encountered a degenerate, evil Prime over here. And that is going to be that. All right. It's only a matter of time before the Shogun, who is hanging out, Emperor Shomu here, trying to hang, but yeah, all these villagers are going to get torched. And oh, look at this, the old Wookiee's coming for that booty too. Oh no. Shomu. How do you say why? Why in Japanese is Daijobu, right? Daijobu? Yeah, I think it is. I studied Japanese for 4 years, but that was almost 20 years ago, so it's been a long time. But I think it's why. Yeah, Daijobu is why. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be rough. I mean, all the villagers are going to be hanging out in the manor. I mean, there's a battering ram English army over here. And yeah, no, Prime is like a high-level Conqueror player. I'm pretty sure Prime is like Conqueror 2 or Conqueror 3. And from watching Leicester, he doesn't seem like a bad player at all. But like having to survive against Prime's onslaught like this is going to be incredibly tough. Potentially, old Wookiee could steal the kill. His veteran longbowman could get the snipe. He is building battering rams. Looking at the old Wookiee's vision. Yeah, he sees it now. So Wookiee sees the onslaught going down in the Japanese base. His longbowman would get wrecked really bad by these lancers. So he's going to need to get a couple of spearmen in here if he wants to fight this. And yeah, we do see some men-at-arms on their way in. No other fighting elsewhere on the map, just like a lot of ground being taken. So Serona really taking a lot of ground. Knights Templar with their... I love the pilgrimage mechanic. I think that's so freaking cool, by the way. But Daimyo Manor is up, and old Wookiee's going to go in for the kill. Oh, man, here it goes. Okay, who's going to get the kill? Oh, my God, if it gets stolen by Wookiee, I'm going to laugh so hard. Okay, Wookiee popping some of the knights. Holy shit. Wookiee should get this. All those archers can alpha strike. Oh, my God, who's going to get it? Battering rams are on it. Who's going to mic? This is a micro fight right here. He needs to finish off the TC. Get the archers ready. Okay, he's gonna pop out. There he is. Who's gonna snipe him? Oh, the archers are zeroed in. And the kill goes to Prime. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Jeez Louise. Ain't that something? Oh, that feels so bad for old Wookiee. He invested 900 wood for nothing. Or maybe 750, whatever the hell it is. So pilgrims are a new mechanic for the Knights Templar. The main bases of the Knights Templar basically spawn periodic pilgrims, and they go to the middle of the map. And when they get there, they generate gold for you. I don't remember, David. It's been a while. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. My money is on Prime. Yeah, Prime is very good. He's got a brutal killer instinct. That's what I always like about watching Prime. Is like there are no games with him. He goes straight for the kill. And now what's going to happen is Prime is probably going to sit back and eco for a while, considering he secured a population advantage. And he's going to then go fight Smeagol in the north. He's going to fight Chris's back. Daijobu's no problem. Okay, okay. Got it. How do you say why? Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, doesn't come back to me here. Poor old Lester, man. He was too good for us. He's gone now. Over to the east, we do see the old Wookiee. He does have the White Tower and the Council Hall, so he's age 3 at the moment. And maybe, I mean, he could take those battering rams and go try and get Serona or something, you know, put them to work, although Serona just got age 4. So the Holy Roman Empire, or excuse me, the, God, I always like, yeah, I see the kind of Christian imagery and I'm like, oh, you know, Holy Roman Empire, whatever. But no, the Knights Templar are age 4 over here, so. Yep, pilgrims arriving to the middle, and when they get there, they shake their hands wildly and pray to the Jesus, and that's going to be generating 130 gold a pop. And we do see a fortress going down in the middle from one of the Templar players. It's going to be Dark Age Rush. So Dark Age Rush, is he going to go for a King of the Hill victory? That'd be so freaking funny. Yeah, here it comes. All right, so, yep, just the old pilgrims coming in, generating a little bit of dough. Do we see aggression coming out? We do not. We see a second TC being made by Prime. So Prime is going to have to catch up economically a little bit now because there is a massive danger that Smeagol goes age 4 and then he heads south and just steamrolls Prime because Prime invested more in age 3 military pressure and Smeagol hasn't really been fighting yet. He's been focusing on economy more so. Like Prime could get wrecked by Smeagol pretty hard if Smeagol builds a couple military ships, knocks down all of Prime's fishing. That's going to basically crush Prime's food economy. He'll have no food whatsoever. And then from there, you know, he just moves down and starts a war of attrition and he just wins. You know, he just wins. Pilgrim ascending to godhood, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the Templar headquarters looking nice and firm here. The Roose on the outside are in mortal combat, so they're going to be battling the Polish cavalry. How would I say that? Cav, I think is something in that vein. I should know. My wife is Polish. If she was here, I would ask her, but she's in Poland visiting her family right now. But Polish cavalry, they're fast, they're furious, and they are going to be doing battle. And the Roose look like they're in trouble. They were not prepared for the onslaught of Serona. Daggerall does have a couple of Roose knights, but the cavalry here are going to be able to zerg them, and they have the bludgeoning tactics, which of course will lower the attack speed of enemy units. And yeah, I think that's going to be another dead player. So, you know, in the Kingslayer mode, people go pretty quick. The strong eat the weak very, very fast. And I myself have been among the weak many a times, I can assure you. So Desperation Keep is coming down for the Roose, but it's not going to be quick enough. A couple of these cavalry are just going to detach and start massacring those villagers. The keep is going to be diminished. And I don't believe these are Hussar cavalry. These are like another variant of Polish cavalry. Yeah. I really hope they add Poland as its own civ at some point. I think that'd be super fun. All right. Karate chop, and we are going to be seeing the town center going in the trash right here. And with that, Oleg the Wise, maybe the not so wise right now. You know, he decided to stay here instead of running. He is going to be taken out. So Prime and Smeagol are probably going to get ready for a war with one another, right? They've got it. They're two very aggressive players. But Smeagol is letting Prime catch up. Prime is now on 3 or 4 town center. He's on 4 town center here. So Smeagol is potentially in a situation where, you know, his opponent could catch up here. And we do see Daggerall getting taken down by Serona. So he's able to get the job done there in the middle. AOE2 versus AOE4. So I haven't played AOE2 since maybe like late 90s. So I don't have any real like input to provide you in that regard, unfortunately, my friend. Okay, so a little bit of a skirmish in the middle. It is going to be the old Wookiee moving out. So old Wookiee's on the English, and he's going to be doing battle with one of the Knights Templar armies right here. The Polish cavalry will be very, very good against the longbows. Immediately just like two-shotting them, getting the bludgeoning tactics. A lot of spearmen here for the English army, but these cav are very tanky. 472 HP. That is thick, dude. That is so thick. How much do the regular ones have? It looks like it's all Polish cavalry here, and they are able to overwhelm the English archers. Absolutely running those guys down. What other conflicts, though? No conflicts. It's pretty calm. You know, King of the Hill victory is always on the table. As Dark Age Rush, very, very comfortable here in the middle, but Dark Age Rush is not going to be getting a supply increase yet. Okay, it does look like the Templar are going to be gathering and looking to take down House Lancaster. A lot of battering rams, a lot of barracks being made here by Dark Age Rush. So who's going to win the fight between Storm is New and Dark Age? Looking at the current standing armies, it's a decent little army over here. We do have the Earl's Guard, which are pretty giga chad. And the Templar army is mostly just spearmen, but the Genoese crossbowmen are really good. I think they're the go-to. They're kind of like that faction's version of like a handgunner unit or something like that, you know? All right. Dubious foreshadowing, yes indeed. Now down to the south side, oh man, the Polish cavalry swarming all over the old Wookiee. I am a little bit behind in the game, but it does look like they are able to get the jump on the Wookiee's army and overwhelm them. So the fight that was lost over here, the Polish cavalry overwhelming the English archers, a pretty good counter, right? Because these guys do bonus against range units, I believe, versus light infantry, and they have a warhammer. Oh, how cool is that? But yeah, they're coming in, and yeah, I think that the King of England is going to be in pretty substantial danger. We could actually fast forward a little bit here, which is nice. So here they come, and yeah, they find the Berkshire Palace, and they do get on top of it. A lot of damage, and the English army is kind of non-existent. There's a couple of spearmen here, but the mighty Polish cav do swarm in, and they are going to be laying a royal whooping here on the Berkshire Palace. A big blunder by Wookiee to not have some stone walls around that, right? The king jumps back in on the villagers escape, and he's going to be taken down. So population increase is going to be going to Serona. So very brutal stuff, guys. Serona already has 2 kills. You know, already have 2 kills. Oh, I'll absolutely cover the new Dawn of War remaster when they finish that. 100%. I love Dawn of War series. So the Pilgrims of Serona not having a good time. Every time they appear in the middle, the other Templars shake their fists angrily and shoot them, and you know, cause a little bit of havoc right there. How did Green die? Dagarol was killed pretty quickly by Serona. Yeah, Serona was able to come in. And now we have a forever war mounting up here. The Polish cavalry are invincible. Yeah, why do they have so much HP? Like, look at these guys. They have 472 freaking HP. What is that about? Oh my god. They're so tanky. Expensive cavalry with high damage and ranged armor. Wow. Heavy armor, strong versus light infantry, countered by spearmen and crossbows. Okay. Yeah. Wookiees wash? No, come on. The Wookiee will be back with a vengeance. So looking around here, what do we got? Any conflicts in the middle? We got to watch this forever war up here. I mean, there's even troops loaded up in the battering ram, which is kind of interesting. I think that must have been a misclick right there. And Prime has just been macroing ever since his early fight. It looks like him and Smeagol are going to be caught in Mortal Kombat. We have 2 of the higher level players in the game that are going to be duking it out here. Some of the Knights, Lancers do try and push through, and maybe they're going to take down a Culverin, but is it worth losing 4 Knights for a Culverin? I don't know. Probably not. Probably relatively even trade. All right, dude, the Hammer of Justice is coming again. The Polish Hammer, dude. Oh my god, look at this. The Szlachta Cav are on their way in, and they are going to be absolutely giving the business here to Saladin if there's not a quick response. Because these freaking tanks have 472. These cavalrymen are loaded up on kielbasa and bigas and pierogis, and they are ready to go, dude. All right, so they're coming across. And where is Saladin? So Saladin is currently sitting in the castle here. And oh, Smeagol's coming in too! Oh no! Yeah, he's in the keep. And the Polish cavalry, are they going to fight? I think you just pull back and just, you know, consider yourself lucky to have Prime get eliminated right here, basically, right? So the castle is under attack, and we do see the cavalry pulling back. Okay, I'm taking notes. I think I'm seeing some very strong tactics here. And are they going to go after the keep? I don't know. Yeah, okay. It looks like they're coming now. The Polish cavalry have amassed. I mean, they could easily beat Smeagol's army here. This Serona was just macroing the entire time and is now producing like a god-tier army. Oh my god, he's getting the surround. Is he going to do it? He's fighting Smeagol's army. Just go for the king kill, I think. Yeah, I mean, maybe he still wins it. I mean, his army quality and his upgrades are very, very good. And it does look like the army of Smeagol is being drove back. I mean, he doesn't really have that many spears there. And the army supply of Serona is 85. And taking a look at Smeagol's, it's 50, so it's a much smaller army, right? So Saladin, did he make a run for it? He did, but where did he go? Where the hell did Saladin go? He's not in there anymore. We do have the villagers. So, dude, what a sneaky get. Oh, he's running down here. Oh, man. And now he's got his enemies fighting each other for him, you know? I mean, noble cavalry in Polish and have ride like, okay, cool. Very cool, Freeburg. So that keep is in danger. We do see Saladin running down here. The hunt is on, so the Polish cavalry are on the hunt for Saladin. And it looks like the battle up north is erupting. And who's winning this fight? So Dark Age Rush seems to have won this fight pretty decisively and is able to get a kill on our unfortunate player up here. So that is going to be the end of the road for this lad. GG, well played to you. Storm is new. You had a great run, brother. Oh, Saladin's trying to wall, but the Polish cavalry have found him. The Pierogi hammers are here. Oh, the wall off Prime with the MLG micro, but he's down. And Prime is out of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And Serona is suddenly looking like a dark wizard who's just going to run away with this game. Now, how the hell is Dark Age Rush going to figure this out? Maybe Dark Age Rush goes for the King of the Hill victory right now? You got Ramstein? Yeah, we've all been Ramstein in life before. Okay, so moving up north, it is going to be the Polish Cav once again. Heading up to do glorious battle, and are they going to go for Smeagol's ruler? Smeagol's ruler clutching his pearls and hiding in the Elsbach Palace. It does look like the cavalry corps is going to be heading to the middle to try and steamroll this position, and Dark Age Rush is strong, but not probably as strong as Serona. A lot of Templar fortresses around the map. Serona's army is on its way back from its crusade, and now is going to be retreating. The middle objective is still being held by Dark Age. I mean, Dark Age could build like 50 frickin' walls around it and keeps and go for... If there's only 2 other players in a game, I mean, going for a King of the Hill victory is a very good idea, actually. Because, you know, if you entrench it and you're able to get some, you know, keeps and towers and layers of walls around it, definitely very, very viable. This was not random civs, no. Everybody picked their civilization here. Yeah, we'll do random civs eventually. Okay. So the battle continues. More pilgrims going to be heading there. And are we going to be seeing purple go for the victory? Smeagol's army, mostly spearmen and some men-at-arms, obviously. And we do see the... What the hell is this? A black rider? Expensive cavalry unit with high armor and powerful... Whoa! Oh, is it a gun? Has only 5 riders can be trained for each standing keep built. Is that new? The Black Riders, that's sick. What are those guys? I've never seen that before. Black Riders adopt modern hit and run tactics, deal heavy damage to enemy formations, move 10% faster, and can fire while moving for 30 seconds. Oh, that is so freaking cool. Man. All right, new units, I guess. I didn't even know that the new handgun cav, pretty good. Yeah, today I learned, man. So Serona's not even going for the King of the Hill, just using the Polish cavalry hammer, unleashing the Pierogi force to just run over his opponents, and even fighting in a disgusting choke point that massively favors his opponent here. Definitely should try and breach through the walls there, but it looks like it is going to get sealed at the last second. Even still, the cavalry are making their way through, and the defenders and the pilgrims, even the pilgrims are screening. The Genoese archers, in theory, will counter them, but the army is much smaller. And dude, what can stop these guys, man? Holy shit, these cavalry in numbers. Serona's macro is just outproducing everybody here in this game. Okay, so the king has been pinged, and it does look like the ruler is going to be lurking back here somewhere. I think in this fortress. Maybe not. No, it was there for a second. Okay, here's the ruler. It's Jacques de Molay. In the meantime, we do see Chris's back Smeagol over here trying their best to get a little something going. Smeagol could go for like a sneaky attempt at the sacred site on the back to try and win this, you know, and hope that they can hold on. Polish cavalry torching down the fortress down here. They will eventually be ground down probably by the Templar brothers as well as the Genoese crossbowmen. The Genoese crossbowmen should do very, very well against them. But it is a lot of pressure coming in as the Polish Cav continue steamrolling everything they encounter. Looking at the economy of Teal, Dark Age Rush. Ooh, shit. Yeah, he's going to die. He doesn't have enough food to upkeep this fight. He does not have a good economy. I mean, a little bit of food back here, but nothing too crazy. Whereas Serona's economy, I mean, it looks pretty similar in terms of functionality, but clearly getting this critical mass has been very, very brutal. So Serona continues, and the aggression is here. And the onslaught is going to be moving up north right now. So there they go. Guys, Memento 4. Just got to minimize and fix the setting real quick. There we go. All right. So big cav pressure coming in. They are going to be going after the fortress, which is only being inhabited by a monk, so it's actually not worth sitting in there. And they're literally just ignoring the enemy army, although they shouldn't be ignoring these spears. That's going to be a lot of chipping damage right there. More and more elite cav are on the way out, and we do see the warhammers continuing to chew through these pieces. And where are they going to be going next? Up in the top, Jacques is hiding here. There's a chance they could go there, or they're going to be doing economic damage. Nope, they're just going to be harrying, going after the workers. Knowing Dark Age Rush's economy is not super strong, at least we know that. It's going to hurt. This is going to be real painful. Now, Smeagol, in the meantime, oh, I love the Smeagol backstabbery. I love it. He's setting up the outposts and walling off the middle. Oh, dude, look at these Black Riders. How cool are those guys? They're sick. Heavy ranged gunpowder cavalry. Oh, that's so badass. All right, now back up in the lands. What do we see here? We see the Shlachka Cav continuing to rampage. And definitely putting a big hammering on Dark Age Rush's economy. He's down to what, 50, 60 economy at 30 minutes in the game. That's very low. He's desperately trying to set up a fortress on the top to help protect against the onslaught of Cav. In the meantime, more Cav are coming, but they are going to be encountering the Holy Roman Empire's forces and the Black Riders as well. Oh, this is your map? Oh, that's cool. So this is a custom-made version of King of the Hills. Is this made by you, Nanny? It's very good. It's a lot better than the other one, that's for sure. But the Black Riders continue poking away. Yeah, they're getting the job done, dragging down the Cav here. And is the middle going to be secured by Smeagol? It looks like he's got some towers there. Smeagol is setting up for the hold in the middle. It's a great map. You did a good job. It's really nice. Smeagol's economy is thick as hell, too. He's got a hell of a lot of money. And it looks like maybe Dark Age Rush is going to be spared because of the fear that Serona has for Smeagol. He knows Smeagol's a threat. So he's being very careful with it. Okay, so in the middle, nobody's been brazen enough to try and take the objective yet. We do see a partial wall off here, keeps going down here, and that's going to be securing a gold node and also partially covering the middle. A little bit of fighting going down up here as we do see the outside fortress being taken down. The Fortress of Dark Age Rush is in some trouble. But Smeagol's coming over to help Dark Age Rush. Interesting. I would think that Smeagol would let them fight a horrific war of attrition for as long as possible, and then from there, you just win one-on-one by having entrenched the middle, I think that would certainly be very strong. But he's going to be helping Dark Age Rush out, even though Dark Age does drop his forward fortress. And yeah, the Black Riders and the Spearmen seem to be pretty good. What do these guys do bonuses against? Okay, so they have hand cannons. Hand cannons are good against most targets. It looks like, yeah, just a general handgunner, mounted handgunner, basically. Dude, I think he's going for it. It's only a 10-minute hold. I mean, this has got to have all the alarm bells sounding, right? Unless there's a rage boner situation over here where somebody just has a hate boner. And it kind of looks like there might be a hate boner situation where you're so erect to finish somebody off, that you just ignore the other threats on the map. This is a pretty big red flag, especially from Smeagol. Yeah. Smeagol's getting it right now. And like the Pilgrims are scouting the middle too. They're going to see that it's entrenched. Where is the Prelate? Where is the horse and the rider? He needs to capture this right now because, I mean, Purple's going to come over and just try and finish him off here. And it does look like the Teal army here is literally being ignored while they just try and dive and get the king here, Jacques de Molay. Smeagol needs to grab the middle right now, though. I think he needs to do it. He does not have a lot of stones, so he's not able to get these upgraded to cannon towers. For Sigmar, kind of. Yeah. They even get +2 armor for knights from the mine work. If somebody goes to landmark, ooh, very cool. Sneaky little goblin building a fortress in the middle. Yeah, Smeagol is the all-time sneakiest player, for sure. He is a cunning git. So in the meantime, Purple's probably going to pull back and maybe sue for peace. He knows that he needs to deal with the middle right now. But like, if Smeagol doesn't grab the middle now, it's going to be too late. He's got 2 prelates waiting nearby. Because now Purple's going to start attacking him, and then Teal's going to attack him also, right? And if he doesn't get that counter started, then it's going to be too late. Now, what the hell is Smeagol doing with his dreaded Australian internet? He's from Australia, right? Pretty sure he is. For him right now, what time is it in Australia? Wouldn't it be like super early or super late in Australia right now? Not sure. All right, still not capturing the middle objective. Pilgrims are getting blasted. Spearmen are actually wrecking the cavalry, so it looks like Serona is going to have to change up the army composition a little bit. The Spearmen are trading very cost effectively. I mean, sure, they're going to take L's, but these are expensive cavalry. The Polish cav are not cheap. Dark Age Rush took some damage during the fight, but is going to be back on their feet economically. The workers are back up to 75, so that's a nice little economy boost there. And why have you not grabbed this already? Smeagol is doing his thing. Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't grabbed it. I mean, he clearly knows something I don't, but If he lets purple gather and like set up here, it's gonna be way harder to go for this. 9 a.m. here for you guys in Australia. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad actually. Yeah, just like an early morning game. That's fun. That is fun indeed. So why aren't you grabbing this Smeagol? I guess he wants them to keep fighting. He wants Dark Age and Serona to keep Mortal Kombating each other. Maybe there's some politics where like he's like, I won't go for the middle of the map as long as you guys, if you keep fighting him. I don't know. I have no idea. He's got the 2 boys over here. He's producing a lot of spearmen, a lot of stables as well. Where do you make the Black Riders, by the way? Is it from archery ranges, I would presume, since they're a gun unit? Let me keep looking around. I want to find that if I can. So barracks here, and does he have any archer ranges lurking in the back? Barracks, stable. Okay, so Black Rider, 150, 150. They're expensive, so you definitely need to have some micro with those guys. You don't just throw them to the dogs. And is Friar Tuck heading over to the middle? And now he is, I think. Okay, is he doing it? He's got his keeps. He's positioning the battle popes right here. So he's thinking about it. He's setting up another great wall here to make sure his opponents can't get in there easily. And it should be not an easy 10-minute victory for Smeagol, but like he has... Excuse me, I'm too weak. He's got every advantage right now, guys. Hey, Dr. Ozan. Used to watch 1v1s back in the day. I always loved your 1v1. Warhammer team games are not my thing. It's also great. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate all the kind words. Yeah. Well, we got you. It's got to be some good times here. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this climactic duel of fates as these mighty champions duke it out. It looked like it was going to be a fast FFA. It looked like it was going to be over by now, but Smeagol really going for the villainous build up here. Okay, he's pulling the trigger, ladies and gentlemen. It is King of the Hill, so there is only one sacred site in the middle. Okay. Sorry, all the hype was blown. He's teasing. Look, he's literally rallying them back and forth. He's teasing us right now. Is he not going to draw the aggro of these other players? It seems like purple really has a hate boner to kill teal. I mean, you'd think they would be unifying to try and take down the person who has the middle, like, entrenched. But that's not going to be the case. More Black Riders are out. Super cool. Wouldn't be just Nazgul. Wouldn't it be cool if they just turned it into Nazgul? Smeagol's a backstabber, not a grab the middle fast kind of guy. Okay. I hear that. I hear that. A little bit of treason. And yeah, the battle popes are just marching back and forth. He's getting a lot of keeps in the middle. The towers have not been upgraded yet, so maybe he's going to be patient with that. 1200 stone here has got to feel pretty good. Although, does he have a drop-off site? He does. He has a mining camp right here, and there's not... Gold gathers drop off 15% more resources. Oh, okay. They changed the icon of some of those. Walls are being knocked down, so Smeagol's using his battering ram, and purple still just going after Dark Age Rush. Poor Dark Age Rush is just fighting for his life. I mean, man, Dark Age has got to be politicking, right? Being like, hey, man, we need to deal with this shit in the middle, you know? Instead of just this mortal wombat, Dark Age is not a threat at all right now. But he could be the only saving grace as to why you're able to get it done. Serona's base is now getting raided also. The Black Riders have gotten into the base here, and they are going to be getting a little bit of scooting and shooting. But we do see the military infrastructure being set up for purple. Upgrading his crossbowmen and his other units, and is the middle going to be taken yet? Not quite. Battering rams on the way out. Battle popes have not gotten there yet, and another stalemate up here, basically. I mean, obviously a lot of damage done, and Dark Age Rush's economy has got to be hurting. Yeah, he's got some gold. He's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. But a lot of ground being taken here as the trebuchets start to hammer into the middle. And when will the Holy Roman Empire grab the middle objective? He's harassing Serona's Empire pretty hard using the Black Riders, which is super cool. Granted, they're going to get killed by the light cavalry pretty hard, right? Yeah. So they retreat away. We got Black Riders harrying the lands. Look at that, just mowing down. Dude, having mounted gun cavalry that can harass ecos. Pretty heavy metal, yeah. So a lot of damage going into these guys. You see the villagers being taken to Pound Town right there, and that is a hell of a lot of economy going down. Serona actually is down to only 145 economy, so this man has been macroing super hard. And has the middle been taken? Please take the middle and stop teasing us. The Dark Riders have entered the Shire. They really have. They really have. Yeah, so now Smeagol with the cunning backstab, using his handgunners and his elite knights to battle against the horsemen and the mobility corps of Serona here, or basically just his main army. Should be able to win that fight with a little bit of support. And the battering rams are ambushing and knocking down all the forward infrastructure now. There are some Templar fortresses here. The middle has not been taken yet. Dark Age Rush is basically just licking his wounds. You know, just hanging out. The raiding was somewhat effective. Overall, though, Serona able to maintain a pretty decent little food economy during all that harass and should be able to get it back online here in just a minute. More walls being built and the middle still not being taken. He does have this battle pope up here. Is he going to be going for it? Find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. He places the relic in the keep and is going to put the relics in the other ones. We got cannon towers. Now has got to be the time. Smeagol has been teasing us and blue balling us for this entire freaking battle here, man. He is being very annoying, though. Like, very, very annoying here. There he goes. Outpost and outpost shooting over here. Are they looking? Yeah, they're shanking away. Rohan rides to the aid of the Shire, yeah. Dark Age Rush has an army, but not a whole lot. Mainly just battering rams and you know, some generic units there. The walls are being hammered down. What the hell was that explosion? Do you guys see that? The Templars have some sort of a weird explosion? Tooltip? Let me watch that real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna watch that again. Okay, yeah, what are those, like bricks flying? Is that supposed to be bricks? I think that's what that was. So now Smeagol, like, I think Smeagol made a enemy with Serona. Instead of just going for the win while he was busy killing Dark Age Rush, he's made this, in my opinion, a lot harder on himself. You know, a lot harder. Because Serona is incredibly strong, although the economy of Serona looks a little bit overextended right now, a little bit taxed. We do have some Holy Roman keeps back here and cannon towers, which are going to do some work. These trebuchets, though, are bombing from deep, doing some good work from downtown. And is he going to grab it? Nope, still not yet. Dark Age Rush mustering some pilgrims. This is his contribution to the war effort, sending the dreaded pilgrims in. And they're just marching. You know, the power of God, keeping these guys going strong. Well, I mean, I don't know. Up to interpretation there. In the meantime, keeps are taking a bit of a hammering. Couple knights going to be moving over for Smeagol, and the attack here has been thwarted. One tower actually taken down by the Templar trebuchets. So Templar trebuchets firing the double shot. Makes them pretty damn good for this type of situation. Are we going to be seeing another one go down here? It looks like it is able to squeak away behind the wall. Yeah, triple shot trebuchets are no joke. They are really seem quite good. Battering rams are gathering in their masses, and it looks like they're going to be pushing out. Dark Age Rush just kind of, you know, chilling and being a bit of a gremlin in the shadows. The elite horsemen gather in the trees, run down some of the workers, and, you know, maybe Smeagol is politicking with Dark Age, being like, hey, like, I'll help you take out purple. You help me out, you know? And it looks like that's kind of the case right now. Maybe Smeagol with the master of manipulation. Could 100% be the case. Never got an age, always out of school. Yeah, it's a great game, it's fun. I've taken a long hiatus from it, but I still think it's fun to play and watch, for sure. Especially the FFAs. 1v1s I don't get super into, but the FFAs are great fun. All right, so a bit of a battle of the three armies right here. Smeagol's got them fighting. He has not gone for the King of the Hill yet, so just kind of securing and hedging his bets. Serona's economy is pretty weak. It's generating a lot, but he doesn't have a lot in the bank, so Smeagol could probably go for the win and actually get the W here. Oh, look at the trebuchet towers. How cool is that? He actually built the trebuchet towers on the fortresses. I love to see it. But the battering rams of Dark Age Rush have come. The sweet revenge for all the punishment that did happen earlier is here, and those guys are on their way out. So potentially, Dark Age Rush maybe helping a little bit, helping Smeagol's cause. In the back, Holy Roman Empire also pushing, and Serona is basically spending every dime as they get it. And, I mean, this is a pretty easy win for Smeagol here. If this continues to go in this way, and we see all the 2v1ing happening here, then I think that Serona just gets killed, and then Smeagol just wins on the middle. Because Dark Age has been economy stifled for a long time. A lot of battering rams going to be on their way in here. Pilgrims are going to get walled out. The pilgrim mechanic is very fun. I think that's incredibly fun. I like it a lot. Dark Age has a army here. It's mainly spearmen and Genoese crossbowmen, which will be very good against the heavy units of the HRE. Walls are built up. Still no sacred site being taken by Smeagol. The ultimate blue balling. But he really wants to crush Serona before he goes for the win. Which I understand. This is the more conservative way to win. Like, I think personally he could have won by just going for it and holding 2v1, but, you know, that's much harder and much more stressful. This is like the safer bet here, you know. It's a safer bet. So the Du Hostening is beginning. The Ramstein is getting in there. Yeah, they're moving on down. Serona's forces are being pushed back. I mean, Serona does have some production in the rear of the base and is spamming out the Polish cavalry nonstop. And, yeah, they do good against infantry, right? Is it against light infantry or heavy infantry they get a bonus? They get a bonus for light infantry, but even still, 35 damage on a Warhammer is very good. And they have lances and, yeah, get the job done. But, yeah, a lot of ground is being lost. Dark Age Rush is just going to be gathering with trebuchets and whatever they can. Middle is going to be re-entrenched. We, of course, have a Prelate hanging out nearby. Prelate is going to be able to drop it like it's hot on that objective at any point. Rams taking a lot of ground. A lot of forward infrastructure is lost. And is this going to be the Horn of War? I mean, Smeagol could go for it now. Like, considering the infrastructure is down, we can actually fast forward a little bit too, which is nice, since we were behind. So on the top side, we do see Dark Age Rush moving in. A lot of battering rams, and Smeagol's going to have to find a way to hold this. It is a respectable army with the Genoese there as well. So killing the battering rams first, and trying to find a way to maybe flank with some horsemen around the top and get on those trebuchets. But the Templar bombardments are no joke. They have the double attacks or triple attacks, whatever the hell it is, from these trebuchets. So those things do quite a bit of work. And Smeagol needs to just pull the trigger now. He is. Yeah, he pulls the trigger. He gets the Prelate on the objective. He knows that he's been figured out now. His opponents, I think, have probably unified, realizing that he's the threat. He's going to be taking the objective, right? That's what's going on. So is he going to do it? Yeah, Prelate there, hiding in the keep. Sacred Site was under siege, and it looks like Smeagol is going to be able to hold this back. The Polish Cav lurking, but a lot of ground lost. All the forward infrastructure, not all of it, but a massive portion was destroyed there. And Smeagol actually has opted not to grab the objective here. Trebuchet is going after the keep here, which is getting the emergency repairs, and it looks like they are going to get at least one keep down there. Smeagol setting up more and more towers. Will the villager repairs be able to stabilize this thing? Holy Roman defensive capabilities are certainly no joke. Yeah, a lot of keeps on the backside, and they, of course, have relics in them. And now he's going for it. All right. Finally, the blue balling is over, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll get a good finish here. We'll have to see. So now he's fighting against the onslaught of Dark Age Rush. Dark Age has a pretty good economy now after being stable for about 5 or 10 minutes and being able to do as they please. Purple, a.k.a. Serona, definitely got hammered pretty good, but is re-macroing and spending money as they get it. Basically spamming out Elite Horsemen and the Polish Cavalry, the Szlachta Cav. On the backside, Mangonels and Counterweight Trebuchets are going to be assisting in the push. And Smeagol's economy, how strong is it? It's pretty good, except the gold. So he's going to be able to muster basic units pretty well, rebuilding the walls, and he only needs to hold for how long? Is it going to actually show us here? Sacred Tracker, no, it's not. So probably another 8 minutes, give or take. Not going to be easy, but very possible for Smeagol. Having the food in the wood means that he's at least going to be able to get Spearmen. He's got a lot of static defenses. This keep needs to be repaired ASAP. Get that thing back up. And Dark Age Rush's army is being folded, but there's going to be a massive incursion coming in from the Templars. They're going to be coming over from the east, and that is going to be a hell of an onslaught when it is ready. So hand cannoneers are good. Looking at the gold for Smeagol. Smeagol's getting 2,200 gold a minute, which is really good. So there's still a couple gold nodes in the map, but some of them are like hidden in tree lines, which is pretty fun, actually. It gives you a little incentive to kind of chop back there. So cool map by Naniori there. Have not repaired the keep yet, and here comes the Templars. So the Templar is going to be gathering in the east, preparing to push into the Holy Roman Empire. And the Holy Roman Empire has a smaller army, but a good quality army nonetheless. Most likely going to want to gather its forces before pushing in like this. Smeagol only has 200 army supply, and Serona has 300. So Serona should be the favorite to win this game, just considering they can build a bigger army. If Smeagol gets defeated, then Serona just will defeat Dark Age Rush simply on having bigger army, because Serona took out 2 players. Whereas Smeagol, I don't think, took anybody out. Yeah, I don't think Smeagol got a single kill there. But a lot of static defenses. So if you're the Smeagol player here, you want to basically do everything you can to take down the artillery. If you can take down the trebuchets and the different siege pieces, then you can win the game on the defense. Emergency repairs activated. Getting that cooldown going is very, very good. Trebuchet is able to pull back here. Cannon towers and a lot of units right there. Send in the Venerable Dreadnought. What? That doesn't even make sense. Some more towers, more cannon emplacements. Trebuchets need to be focused. Smeagol macroing up to the best of his abilities. Has a lot of units trickling in here. Dark Age Rush also going to be gathering a big army and attacking Smeagol on the side here. This is going to be a very, very desperate hold. It's going to be hard. But a lot of really good quality static defenses, including upgraded stone towers, keeps with relics in them. You know, it's no joke. It's no joke. And he is doing a bit of a decent attrition to these armies. We do see the horsemen diving in. Are they going to be able to get down one of the artillery pieces here? Every one of these trebuchets that goes down is a huge victory. And Smeagol does manage to get both of them down. So that's very, very good. So now it's just going to be battering rams, which are much easier to handle than trebuchets. Especially the Templar trebuchets, which of course have a lot of DACA built in. So Templars cannot build powder units, but they get like upgraded versions of like some of the basic units, like the Genoese crossbows get bonus and range, and they can kind of compete with guns. It's very fun. Very cool flavor. So Dark Age Rush, is he moving? He is sieging, albeit very slowly. The Sacred Timer has got to be pretty close. Got to be pretty damn close. We do have a fast forward button, so we see the battering rams coming in, but Smeagol's defenses, if it was just him versus purple, I would put my money on Smeagol, but with Dark Age Rush gathering a big force of artillery here, unless he blunders it, he should be okay. So the Holy Roman Empire able to hold these guys back. I'm trying to catch up to the live state of the game here. A lot of the elite archers poking down the spearmen and low quality units. On the top side, oh, the horsemen diving in, going to be getting a couple artillery kills, just one, maybe two, but overall we do see the Genoese crossbowmen and the other units able to hold the ground there. And a beautiful Templar fortress. So Templar fortresses have the desert citadels. They give range to nearby units and armor, so I believe that affects your siege as well, which is really, really good. So very, very nice stuff. Smeagol, though, is getting closer and closer to winning. He's got to be getting pretty damn close. In the meantime, purple has to lick their wounds. We do see them getting raided and harried a little bit. Smeagol dropping a keep in his opponent's base as a distraction. Oh, that's so troll. How do you even do that? And he's got battering rams coming down here as well. Look at this shit. Smeagol's just such a gremlin. He's got like all this random shit all over the map. Okay, Sacred Site could be in a little bit of danger here. These horsemen might be able to get a decap. Smeagol needs to get troops on top of the Sacred Site right now. Okay, thankfully for him, Dark Age Rush is not going for that right now. Yeah, they're not going for that. So moving on in, we do see the men-at-arms moving, and it is going to be the defenders sallying forth. Horsemen coming around the flank to try and dive the artillery. In the meantime, the Holy Roman defenders able to hold back the onslaught of the Templars here, as we do get horsemen getting on top of the Genoese. And now they're going to be moving over here, trying to get the artillery as well. Not going to be easy. Keep needs some emergency repairs. Dude, this random trolling in the base is so good. It's so good because it's occupying the entire army of Serona. So instead of Serona being on the middle helping, he's in his base chasing a couple rats. This is like Smeagol 101 goblin play, dude. I love to see it, dude. He probably is the ultimate. He might actually be a goblin in real life. All right, in the meantime, the HRE is holding its ground. The keep stands firm. I don't know about the Sacred Timer. Unfortunately, it doesn't show it to us when we're in the spectator mode. And we do see these units going here. We can fast forward a little bit as the defenders sally forth, bringing out battering rams to try and knock down the Templar fortress. Smeagol's economy is very good. His static defense is incredibly mean. And now we see the Duhas, the Ramstein Legion, is on its way over. A lot of battering rams, definitely going to be tricky to handle. We'll see if the Holy Romans can muster their defenses. Dark Age Rush actually doing very well. He has this entrenched position with the fortress there, but that Sacred Timer is no joke. And here comes the Duhas. The Ramsteining is on its way over, ladies and gentlemen. And Smeagol's going to be gathering his forces here, trying to muster what defenders he can. But these keeps are going to be under some heavy, heavy pressure as he's defeated on the northern front, and his forces are very, very weak over here as well. All right, so this game could definitely go a little while. We don't know who's going to be able to win this one. I don't know. And, yeah, keeps are shooting. Rams are on their way in. The Holy Romans mustering mangonels. I think a mangonel Death Star would be probably the best bet you could have for defense here. That's so many damn rams, dude. There's so much Duhastening happening here. But during all this, the keeps and the stone towers are melting a lot of the army here. The army of the Templars is looking very, very smashed up. The elite horsemen going to be getting a flank around here, getting up to the objective to make sure they hold it. A diving attempt from Dark Age Rush, so he's trying to dive on the objective to get the decap right now. As long as Smeagol is able to keep 1 or 2 units on the objective, even villagers, that's going to be pretty clutch. So this is the most important hold of the game right here for Smeagol. If he's able to hold this, he has a decent chance of winning. It's going to be very, very tight. The Templars have a lot of reinforcements coming in, battering rams. The Holy Roman keeps are very, very strong. We do see the decap on the way. Yeah, it's been decapped by about 10 or 15%. Smeagol has a couple units on there. Army's getting melted, but Smeagol's reinforcements, yeah, he's got the mangonel Death Star coming. Yeah, Templars seem pretty good, Nord. They seem pretty fun. If Smeagol doesn't hold this, you foretell a 2-hour game. I don't know. It could happen, guys. We're going to do a little bit of fast forwarding. The Sacred Site is being decaptured. Smeagol does manage to get a couple units on there. The Templars are on their way over. I actually have to leave in about 45 minutes, so hopefully it doesn't go longer than that. My mom is ambushing. She showed up. Okay, Smeagol getting the steel chair there. He does manage to re-secure the objective. Is he going to get that timer off cooldown again? Big armies clashing in. Templars from the south and the... oh, is it 2 Templar armies? It is, actually. It's 2 Templar players against the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, they're there for those treasures. Here, the mangonels are shooting. It looks like the Sacred Site is going to be decapped. Oh, Mom, I can't pause it. I know, seriously. You guys want that? That would be pretty funny. Does he have any chance? Because the victory timer doesn't go when your opponent's on top of the point, you know? I think if Smeagol had pulled the trigger earlier, he could maybe hold this. I mean, he does have the Mangonel Death Star, which is pretty brutal, and it is getting a lot of value, and cannon towers are still shooting back here. So the Holy Romans are not helpless, but yeah, there's a lot there. Okay, we are actually at the live state of the game right now. So Smeagol fighting tooth and nail for this one. Serona's economy is pretty strong. Smeagol has almost no bank. Smeagol's basically all in here. He's all in. If he can't hold this, then he's cooked. He's probably going to die. Assuming they actually push and try and kill him, which wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, to make some ground here. We will have to see. We will have to see. Smeagol somehow, some way, still holding the valiant Giga Chad Gremlin hold. He's even got a prelate on the objective with the Wololo. He's going to convert some of these battering rams to Jesus. Maybe it's going to be the case. Dude, is Smeagol going to hold this? This is such an epic hold attempt. It's the Mangonels. The Mangonels are the big breadwinners. When those guys arrive, it gets really scary because they just hammer everything down. They have cannon tower support, and these cannon towers are going. Is Smeagol going to get it? He manages to push them off the objective. A lot of archers coming in. The Mangonel Death Star is being protected. He's still macroing whatever units he possibly can. On the north, the Templars are on their way. I don't know about the timer, guys. The timer has got to be really, really dodgy right now. Big Mangonel shots. Cannon tower is still blasting away. And the Templars in the north, Dark Age Rush has a pretty good economy, so he can keep mustering units. Granted, he has to march all the way down, so it does give the timing advantage to Smeagol. Smeagol trying to get a relic up there and get it on the objective. Ooh, a bit of a sloppy positioning of the Mangonels. He didn't have them shooting. It feels a little bit bad, man. Mangonels are sitting AFK here. Smeagol is overwhelmed with micro at the moment, so he's having some problems. It's looking like this might be the end of the road. I don't know if he's going to get it. Yeah. Man, oh man. The defenders are fighting hard on this objective. Smeagol's troops are just going tooth and nail. If you can get another prelate over here for another Wolo, though, that'd be very, very good. 2 minutes according to the game. Got it. Okay. Where do you guys see that? Am I totally blind? Oh, so you're in the game right now. Somebody's in the game. It's at 2 minutes till Sacred Victory. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. That's going to be super hard. So the archers are actually disengaging, which is going to give Smeagol some time to get his bearings. Looking at the food economy of Smeagol, he is currently getting 4,000 food a minute, which is pretty disgusting. Holy shit. The Black Riders are not on the table. He's not using any of those. And up in the north, this is a mistake, actually, by Serona. You should keep the pressure on, because if Smeagol's able to push back Dark Age Rush, then he might be able to just hold. Okay, guys, he's back in the site. Serona is trying to clear out some infrastructure, it looks like. That's a hell of a lot of archers. Horsemen coming out. Smeagol has no gold. He's got 800 gold from his relics, and that's pretty much it. So back on the objective he goes. He's trying his best to get there. He might be able to lure the two armies to fight each other like Godzilla. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of units. I mean, the armies for both players, for both Templar armies, are really thick. The HRE going hard, but their static defenses are kind of non-existent now. They only have one tower, which isn't going to be able to do a whole lot. The siege equipment is starting to add up, and I think this could be the end of the road for Smeagol. Yeah, I think he's cooked. What an epic attempt, though. I think Smeagol could have won it if he had done it earlier. When Dark Age Rush was beat up after having fought Serona, I think Smeagol might have been able to get it. But looking at the objective now, it is flipping. And Dark Age Rush gathering. Both players are on there. A couple horsemen are running for the point. Yeah, they're eyeing it. But Smeagol's going to have to give up ground now. Man, after all that fighting, oh my god, dude. That was a gnarly cockfight there in the middle. Jeez Louise. And Smeagol loses it by like 1 minute, dude. Feels bad, man. All right. Let me have a sip of water. We're just getting this game started. Smeagol also is going to potentially lose a lot of relics. He's trying to get some horsemen onto the point, but it's not going to happen. Wouldn't it be crazy if like Dark Age Rush came back and won this game? Man, oh man, that would be nuts. Serona's got a thick army, though. It's very, very strong, and he's just producing like an absolute machine. Gold is going to be sparse for these players, and we have the Battle of the Three Armies up at the top. The two Templar armies. It does look like maybe Dark Age is going to get a little bit of ground here. Setting up his fortresses. That will give him a lot of DPS and a lot of support. Mangonel shots trying to provide a little bit of fire support there as well. And man. All right. Now it is anybody's game. We have the Battle of the Three Armies. Hopefully it finishes in the next 45 minutes. Because I have to go. Regardless of the time, I'm getting ambushed in 45 minutes, so I can't make my almost 70-year-old mother wait. Mom, I'm playing video games. It takes me back to the early 2000s. Yes. Now, why is Smeagol fighting here? He's trying to secure relics. So he gets his relics back. He puts one in the tower there. Oh, they both get Willem Dafoe as they try and run away. You know? They always do it. All right, so he's going to be grabbing the relics. Are the other ones going to get Willem Dafoe? It doesn't look like it. They are going to get the relics and squeak away. So that's really, really good. Yeah, the Polish cavalry are pretty brutal. Honestly, Nanny, I mean, it was really scary. Serona was able to get huge armies. Smeagol sitting at 166, Serona sitting at 277. So Serona is able to crush these guys economically, right? Because he's got 193 villagers right now. So he's just laughing it up all the way to the frickin' bank right now, while the other two goblins are basically just holding on for dear life. Now, is anybody going to go for the middle quickly? I don't know. I don't know. Outpost here is being dragged down. The Holy Roman Empire able to get most of its relics back into its coffers. That's going to be dropping them off of the monastery over here, while the middle is going to be taken over by these bad boys. All right. So, taking a look at the resources of all the players, let's take a peek. Currently looking at the income, nobody has any stone, so there's not going to be any wonder play on the table most likely. Currently, Serona has the best bank in terms of just raw resources. Having just such a vastly superior economy due to having taken out 2 players is pretty big, right? Smeagol actually moving into engage, protecting this tower in the middle. Yeah, so we're playing a game mode where if you take out an enemy player, it actually permanently gives you a maximum capacity increase for your army. Very, very strong. Serona was able to take out 2 players, and it looks like they're teaming up on Serona now. All right. Yeah, the war begins. So Smeagol was battered and bruised, but he is down, but not out. And now they're going to be turning on Serona, which is the correct play. Serona is way stronger than both of them. Has 300 max supply. Dark Age Rush has 250, I think. Yeah, so 100% they should team up on Serona. 100%. That is how they win this game. So they're moving in. The Knights Templar in the north going to be crashing in with the Italians versus the Polish cavalry here. Although he's not really making the Polish cavalry anymore. He doesn't have the gold to do it. What kind of archers does Purple have? They're just basic archers. Yeah. Just basic archers. Smeagol also going to be colliding from the other side. He's getting his units and getting his bearings and going in. So Serona is going to be 2v1 right now. In the meantime, the middle objective is not going to be held by anybody. You know, you don't want to take the middle objective in this situation. The Templar setting up their forward fortress, which is going to be giving him a range buff as well as a, I believe, an armor buff. Yeah, the Desert Citadel. Is it? Yeah, 1 armor. Yeah, for both types. Betrayal. I mean, they were allied, but it was an alliance of convenience, that's for sure. And now Smeagol's getting in, and Smeagol using his dreaded goblin raids. So he's going to be sending horsemen into the back. Yeah, I mean, Dark Age could still win this game too. He's got this cool fortress back here with his ruler. And it's going to probably be Dark Age versus Smeagol. Assuming there's no betrayals and no backstabs and they actually want to finish the job, it should absolutely favor, or not favor, but become a 1v1 versus Smeagol and Dark Age. And at this point, I don't know who's more ahead. Maybe Smeagol, because of the fact that he has relics and the Regnitz Cathedral, he's going to be able to cackle. But yeah, the Holy Roman's getting pretty deep into the base. Good raids going down. A lot of archers are being picked. Some of the farms are being raided a little bit, but for the most part are stable. So the Genoese crossbowmen making some ground. Serona's forces being pushed out of the middle. I don't think Smeagol's going to... Oh, dude. See, this is a little risky. Like, reinforcing the middle like this is slightly dangerous because of the fact that it could break your alliance. If Smeagol is too greedy, then he's gonna break his alliance here. He does have a keep right there and a cannon tower, but yeah, look at the pilgrims. Oh, the blessed 69 gold. Look at that, man. Look at that. You don't want to break your alliance here. You need your ally to finish off Serona, or else you're just gonna lose the game. So Dark Age Rush is kind of pulled back, and I think it's because of this. I think he saw keeps being built over here, and he's like, okay, I'm not gonna help if you're just gonna turtle up on the middle, right? And prepare for this, which is a smart play. You know, you wouldn't want to help in that. And yeah, we do see the trebuchets coming out, walls being built right here, and yeah, Smeagol needs to reinforce his opponent's you know, belief in him and his comfort, and be like, hey man, let's be homies. But it looks like, you know, he just can't help himself. He's reinforcing the middle, and that is going to probably break the alliance right there. That is going to break the alliance. So Pilgrim's still heading up to the middle here. Pilgrims also trying to make their way over from Serona's side, but they're definitely not going to make it. And the Black Riders are now here, so Smeagol getting some good quality units. He does have the Arbixes, or however the hell you say that. And they are going to be clashing, as now they're turning on Smeagol, see? So Smeagol just needed to not do that, to not trench the middle, and I believe this is straight up because of the entrenchment. So the Holy Roman's going to be getting attacked once again, and we do see the artillery equipment coming in. The tower is going to be knocked offline right here, and Smeagol is now fighting for his life in a 2v1. The question is, which player in this game is going to get tired first? Who is going to have to use the bathroom? Because that really is the deciding factor in many of our FFA games. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in the middle, continues getting bashed. but is hanging on just fine. Smeagol has the Wololo, and a lot of crossbowmen coming over from the Templars. Got the triple trebuchet nuking into the keep here, pretty cost effective. Some of the pilgrims actually made it over here, dropping off 130 gold. The double shots on the keep is going down, and Smeagol, once again, has kind of turned it into a bit of an FFA. Mom bucket, I know. One of these guys is going to need a freaking bucket. It's gonna come. We all know Smeagol doesn't use bathrooms. Your bets are on him. That's pretty funny. One sec, guys. Let me adjust it. All right. So we're back in business here. There we go. All right. So I honestly don't know who's going to win this game now. It really could go any direction. Nobody wants to pull the trigger. Nobody wants to go for the win. Everybody's a little bit apprehensive. Serona definitely has some big armies. Is there any trade opportunities down here? Yeah, no markets. No markets from the English. So no trading is going to be available here. Do we have any trade over here from the old Japanese base? No, they didn't live that long. They died pretty quickly in Tier 2. Up in the north, any trade opportunities? Oh, shit! If Smeagol was paying attention and saw there was a market here, holy shit. He could set up a market right up here and trade all the way down. So pilgrims, everybody's just kind of having peaceful, oh, they're Templars, they can't trade, but Smeagol can. Yeah, Smeagol can trade. Yeah, that's right. The cannon tower shooting away, and it looks like Smeagol's wanting to raid into Serona's base, but Serona's, I think, fully walled. So Smeagol's not going to have any way to get through this, so the HRE trooper's just going to be fighting it out here while Serona continues fighting. Is anybody still in the game, by the way, that can tell us what's going on, like, politically? Is there some smack talk? Is there some salt? You know, our alliance is being formed. Oh, my God, the Templar trebuchet bombardment. Man, oh, man. Those counterweight trebuchets are no joke. All right, so what's going to be going on here? And kaboom! One keep is down. Serona looks like they're going after Smeagol, but now... Oh, man, Dark Age Rush is going after Serona, so it seems like maybe some politics have been formed. Yeah, when there's three, it's always a little bit hard to finish people. That's right. The games can take a while. They can. So this keep is going to be getting blasted right there. And on the other side, Mangonel's pushing into Serona's base. So has the alliance formed once again? Maybe they have. Maybe Smeagol and Dark Age Rush have teamed up. I have no idea. It looked like the game was going to be over kind of quick. It actually did in the beginning, but no, this is turning into an absolute knockdown, drag-out fight here. The holy pounding, yeah. But is he actually going to advance, or is it just going to be like a limp dick push? You know, is he just gonna like kill a couple buildings and retreat and be like, I'm done, or is he actually going to make some progress and do something? That's my question. We've had a lot of limp noodle engagements here, like a lot of like teasing and just kind of doing their thing. Wookie, yeah. So, what are the politics of the game? Can you give us a play-by-play if you're still in the lobby? That would be great to know, like what they're articulating, what these players are trying. Dark Age Rush getting into the big army. We do see the trebuchets here. Counterweight trebuchets of the Templars. It's going to be a Templar civil war. So we have the Genoese versus the Polish. Although I don't think we see any of the heavy Polish cav out. I don't think Serona has the economy for that. I mean, he's got gold back online, actually. Yeah, he does find some gold down here, so he is able to get it. Serona has 300 supply. Dark Age has 250, and Smeagol has none. Smeagol has 200 base. He didn't kill any players. And once again, just kind of a meaningless fight. That really isn't going to get a lot done. A lot of woods to be had, so I don't think wood's going to be running out. I don't think it's going to be one of those games that's going to last like 50 hours. Yeah, no, Serona has 300. Oh, shit, he has 350. I didn't notice that. Oh, my God, yeah. Is Serona going to play for a wonder, I wonder? Oh, that's kind of funny. Came out that way. I don't think so. That'd be a little bit too hard. So Templar cockfight over here. Dark Age Rush does emerge victorious in that skirmish. Smeagol is kind of helping. Where's Smeagol going to go? Is he going to reinforce the middle again? Looks like the Pilgrims are doing their thing. Smeagol needs to not reinforce the middle and then just take his bets on a 1v1. Like, that's how you win this game. I don't know how he doesn't see that. Like, Smeagol is very strong still. Like, Smeagol needs to help bully Serona and force it into a 1v1 with Dark Age and then just win that fight. Win the 1v1. Like, I don't know why that's not being processed, you know? Unfortunately, I have to go in, like, 30 minutes. So hopefully we can make some progress. I could probably stretch it to 45 minutes, but that's gotten it a little bit close. All right, so the trebuchets are here. That's going to be a lot of units lost by Serona. Serona is being pressured hard, but is there really any progress being made? 350 pop is a lot. Yeah, that's huge. They need to team up on Serona. It's the tactical play too. It's not even, it's like with that 350 supply, it's just not fair. You know, it's just not fair. So is Smeagol gonna do it? The dreaded Applebee's gift card, it's coming for you. It is. I'll have an Applebee's tournament one day. Although, I don't know, I doubt they have Applebee's in Australia where Smeagol lives. I feel like that's like only an American chain. It's so haggard too. Yeah. Okay, so no heavy fighting really, just like horseman skirmishes, a little bit wet noodle, some trebuchets. Slowly knocking down some of the walls and infrastructure out here, but nothing terribly substantial. On the backside, a little horseman raids going down from Smeagol, trying to put some work on Serona, but Serona just such a vast empire. Such a vast empire. Is anybody buying stone, by the way? Let's see. Oh, shit. Dark Age sitting at 3,800 stone. So Dark Age Rush could go for a wonder victory. Where would you do it? Up here? Oh, dude, right here. Let's go. A god tier wonder position with like literally a natural choke. Oh, dude, come on, Dark Age. Dark Age, if you're listening, you shouldn't be, but if you are, mine this wood, get in here, harvest this gold, drop a fat rage boner wonder back here, and then you're just laughing it up, right? Oh shit, where's the ruler? Is the ruler down here? The ruler's maybe in the back of the base somewhere. Well, let's see. And now we do see Dark Age Rush pretty deep into the bases of Serona. Serona's army? Where's Serona's army? I guess it's a little bit busy dealing with Smeagol. Smeagol's doing like horseman raids. Excuse me. Kind of helping out a little bit, but nothing too out of control there. All right, walls are down. Is he going for a Lord Snipe? Now, where is the king of the ruler of the Templars? I don't know where he's hiding. He's back here somewhere. You can see Serona's or Dark Age Rush is on the lookout for that. We are going to be seeing some bombardments going down. Trebuchet's going to be setting up, most likely taking down some of the fortresses. Smeagol is attacking in and torching down whatever they can. That's for sure. But this would be just a god tier wonder position. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to figure that out. Big flank coming in with the Genoese with the crossbows. Should have a pretty good entrenched position right here with the spearmen protecting them. The horseman-based army of Serona probably going to trade very poorly here, as one keep does fall, and Smeagol's attacking from the front as well. So finally, the Unga Bunga has learned that they need to team up to take down the frickin' the player with 350 population. It's very easy politically, right? It's like you have one person who has 350 population. There's no reason to do anything else. That person is so much stronger economically and militarily than both of you. You need to team up and take him down, and that's what's going down right now. They're actually doing the correct play. Smeagol seems like kind of halfway in, though. He doesn't really seem like he's going too hard. He just have battering rams coming in, so a little bit of aggression. Smeagol does have some sneaky hobbitses, too. Look at Smeagol's sneaky trade here. Getting 80 gold a pop from that. Pretty nice. The fight here won by Dark Age Rush. Able to get a very good entrenchment, and now he's going to continue his onslaught as he goes after the other fortress here. In the main base, we do see Smeagol's troopers getting in there, and they could start disrupting the economy. If they started killing the food economy, Serona would just be dead. I don't know if Smeagol's aware of that. Obviously, you can't know how much food Serona has banked, but yeah, there's so many farms that are open here. If you just park like 1 or 2 soldiers at each of those farms, it's gonna be a big problem. So Smeagol's moving in, and we do see the Trebuchet Tower on the keep fighting valiantly, which is super cool to see. And now he's going to be going after some of the villagers in the farms, which is the correct play. Serona's economy is at 134 despite all this, right? And then we just have a one-on-one fight. It's a fair-ish one-on-one fight between Smeagol and Dark Age Rush, which is only a 50 supply difference. Dark Age has only killed 1 player, so it's not like some insurmountable 150 extra population, right? So Smeagol's gotten pretty deep in there. I hope they don't forsake their bonds of fellowship right now. And like the game needs to come to an end, right? Smeagol needs to not be a sausage and get too greedy here. He needs to just, because he already has enough here. Like he can quickly entrench that as soon as they take out Serona, right? But Trebuchet's on the way down. Smeagol getting good raids here. Serona's economy is down to 113. A lot of these guys are getting absolutely just hammered to the face. Battering rams are clearing out the farms. I mean, Serona is looking very much in the pits right now. Assuming the aggression keeps coming from Dark Age. They need to not betray one another right now, because either of them could win the 1v1. Yeah, we see fortresses being set up. Pilgrims on the objective, just trying to give their love to the Jesus. And now Dark Age is maybe making the mistake of being too greedy on the middle, you know. Maybe so. So they're moving in. Where is the king? I think he's back here. Back here somewhere? Yeah, no one's in there. No one's in here. Where the hell is the ruler? I don't know where the ruler is. So that fortress is going to burn to the ground as it is being besieged. This little like defensive parapet here is so good, by the way. Yeah, it's like so hard for the purple to get out there and actually do anything. Serona can't really do much. Spiegel should be handicapped to 100 population. Yeah, keeps coming up. Both players are kind of like entrenching a little bit, but also aggressing on Serona. Hopefully they finish it. I really want to finish this game. I don't want to have to leave. It's going to make me really sad if we can't finish it. Trebuchet's coming around. I mean, Serona's army is looking really weak right now. Dark Age Rush has a pretty big Death Star of the Genoese, which are going to be brutal. They are very strong. They have the extra damage and extra range compared to regular crossbowmen, so very, very strong. All right, so T-Rex push-ups. I hope not. I hope not, man. All right. So in the choke point, the Genoese army is going to trade very well. The trebuchets need to be switched onto the fortresses because they're the ones that are doing good defensive damage. But yeah, the crossbow Death Star just putting in huge, huge work. And where are they going to be going? Oh, he's diving in the backfield. Oh, there he is. Bertrand is in the back there. Okay, so we know where the ruler of Serona's army is. We do know where the cackling is. The Genoese are basically just punishing everything over here. Smeagol needs to not be like this, because otherwise the game's never going to end. Smeagol needs to help against Serona, because like he's already got so much there. You know, he's already got so much there. Yeah, the ruler's back here. I mean, Dark Age Rush is within distance of finishing this off. I mean, Smeagol might just grab the middle now too. Get my mom to castle me. No, well, my mom isn't coming to the house. She's meeting me in town at a restaurant. So yeah, I need to go jam over there and meet up with the Madre. Battles continue though. Serona's forces are being hammered and taking a ton of damage. Smeagol is like kind of helping. He's got like a limp-wristed handshake help right here. He's like gripping the hand, but it's very limp. You know, nothing too good, nothing too nuts here. We do see a Templar fortress coming up. Yeah, Bertrand is lurking in the back. He is. Yeah, he's lurking back here. Smeagol is preparing the final defense here. Purple is going to be getting some pilgrims over there, which is going to be helping. More horsemen are on their way. As Serona is just getting hammered, but fighting very valiantly. But currently Serona's economy is at 102, with a military supply of only 44. It's a big favored victory here for Dark Age, especially with the Templar fortress set up here. It's really going to stifle the counterattacks. It's going to be really, really nasty. So Smeagol, in the meantime, where is he? He's being a greedy goblin, and dude, no, he's gonna stop it. He's gonna stop the attack on Serona. Why are you doing this? Smeagol, why are you like this? Oh my god, now Smeagol is just gonna... like, Dark Age might just pull back at this point. Although I think Dark Age wants the kill now. He knows that the ruler is back here and it's gonna give him a supply advantage against Smeagol, so maybe he's gonna be doing that. I don't know. We will see. The bombards are active, and dude, Smeagol is such a villain, dude. He is such a gremlin villain. I love it, but it is very gremlin-like. All right, so fortress back here is exposed, and not Serona, but Dark Age Rush has this kill in the bag if he wants it. I would go for it personally, and then just take my chances versus Smeagol one-on-one. We do see the keep getting knocked down here. No Sacred Site being grabbed though. So Dark Age Rush has destroyed the walls. Go get the population. At this point, you might as well. Just go knock down that keep, take down the enemy king, and get the population increase. It would be kind of foolish not to. After all this, that would be very, very nice. He shook his hands and immediately washed it. Yeah. All right, the last fortress of the Templars is here. We do see Bertrand hiding in the bushes, and the attempted wall off, and it looks like a couple horsemen going to find their way through. Oh my god, he's getting hit by the trebuchets! Look! He's going to run! Holy shit! That's so funny. And the Genoese infantry doing great work as we do see the trebuchet fire trying to get him. Dude, he is such a Smeagol, dude. And look at that. He's immediately reinforcing all this and is going to go for the victory. All right, so the keep is here. Fortress is on, but it is going to be getting hammered down. So Serona will be defeated by Dark Age Rush. Now, will Dark Age Rush be able to muster and deal with Smeagol in the middle is the question. Population increase, guys. Dark Age is now a 300 pop player if he wants to. All right, so now... all hands on deck. They're going to be fighting over the middle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking get it. This is going to be fun as hell. I'm very excited for this. Dude, the pilgrims are bum rushing the middle objective too. Look at that. Dude, the fire and flames. The fight for the middle of the map is on. A couple relics are left here, but the Templars, I'm sure, will send some religious characters to grab those if they can. The ruler getting blasted by trebuchets is really, really funny. Smeagol's trying to capture it. You know, it's his time to shine. And the backside. Oh, whoa, what's going on back here? Smeagol with some siege towers. Trying to take down the ruler in the back? What? The ruler managed to skitter over here, but dude, look at this. What is this shit? Oh my god, Smeagol's a very fun player to watch. Very, very fun. The siege tower ambush in the back. Dark Age is going to go up to 270 and 280 and then 300 eventually. So he will have a 100 supply advantage potentially over Smeagol. The siege tower is doing their thing, and he tried to get that. No, he knows he has it. Yeah, he's up to 280 right now. He's building houses. All right, so the Sacred Site is on. It's going to be 10 minutes potentially. And the battle is on. Crazy to think how this game seemed so over at one point, and suddenly it's going to be an hour and a half game instead of 40 minutes. Yeah, Age FFAs are goated. They're very, very good. They're super fun. All right, on the top side, we do have the Launchneck and the forces of Smeagol trying to intercept the reinforcements of Dark Age Rush before he can get that critical mass. Although the Genoese crossbowmen are on their way over. Smeagol doing distraction attacks, just being a gremlin basically. Trying to keep his opponent from attacking the middle, which is a smart play. And yeah, he is getting a good pushback. I mean, Smeagol might be able to edge this one out. It's going to be very, very close. Going to be very close. He does have a lot of cannon towers here. It's only a matter of time before Smeagol moves all his relics into these towers to make it even harder. And where are the trebuchets? I know we had some trebuchets coming. Here comes the counterattack from Dark Age Rush. The elite horsemen, the Genoese crossbowmen, and I would imagine some trebuchets. Smeagol still being a goblin, but he is occupying a lot of Dark Age's army. This is a lot of supply over here. It's 23 horsemen and then 5 Polish cavalry too. Yeah, so that's a lot. And it looks like that tower is going to burn down right there. He's going to take down these archery ranges. And yep, keep moving up in the middle. The counterattack is upon us. We'll find out. Should be around like 8.5 minutes right now for Smeagol to hold this. I think his chances of holding it are pretty good against Dark Age Rush. Dark Age does have a good army and bigger army supply, but those static towers are going to be tough to crack. I'm not seeing a lot of siege. Here it comes. Okay, so is the siege going to be protected? If the siege can knock down a couple of these towers, it's going to make it exponentially easier, right? I know, the Forbidden Siege Tower tech. I have not seen those in ages. Friggin' ages. Big DPS on the way, though, ladies and gentlemen. The Hand Cannoneers of the Holy Roman Empire and their Giga Chad Men-at-Arms holding valiantly against the Templar Knights. But the Templar Knights are going to be relentless. They have a huge bank, whereas Smeagol's bank is pretty damn good also. So, yep, they're both going to be grinding. You know, Dark Age Rush might want to gather a big supply army because Dark Age is only at 80 military supply right now, right? So the issue with that being is that you're not really taking advantage of your increased supply cap. Whereas if he gathered a massive erect army and then pushed with a Death Star, maybe. I think Smeagol actually wins this. Because Smeagol is going to maintain a population advantage by just keep pushing and not letting his opponent assemble a critical mass. So the Gremlin will be able to pull it out, maybe, with his Goblin tactics. Is he still being a Goblin over here? He's trying. So he's trying to do annoying stuff with his villagers, but his opponent is able to screen him out there. In the meantime, the Holy Roman Empire pushing in. And we do see the critical mass being gathered in the base. Definitely got to gather everything and do a Death Star push. Smeagol's got to be sitting at about 7 minutes until he wins on the Sacred Site. I would say he's got 2 prelates over there cackling on that point. HRE still looking strong as ever. Cool to see it. But honestly, the Templars look really good too. They look like a very, very strong civ. The siege towers, yes, the forbidden tech. You see a keep being built back here to prevent the backside shenanigans. And now Dark Age Rush's military supply, 204 military. So he was able to macro a colossal army. But will this colossal army be enough to push back the dreaded Smeagol and get his Sacred Site from his... He clutches that Sacred Site like he clutches the ring, you know? That's exactly what's going down here. All right, on the other side, a lot of DACA, a lot of archers. Those bad boys putting some serious damage down. The changes to monasteries and Black Riders gave them a huge boost. Could you explain to me what the changes are with monasteries for the Holy Roman Empire? I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. All right, generals gathering in their masses. Here they come. The Templars have gathered a doom stack, and they're going to be moving upon the middle. Smeagol has a decent little force. He's destroying some of the forward infrastructure here, which is a good call. But further walls are being entrenched here, and they are going. Monasteries now work like Aachen, simple as that. Oh, so they give a influence buff. No shit, so monasteries buff your economy? Oh, so that's why we're seeing this. So Cistercian abbeys. Okay, villagers can drop off resources. Garrisoning a prelate in the monastery allows it to inspire all nearby villagers. Holy shit, that is cool. And, okay, that was something else, but damn, holy shit, they're like mini Aachen chapels now. You research attacking Castle Age. That's really nice because it means you don't have to just go Aachen. Man, HRE's economy is sauced right now, right? But look at this, guys. The Templar army able to overwhelm the Holy Roman defenders. And do the Holy Romans have a lot here? Not really. Smeagol's army's looking pretty small. He's a little bit... He doesn't have that hard of a wood situation. And Dark Age Rush is pushing back with a vengeance. He is coming for blood, and will he be able to overwhelm the Holy Roman defenders? He better finish those damn walls before the big army gets in. Smeagol does have some defenders gathering. Some of them are going to be getting through the choke point. Battering rams heading to the objective to just help hold it, which is really funny. They're about to call the 10th Crusade on poor Smeagol's holy site. I know. Sure looks like it. But the cannon towers are a big playmaker, and the siege needs to get in and start bunker busting. You need to slow push. You need to pretend like you're the Iron Warriors in 40k. Like, set up a fortress, put siege behind it. Set up a fortress, put siege behind it. Smeagol isn't going to build proper siege at this point. So if you siege push them and fortress push them with your fortresses, you're going to be laughing it up pretty hard. All right, big bombards activated as the mangonels are knocking down the walls. Knocking on heaven's door. Well, Rogel Dorn is the defender, right? The Perturabo would be like the siege pusher, right? The Iron Warriors and stuff. Isn't that the whole thing? The lore of those guys? I really like the Iron Warriors. Like, their aesthetic is so freaking cool. My favorite thing is, like, they're easy to paint, too. And they look good. Like, really simplistic paint jobs look great on them. All right. Dropping it like it's hot. We do see these stone walls getting nailed down. And yes, this is what I'm talking about. And then build another one right up here. Just keep that siege push going so Smeagol can't gremlin you as much. You know, that's how you do it. Oh, look at the walls being built. The Holy Roman's trying to build some forward walls here as well. Somehow Chris has returned. Yeah, that's hilarious. He is like Palpatine. So sacred sites are getting really tight, though. I mean, it's got to be a couple minutes. Did anybody see any notifications on the screen during the heat of the action to see how long it's truly going to be? Veteran archers are blasting away. Smeagol's army trading very, very poorly here, but is Dark Age going to be able to get it? You know, Smeagol does have the home field advantage, short of. He's got more forward infrastructure here and is going to be doing his best to try and hold it. Time's up, Turin. Not yet. It's getting there. So fortress being built seems to be taking some time. Smeagol using the dreaded Reaganomic tactics, the trickle-down theory, trying to redistribute the wealth amongst his enemy. And it seems to be maybe working here a little bit. So gathering up on the back objective, or the only objective, are the remnants of the HRE troopers. But man, that Dark Age army supply is very, very tough. No, Old Witch Doctor I will. I'll get those books. Yeah, the population of Smeagol's military is 80, and Dark Age Rush has gotten that critical mass of 200 military supply. That is so thick. Dude, the Death Star is moving in. Let's freaking go. All right, so the Death Star has arrived. Kaboom! The big mangonel shots, melting a lot of Smeagol's army. He captured it 122. All right, so he's probably not going to hold this in. I think that Dark Age Rush will probably eventually beat him. All right, let's get it. Big shots on the way down. Mangonel's blasting away. Smeagol trying valiantly to defend this. The victory timer is going. We should be reaching the 2-minute victory point here. It is being contested. Okay, the contesting is over. I don't know how he does this. This is exactly how you need to play this, though. The freaking fortresses. Yeah. And you know, Dark Age earned this, right? Like, while Dark Age was putting in the hard work to kill Serona, Smeagol was just being a goblin and being greedy, you know, which we love. That's why we love Smeagol. But, you know, definitely a more earned victory for Dark Age Rush here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so they continue going and getting pushed. The fortress is now secure, and if you're Dark Age Rush, you need to take the sacred site. Immediately grab it. Send a monk over there and get the sacred site, and just get the victory timer going against your opponent. So Dark Age Rush is pushing. Smeagol's economy, let's take a look. It's looking a little bit dry on wood, but yeah, food is very, very strong. I mean, Dark Age just wins this with the increased army supply. If he just keeps steamrolling into Smeagol's base, he is eventually going to win this. It's going to take a while, but... Although Smeagol still has not lost the site yet, so Dark Age needs to move some units on top of the objective. No Applebee's gift card today. No, but I think I will have the glorious Applebee's tournament. I'll probably get a cease and desist from their lawyers. Like, we're not affiliated with this tournament. Why is our logo here? All right, so... The good thing is, so I have about 15 minutes before I need to go, 20 minutes. And even if I do need to go, we already know who won this, probably. I think that Dark Age having a massive supply advantage is just going to be laughing all the way to the bank. He's also going to be securing the pilgrimage. Although maybe Smeagol holds this, maybe Dark Age blunders his macro and doesn't get it. He needs to be contesting the objective. 2 minutes left. Can Smeagol get this? He's got 2 minutes left, so about 1 minute and 55 seconds right now, and he is kind of holding back the enemy army with the constant trickle of units. His towers are a little bit out of range to help. Dude, if Smeagol wins this, that's going to be freaking nuts. The Mangonels need to get shooting. We do have the tower shooting as well, creating a brutal choke point, and the Army of the Holy Romans is no joke. I mean, they have good quality units. Those guys are fighting nonstop. So are they going to get pushed back? The objective is being contested, which means the timer is not going to be active. So obviously, yeah, if you contest the objective, the timer does get stopped, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the siege push and the fortresses in the middle is enough. And the towers are gone. Yeah, the defensive towers are out of here. The trebuchets were able to get them. The Templar trebuchets with the double shots. And is that going to be it for Smeagol? I think so. I think he's going to keep grinding in here, but he's not going to be able to get the progress he wants to get. Yeah, those guys getting folded up. The objective being perpetually contested means the timer's not going to be going. Smeagol taking extremely inefficient trades here. He's hemorrhaging food, wood, and gold. And Dark Age Rush needs to continue pushing after this. He needs to get the steamroller and get that push going downtown, and that's got to be that. All right, so how are we looking here? Is the job going to get done? Yep, it's very, very soon. The objective is going to actually start to flip. Now that Dark Age Rush has full control of the objective, Smeagol has no units on it whatsoever. That's going to be that. 100 wood, 519 gold. That's certainly not a good bank. And yeah, I mean, I think this game is 1,000% over. As long as Dark Age doesn't fumble it too hard, he should be able to close this one out. We do see some horsemen coming around the back to take the trebuchets offline, but just the supply difference is so big. And the Templar economy is pretty good too. It's not as strong as the HREs probably, but he is going to be getting his pilgrimage online. He has relics in the base, a lot of fortresses. I mean, Smeagol can maybe win a goblin fight, but the goblin fight doesn't matter. Because if you just grab the middle as Dark Age Rush and camp your 300 supply army here, you just win. Smeagol won't be able to get to you. He will not be able to get to you. So, Sacred Site needs to be grabbed. Do we have any religious characters on the way? I see a lot of warriors, a lot of spearmen, a lot of the basic units, but we are not seeing these other pieces. Where are the religious units? Does he have any being made? He needs to build a monk right now. Get that monk to the middle. Push down the old Smeagol. Smeagol's going to be losing a ton of infrastructure. Dark Age Rush is just too strong. He's too powerful. He's got 2,000 stone too. He could totally entrench the middle, and Smeagol just will not have the stopping power to get it. There's no way in hell. Yeah. And more destruction, more chaos. Smeagol's going to be trying to consolidate his forces, but he is so poor right now. And his opponent has like a 300 supply army, right? Yeah, Dark Age Rush has 185 military. Massive advantage here. And the Templar Knights, are they going to be producing a monk? We see the monk coming to the middle. How flavorful is that? You got the monk heading to the sacred site, and then you got the pilgrimage. So the Crusaders have taken the sacred site, right? And then they are going to have a pilgrimage to said sacred site. And they're going to win with the religious victory, which is the flavor of that is great. Yeah, Smeagol has no chance. As long as Dark Age Rush just sits on this and cackles, that is going to be that. There's absolutely zero way Smeagol wins this. Unless Dark Age goes AFK and just like, I don't know. Because like the supply difference is brutal. I mean, man, 169 military. Smeagol's military is probably like 50 or something. Yeah, 78. He's got a nice little army, but against all those mangonels and entrenchments, yeah, and the relics are being knocked out of the towers. He didn't rush in the Dark Age. He rushed in the Imperial Age, basically, yeah. So elite horsemen are on the way. He definitely should probably keep the aggression on and keep knocking down the buildings here. His opponent is trading. You know, he's got some decent trade, and the monk is going to be arriving on the sacred site right now. And we see a little bit of gremlin play in the back. No. Fortress is hanging there just fine. For Dark Age now, you want to build all the fortresses. Build like 30 fortresses around this. It looks like he's going to move in and maybe try and contest this. But yeah, not going to matter too much. So Sacred Site is about to be captured. As long as Smeagol doesn't snipe the monk here, he's trying to get to the monk. What a goblin! Oh, that's so troll. Look at he's legit trying to find the monk in the army. Yeah, and the monk is going to continue getting this. Smeagol army is going to get massacred. It's going to be a brutal one. And the Sacred Site is now taken, so it's only going to be 10 minutes until we see a victory from Dark Age Rush. Okay, and the fact that we see Dark Age Rush in chat probably means that the game has come to a conclusion. Yeah, mangonels are so brutal, dude. They're so brutal. And yeah, that's a tap out from Smeagol. And a victory for Dark Age Rush. The Knights Templar with the W. All right. I think Dark Age earned that one too, though, for sure. The fact that he put in the work to kill Serona while he was betrayed by Smeagol. Yeah, it was fun. That was a really interesting game. So, if you guys enjoyed this stream, if you want more Age of Empires, all of you folks on YouTube, drop a like on the stream, all right? You need to pump those numbers up. I need to see that you guys want to see it. And thank you guys so much for joining. And for all the generous donations today, there was a whole bunch. And for all of you on Twitch, consider following, subscribing, all that goodness. It always helps out quite a bit. And that is going to be it for today. GG. Those were some really, really good matches we had. I enjoyed the hell out of all of those. And well played to our mighty champions. All right, guys. Adios. Dobi Denya. I'm going to go hang out with my madre, my mom. And that's going to be it. Take care of yourselves. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm actually eager to play myself. I want to try some of the new civs. I might even play some 1v1s, but I've been really on that Warcraft 3 kick lately, which has been tough. But I can only put all my effort into one RTS. I don't want to be mediocre at all of them, you know? It's tough. You're off to Applebee's? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Feast, brother, feast. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. That is it for tonight, and we will see you all on the other side.